Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf Reviews podcast number 79.
79!
We're going to be catching up on the recent film and TV news before we catch up on the things we've been watching. And then we're going to be discussing Bruce Willis and his career before we get to our Q&A. Iain, Andy, welcome on in.
Yeah. He's not died or nothing, just so you know.
No.
We're just talking about Bruce Willis.
Yeah. And on top of that, actually, after you say that, if anything happens after we record this podcast, it's not on us. We seem to
Not
have,
this time.
We seem to have this kind of magical ability of saying, hey, we're going to talk about this person, and then something happens. So if we say it now, then this is more of a homage.
I felt
or
bad
praise.
because it was Harold Ramis was the first
Yeah,
one. when
that
we
was
did,
Multiplicity. Yeah.
And we had Donald
Completely threw us
Sutherland. We
off.
just did Kelly's Heroes, and the day later it was like, what?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead.
So,
That's it. Yeah, we
And
killed him.
unfortunately, we do have some grim news. The Reaper has yet again been busy. But before we get into the news, Andy, Iain, what have you been up to?
Well, since the last podcast, obviously the last one was Resident Evil, so we decided to take a month off just to kind of chill. In that time,
Resident Evil.
you know, I always like to keep mine short, just some TV, movie, and game kind of stuff that we've been up to at home. Though I also like to buy books as well. So on that note, I bought the Blood Ravens Dawn of War omnibus book, which is 40k based. Following the Space Marine chapter, the Blood Ravens, who are going around the galaxy just fighting orcs and Eldar.
The thieves of the 40k universe.
Yes, they seem to
Stole two different Start A chapters gimmicks and just smushed them into one for a video game, didn't
they
they?
seem to be memed all over the place of going around just stealing people's stuff. And they're supposed to be their Primarch or their Gene Lord, I suppose, is supposed to be a heretical. Supposed to be one of the traitors, but
Yes.
they don't actually go into that. But I managed to pick up the omnibus book before Dawn of War 4 drops for PC, so that'll be really good. The other thing I bought as well was this really cool Undertaker book, 25 Years
Ooh,
of
shiny.
Destruction. I know, I found it quite cheap online. It's got lots of
What
really
does it
cool
say about Michelle McCool in it?
pictures and all
Oh,
of
it
his
actually got the
matches.
answer. Oh, it's not like his podcast.
It's actually got the dated matches and things like that, so you can actually read it back up on the history and all the different pictures. And actually has the Brock Lesnar one where he got beat at WrestleMania, which was quite
The end of
sad.
the street.
Oh, the run where they did like
Where he where he ended the streak. But the very last one they talk about is the one we had with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, which I thought was quite cool because obviously we lost Bray Wyatt a few years ago as well, so it's nice to see him actually being kind of honored in the books. Linda managed to blast through Resident Evil 4
Wow,
on the
nice.
Switch.
We were talking the remake?
yeah,
Not the original GameCube one that was
Oh, wow.
remastered.
the HD remake.
The HD remaster. She done Resident Evil 2, the PlayStation 1 original, and Resident Evil 3. And then she just really wanted to play Resident Evil 4. And I was like, you
I
want
mean,
to
it's
do
a good
this?
time to be had. So.
Like, you don't play Resident Evil games, and this is not like any Resident Evil game you've ever played.
But Linda's played a lot of Tomb Raider, so I think
Yes.
she might
you know
feel
what? I
right
was
at
just
home.
about to say, actually. Yeah.
She got into that. She started to get on top of it. She started to level up all of her weapons. She played it through. She kicked a lot of ass. And then we played it through a second time just so that we could buy the infinite rocket launcher.
Nice,
Which
yeah,
made her
fun run.
Yeah, she was
It's got to be done.
massively happy with that run because, you know, like the regenerators in Resident Evil 4, if you've seen them, they're these fucking monsters that have like little
Very specific weak spots.
Yeah,
Fuck those
specific
things.
leeches. You have to use a thermal scope on your rifle. to
Great
shoot
enemy,
it.
though. I like him.
So her first playthrough, she's having to go around and unlock it to get into the freezer to get the thermal scope to then shoot the monsters. So it was really scary for her. Second playthrough, she's like, "Oh, I've already got the thermal scope, so I don't have to run around and get that. And now I've just bought myself the infinite rocket launcher. So as soon as this regenerator came back the corner, she shot it dead straight. She had the coolest battle against Krauser. Like, she was fighting Krauser and it was getting close. She was running low on health. She just managed to line up the rocket and shoot him in the chest with that one hit. Which
Nice.
fucking killed him.
Beautiful.
That was really good. I started playing.
That's a legit punch the air moment.
Oh man, it was like a fucking. It was like Jaws.
Smile,
Literally,
you son of a bitch.
smile, you son of a bitch. Blam, shot him,
Yeah, I
and
love it.
she was so excited. I blasted through Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, which is
When
a.
did you start playing that last year?
Man, like
No, I bought it last
Right,
year.
that's
as in
right.
the turn-based.
The turn-based Final Fantasy 2004 Lord of the Rings
So
game.
underrated.
Yeah.
Like I said, I bought
So
it
underrated.
either last year or the year before when I bought Conflict Vietnam. I bought it from a shop in our local Barbican
Yeah.
place. And I said to myself, man, I haven't played this in ages and years. I really want to go back and play it. Didn't have time. Played through Conflict Vietnam. So I said to myself this year, I want to watch Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to play this alongside of it. Didn't actually watch Lord of the Rings. Linda watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And on my spare time, I was playing...
You were still leaving the Shire.
I was playing Lord of the Rings.
Grinding, leveling up.
So, well, in my mind...
She's watching the film, you're playing the game, like, spoilers!
Yeah, and I was just like... Yeah, it was like the end bit where fucking Aragorn's at the gate and he's like, for Frodo. And I'm like... At the end of this game, I'm up fighting that eye, so fuck Frodo. I'm the guy doing all this hard work. I fought the giant Balrog. I saved... You know,
That wouldn't have been as good at the end of the film, would it, if Aragorn was like, fuck Frodo? Yeah, they'd have taken away one of the Oscars.
Man,
I think so.
it's been a while. It was so good to watch through the movies again. Like
Because they do intercut the clips from the films in, don't they?
they do, and it further pushes the story that they're actually telling in the game. So you follow Berefor, who is a Gondorian guard who, spoilers, and I mean it's been 20 years, so if you get a chance to play it, he's actually been manipulated by Saruman to go and find the ring because Saruman doesn't believe that fucking Boromir is gonna fall for the ring. So halfway through the game, you realize that actually you're being corrupted, and Gandalf stops you from being corrupted, and you're trying to regain your honor back by getting to Minas Tirith and helping Aragorn.
Yeah.
The final fucking fight sequence.
I love it.
Like,
You're kind of just a step behind the movies.
every
way,
every
all
bit.
the
way, yeah,
It's like I got to Helm's Deep, and just as I went to go help Aragorn, he was running off the deepening wall, and then the wall blew up, so I was down there.
Like when you
take
see
me down.
when you see the Balrog and Gandalf are like on the bridge
Right on
in
the
the background
bridge.
while you're fighting other
You're
stuff.
running along, you're just like, and
Yeah.
that's it. And he's dealing out like 20,000 damage a hit, and I'm dealing out like 5. And I'm like, right, okay, just keep me
So
alive.
as long as we're over there, this is fine. Whatever we're doing here.
Wanted to bring up a movie that I don't think many people have watched at the moment, and I'm fucking loving it. It's Pizza Movie.
It's on my
from
radar.
2026.
I just haven't got to it yet. I almost did, but I chose a shitty shark movie.
You chose a shitty
I chose
shark movie.
poorly.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So Pizza Movie is directed by Brian McElhenney, I think, and Nick Kosher.
McEnany.
McElhenney. Yeah.
Oh, that's
what is it?
okay.
And
Yeah.
it's got Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things.
Watching you hang yourself.
Yeah, with his name. And
Not attempting that.
he and his buddy Sean Giambrone play a pair of college kids who are, they're at the lower bracket of friendship circles and things like that, and they're
They're not
trying to
popular.
boost it. They're not popular. Gaten's character Jack was popular at one point, but something happened. I don't want to spoil it because I really want people to watch it. But they come across these drugs called mints, which are called mind-igniting, neural-tuning simulant drugs. And you take one of these, and you are supposed to have the most relaxing, like lilac clouds, fucking cherubs singing you music kind of high. It is going to be the fucking sweetest fucking drug take you ever took. But you should take it with food. Because if you don't take it with food, you're going to have the worst fucking time of your life. And you go through these 6 phases. Phase 1 is make the baby like it. Phase 2 is no bad words. And if you say bad words while you're in phase 2, your head will explode. And everything resets like Groundhog Day. 3 is flashbacks, where you live in the flashbacks, and at some point the flashbacks start to talk to you, so you're unsure if you're the flashback or they're the flashback. 4, the old switcheroo, where people will spot bodies.
Okay.
5, nothing but the truth, which in one of those strange drug-filled college movies is where the characters will end up telling each other the truth, and you know that's going to lead to some character development because they've obviously been keeping secrets.
Some skeleton's going to come out the closet.
We are all one, or actually when you find out in the movie, it's actually we are all one, and one is the guy from the very first section with the baby and tells you that the baby likes it, so somehow you become one.
Come on with the baby.
And then the 7th phase is your worst nightmare comes to life and shoves a chainsaw up your ass.
That's very
I'm
specific.
pretty sure as a man in my 40s that I've kind of retired my drug.
days. To be honest. I've left that in my 20s. But I'll tell you now, if you said to me, do you want to take this drug? There are 7 phases. But you fucking killed it. No.
No.
There's 7-year-old. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
There's only 7 phases if
I'm
you
like,
don't eat
mate,
it with food.
Yeah, but I'd
You're supposed to eat it with
no,
food,
I'd
and
have
that's
said
why
no
it's
to the
called
mug
pizza
boy
movie.
when you go, there are 3 rules. Like, fucking get out my house. Oh, fucking.
And the premise of the movie is that they've taken the drug, they're going to go through these horrible phases, and they have to go get a pizza. And the pizza is down in the lobby of the building that they're in.
They don't have to go far.
They don't have to go far, but unfortunately, the
They're
drug
stuck in the
effect,
7
the phases, obviously absolutely messed them up. And they also have to try to get to it before the local kind of student body council, I suppose, catches them, because the student body council is trying to get rid of everybody who does drugs and drink. And
You don't
things
know
like that.
LaFours?
Man, I gotta give it to the guy from Stranger Things. Not being a massive fan of Stranger Things, I
Not
was
after that
always
last season.
I was always a bit concerned about how they were all going to go off to do certain films and TV shows. You know,
Oh yeah, like what's next after the?
yeah, you know, like Millie Bobby Brown, she was like thrusting into everything to overcome the 11th
So the
thing.
guy who played Steve was like, yeah, we can't all have a multi-billion-dollar hit on Spotify that come out of nowhere.
So she was already in movies like the Godzilla films and
Yeah,
stuff while
Godzilla.
Stranger Things was going.
Exactly,
She's got a
you
huge
know,
makeup line
the
as
guy
well.
from
Yeah.
Mike,
Kids always
the guy
buying
who
it.
played Mike, he's obviously doing the Ghostbusters movie. So with Gaten, I was just like, hopefully he doesn't just get stuck with a comedy sidekick kind of route, you know, of we only want to put you in films where you're a comedy. But I was saying this to Gary, with Pizza Movie, I was very surprised, and I think it might go along with Stranger Things, is that he's a really great actor to support other actors, thus making all of their characters seem really, really important, thus pushing the story on. So this Pizza Movie, it is your typical teen movie, especially for 2026. It's up there with Harold and Kumar and fucking How High and American Pie, and I'd even go back as far to say as Porky's, where it's just silly teen comedy. That's what it is. But it's this year's teen comedy, and I think with him
We need more
leading it, I think people would just think it's. I thought it was great. I mean, it might have been the beer that I'd had that just made everything even more funny.
It might have been that I was on stage 5 myself.
So I didn't know if it was a
This is really
flashback.
good.
That's it. I started going through flashbacks. I'm like, oh my god! But
Check tomorrow if it was a real film.
But not to spoil anything, but it, like I said, it was the side characters that had me dying. And there's a butterfly in it who is fucking kick-ass. And this little robot pizza delivery thing called Snackatron, who ultimately becomes the hero of the
Hating
movie.
that. Like,
So,
surely I wanna-
Nice.
the final thing as well I want to bring up quickly is the Malcolm in the Middle reboot
Oh, is
that
that
they released.
Come out yet?
It has come out. Linda and I watched all 4 episodes.
Okay. Should have stayed gone.
Well, no, like
a curiosity.
I haven't watched Scrubs reboot
Okay.
because I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah,
of
I didn't
Scrubs.
care either.
So with them rebooting, I was like, I'm not really big. I don't really care. With Malcolm in the Middle, I was really intrigued about what they would do. It's like they run this really fine line of wanting to be kind of cringy, politically incorrect, but also trying not to push the audience away. So it's like some jokes I was sat there like,
It's Disney, right?
yeah, it's well Hulu, yeah, I suppose.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, ew. But then again, they kept the joke going so that I felt by the end of it, I'm like, oh, they get that this is the joke.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah.
So we all grew up with it. So we probably, in a way, relate to Malcolm when he was younger. You know, we didn't like our parents. We hate the world, blah, 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 rebel. Watching this reboot, I kind of associated more with Hal, the dad, as a dad.
Well, I mean,
Getting
yeah,
older,
I was gonna say.
kids and all that kind of stuff, and life being, you know, there's a point where he looks at this because they've had a kid outside of the TV show timeline, so they've got this daughter who's transitioning to be a boy. So they come in, and he's like, "How are you today? Oh, how are they today? Oh, yeah, whatever." And she and the child just like, "Oh, we'll be doing that today." And the mum actually turns around and goes, "Look, he's trying. Just leave it." And I was like, "Yeah, we try." But yeah, that's me.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think I'm in a rush to catch up with Malcolm in the Middle. If I missed episodes when it ran, it was fine. If it was on in the background, it was like, yeah.
Yeah. I think it is one of those, once again, it's just one of those TV shows that worked really well back then and trying to bring it back.
Yeah, I just love the whole Bryan Cranston, like, and you imagine that his character from Malcolm in the Middle went on to Breaking Bad, and then he has that nightmare sequence as a what-if ending where he wakes up.
Yeah, that was funny.
And it's just an oddity to see him go back to that character.
He had a great drug moment where they take him to this place so that he can take a pill of weed to level him. And instead he eats the whole bowl. So he's obviously going on a massive fucking bender. And he starts talking to himself, talking to Perfect Hal. And Perfect Hal sat there, dinner jacket, smart shoes. And he says to other Hal, he says, the only thing that's holding you back is you. And Hal's like, well, I know that, but I love my family. And he goes, and that's the other problem. It's your family holding you back. You have to kill them all. He's like, I'm not killing my family.
And as a dad, you're like, I fucking knew it.
So he ends up fighting and strangling Perfect Hal and then realizing that actually Perfect Hal was inside him the whole time. It's
right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, I didn't watch that. To be honest, I mean, I fucking crazy, like, how long's it been? Like 6 weeks or something?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
It's been nuts because like I had another we had another restructure, so there was more redundancy crap going around that I've had to put up with. Which I'm safe because I'm fucking great at my job.
Yeah,
they replaced humans with AI in your place too.
Oh, it's coming. So and so I had to deal with that. I'm like my parents are like selling their house, or they have sold their house and they're moving in with my sister. So I'm trying to sell out. So I've just had zero time. The only thing I've managed to do really is Resident Evil Requiem, which we'll get to in your catch up, which we'll go.
Yeah.
So that's really it. I did try. I was talking the other day. I tried to play Death Stranding.
You still didn't finish it?
No. Well, I'm finished. I gave it a good like 20 hours maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this isn't good. I get why people do like it in the way that it's very different. If you enjoy, I mean, look, I can't deal with these 20 fucking 30-minute cutscenes anymore when I'm not getting enough action in between.
Yeah, that's it.
So I mean, played it on the handheld. It ran great. There was no other reason. You know what? This just isn't a good game for me, so I'm not going to play.
That's fair.
I mean, I'd done like 5 playthroughs of Resident Evil 9. I was just trying to find something else to do. I actually went back to playing Last of Us again because I was like, screw it, this is fun. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, I mean, obviously, we've been watching the build. We'll talk about WrestleMania later. It's tonight. Starts tonight. We'll talk about that in the questions because we've got some questions on it, so we'll go into that. So, yeah, nothing like really.
But Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, pretty much. I started wearing like some tattoo work today.
Oh, really?
I started my Shining carpet.
Nice.
Just so you know, like tattooing like on the inside of your arm hurts like a motherfucker.
It's either the bone or it's the fleshiest parts, right?
Having your arm like in this position as well, and then just as soon as you start in there, I was just.
Should have got it as a tramp stamp.
Oh mate, I should have got it as a transfer. It would hurt less.
What drawn it on?
Would have taken
much,
less
that's what I
time.
mean, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I caught up with season 4 of the book. I'd watched it, but before season 5 dropped, I thought I don't remember shit about season 4, so I rewatched that actually this week. Did that. We'll talk about Thrash in your gadget as well because I watched that. If you take the H out of Thrash, then you understand my review of that.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 9.
It's been excellent, isn't it? It was everything we wanted
It's the
it to
gift
be.
that keeps on giving.
Exactly.
And I'm so glad that it's done so well because it's huge sales, huge online presence. You can't go anywhere without it. Watching the guys do like speed runs of it, all these different mods that are hilarious. It's really was a top tier game. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it's absolutely
but
top
it really
tier.
delivered.
We talked, didn't we, about a week or so afterwards, and we kind of said it delivered is what we said.
Yeah,
It's like there's a few things that I mean I did 5 playthroughs, which I haven't done on a game for a long time.
I'm currently on my 5th.
This is one of those games where I'm like, I think you should play it on Insanity at its highest setting is how the game works the best.
I'm struggling. I'm currently live streaming my attempts at playing it on Insanity without infinite ammo.
Yeah, that's rough.
It is.
It's really rough to do.
It really, really is.
You really do want to flip that Requiem to just like, man,
It's
Grace would do so
it's the
much
thing
better
is,
if I just click this little option.
So when I found out that when you use the Requiem against the big girl that chases you, she's like, whatever, you're dead now.
Oh, what?
She
On
ignores
Insanity,
it.
she don't give a fuck.
No, she ignores it.
It's crazy.
Yes, it's like, God damn, I saved the
only
ammo
thing
for
that
that.
stops her, what is that last section you fight her, which thank Christ, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to. The
Right.
game would end there. I thought I tanked my second playthrough as well.
Oh.
I thought I fucked it because, obviously when you spoilers by the way, this game that fucking literally everyone has
it's been
played
out
now.
for
so
fucking 3 months.
obviously like when you play it through the first time, you then unlock Leon's. You don't pick weapons up. You just
that's
unlock
right.
the mercenary style
From the get-go, yeah.
case straight away. So I got to the point where he's got to cover Grace and Emily
At the church.
with the sniper rifle.
Yes.
Walked past the case, walked into the thing.
Oh,
Sniper
dear.
rifle was not there. I didn't pick it up.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm like, oh, pants.
You gotta go back to your crate.
Which
But-
says, there's no time for that now. And I'm like,
Yes.
it is exactly the time for it now. Thank you. I need a rifle. I can't do this with a pistol.
Right.
I've got it on Insanity. So also it's like, shit attacks you while you're up there,
Yes,
which I wasn't
as well.
expecting.
Blister
So
heads.
thank goodness I just saved like Grace in the lab just before. I had to
Nice.
go back to that save.
Yeah.
Because obviously the only thing I had was an autosave, but
Yeah.
when you go on the autosave, it starts you in the room, and I was like, oh god, if I just killed like a 2-hour
Yeah.
worth of
Progress.
playthrough on Insanity,
Yeah.
reloaded it, went through, I was like, thank you, Jesus. It was like, not only buy the sniper rifle and upgrade the living shit out of it. Just like,
Yeah.
but
the game it gave it
Ooh,
is
so
the
good.
first one since Resident Evil 6 to come back to main protagonist playable character from the mainline series of games. So like 7 and 8 they tied into the Resident Evil lore, but they were the
Separate,
Winter's
yeah.
story. They introduced the connections, which is still relevant and they're still
Yep.
there as villains in 9.
those
so-
are your protagonists going forward, because this
Exactly,
is
yes.
this is the Requiem it's the swan song of Umbrella.
Yes.
That's what this game does, is it ends Umbrella. Obviously you either liked or you hated the whole Spencer redemption angle,
I
which
hated.
isn't quite, I
But-
didn't find it as egregious as a lot of people did, because I was like, no, it's kind of like the fact even that he thinks he can make up for anything is kind of the most arrogant shit you've ever heard, which plays right into Spencer's wheelhouse. So,
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it's. I will say that I think now the Resident Evil remakes are their own timeline, because at the moment we've not really seen this Spencer in any other remake Resident Evil game. This is his first appearance in the remake of series of
I mean,
games. So
I don't know if it's confirmed. Obviously, it's heavily teased that he's a clone of Wesker. Because
yes,
he's called in
Team
imitation,
Wesker.
isn't he?
In
Team
imitation,
Wesker is the best way to put it,
yeah.
I mean, kind of like, oh, we don't get to fight him? What the fuck? Like,
I think there's probably going to be more of him. Obviously,
I'm pretty sure it's his head that they picked up at the end.
maybe, yeah.
know-
It was the fact that the voice actor for that character, I think, is also the same one that voiced Wesker in Resident Evil 4
in the remake.
Yes,
It
yeah.
was, absolutely.
So, but yeah, so I like
So
that
many fucking cool
even though
Easter
they're
eggs.
kind of done with the T-virus, G-virus, Umbrella stuff, I like that that you see that Spencer was working with memory transfer or genes that have the memories within them. So still trying to find immortality that way, and also within the clones. So it's like, I know the Resident Evil movies went into the freaking clone thing and were terrible for it, but at least it opened
skirted a
up some
decent
other
line.
weird stuff or other avenues to explore in the later Resident Evil games. Because I don't know when they actually intend to ever end the story, because there's always going to be biohazards, even though, depending on your ending, what biohazards and what would the new threats be?
Yeah, I mean, they confirmed, didn't they, that the good ending is the canon ending.
Yes.
Obviously, which is like, well, okay, because obviously
The other one is pretty brutal.
There's so much. Yeah, well, it was a friend of I lent it to let Ethan play it. I lent it to a friend of mine's kids so we could. And I was like, how'd you get? And he's like, yeah, good. He's like, oh, but I destroyed Elpis, so I thought that was the way to go forward. So I'm gonna have to do another playthrough. And I was like, dude, you didn't even get to fight the last boss.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Did you not think it weird that you didn't fight what's his name? Like Sam Fisher's ugly dad. Like you should have noticed that. But
Gideon
yeah,
is-
I like I love all the stuff that everyone's done afterwards, the research, and it's like look at the way like Leon, he was all crunched over and like because of the virus, and now he's upright and he's like, I feel better than I have in years. And they're like, oh my god, is he immortal now? Like, it's so
that
funny.
sequence where the Requiem is spinning in his hand,
Oh,
as
when
the
he just
Nemesis is
comes up,
exploding. It's
like with his dick out, just pulls it because he's been obviously holding it 2 hands all game, and then when he's feeling better, he's just and the fucking horse you rode in on, cacao.
The animations are beautiful. The gore
Voice
is
acting is
outstanding.
stunning.
The act, it's
Grace
the best
is-
acting I've seen in any Resident Evil game, hands down. It's makes you care.
Grace is
Yeah.
Grace is the good version of the chick from Longlegs.
Right.
So I got really annoyed in Longlegs when she's got 2 modes. It's either zero emotion or her just all the fucking way through, and it drove me nuts. The little subtleties to Grace's voice acting is stellar all the way through. You know, leave her a little bit and she'll shake. You know, it's like the fact that you can the upgrades for her to stop her shaking so much, which is just like perfect.
Switching
the fact that
between
she can
first
make
and
bullets
third.
out of blood is fucked up. But who
It
cares?
is
I'll
weird.
go with it. I'll go with it. Do you know what I loved on you finished it on Insanity, right?
No, I'm still
Not
working
at all.
through it. I am
I don't wanna
about to
spoil
get to the
something for you
RPD
then.
station. That's how
Oh,
far I am on
okay, then
Insanity.
it's not. So you've done the bit where the bulldozer comes through the thing on
Yes.
set.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I died.
It's the fact that Grace said what I said.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, this zombie
the
comes through a
fuck?
bulldozer and you shoot him
Yeah.
and it dies, and the bulldozer eventually
Crashes,
stops.
yeah.
When you do it on Insane, you shoot him, it dies, and it doesn't stop. And I, as Grace says it in the game, it's such a good troll by Capcom. I literally went, "Why the fuck is it stopping?" And that's
Yeah,
what
it's what
she
she
said.
says.
And I'm like,
Yes.
"Yes, Grace, what the fuck are
It
you doing,
is.
bitch?"
It's amazing how many times the game catches you where the character says exactly what you're thinking to say.
My first
But yeah, it was a
playthrough,
great gory death.
because I couldn't stop playing it, and I'd had a couple of drinks. I was like, "Oh no, come on, let's check it on." And I was in the RPD with Leon, and I'm just kind of, even though I'd had a few drinks, I was like, "Oh man, I'm just kind of walking around like it's nostalgia baiting."
Yeah.
And then up pops Tofu, and I was like,
Yes!
"Oh, what the fuck?"
Oh.
Oh. I was like, "That was weird." Did that?
I
The next one, I was
love
like, "Did
those
that
Easter
actually
eggs.
happen?"
Yes, it's the fact that you can also go back and find the book in Wesker's desk. You know, you search for the
You
old
wait and
photo.
it pops out eventually,
which
doesn't
gives
it?
you a
Yeah.
reference that it's now been returned back to the library. So you go back to the
Yeah.
library and open up, and there you go, boom, Rebecca Chambers' picture again. It's like great, and also the Barry Burton Easter egg hunt that he left for his girls.
Yep.
Where you go and find the
great.
box full of Sega Saturns and copies of Resident Evil 1.
I could absolutely do without ever having to go through the orphanage section ever again.
Yeah, it's a great
that was the
horror
one part
moment.
that made me. The first time I played it was great.
Yes.
The other 4 playthroughs was the only time I sort of went on for. I was like, "How do you speed run this?"
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
sped
There-
run
There's
it.
mods
Sped
on
ran it.
PC now that
I did it
removes
fast.
that section of the game. And there's also,
That's
for
right.
speedrunners, there's also a bracket that is also with that section removed from the game, so no one has to watch it again.
It's kind of like, if you've played the game, I think
You
that-
should be able to skip
I
the whole
think
sequence.
It kills the momentum a little bit. Also, this is the interesting thing is like, it's that section and the very first section. I'm like, where's all this fucking supernatural shit? 'Cause, like when she first goes into the hotel, and as you're about to move up and meet Gideon, like doors slam behind you.
Yeah,
It,
lightning,
like, cuts to it
lightning
and, like,
silhouette movements, and he's gone.
and
Like,
then it's like it literally cuts to a scene of like the bathroom door closing on itself,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, that's a bit spooky. Why is that? And the toy car that goes down the hill, and
Yes,
you're like,
yeah.
well, why did that do that?
Yeah.
Other than to give you a light on the way down.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird that
I'm
you
not in
made
House
it as kind
Beneviento
of,
anymore,
Exactly,
so what's
it
going
kind
on?
of made it a little bit
Yeah.
supernatural. So I was like, that doesn't really fit.
I
But
agree,
Again, minor
yeah.
complaints.
yeah. Overall, solid
Probably,
action
probably
game.
of the year for me so far. I've not played a couple of new.
Yeah.
It was better than Death Stranding.
Oh, no.
By a fucking mile. But
Yeah.
I'm super fucking excited for. I don't think we've got 100% concrete. Oh no, they did do a roadmap, didn't they? Because obviously we've got DLC coming.
Yes, that's right.
And they did say 10. Obviously, they sort of confirmed 10, but they confirmed the remake of 5.
Not yet, no. It's
one?
only leaks right now of Resident Evil Code Veronica and Resident Evil 5.
That's it.
The last
I can't
leak that
remember.
came out said that
Because
Resident
the
Evil
director
1
did
remake.
that roadmap thing, didn't
Yeah,
he? Because everyone
yeah.
was like, "Oh, he's married to Ava."
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, Resident Evil 1 is not rumored to be remade now until after Resident Evil 10. So,
See, I still maintain. I think we said this on the last podcast. I still maintain that I think you need to remake 1 to give this generation a better.
to set up Chris Wesker and Veronica, then
Yeah.
remake 5. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I just think now that, like, I mean, unless they're kind of going to take it in the direction of like your Wesker is going to be. Help me out.
Timu Wesker. What's
All
his
right,
name?
Xeno.
That's going to be your new Wesker, maybe. Same
Yeah.
voice. Maybe they just take it off in like this is going to be your new big bad. For
Or
this
maybe they're
generation.
teasing that Wesker's still alive. I don't know if you know, but it was the 30-year
Is
anniversary
he-
of Resident
Is he
Evil.
It
one
was
of the? Is
recently,
he
wasn't
Is he
one
one
of
of
the
the
Wesker
connections?
children's? Maybe.
Yeah.
But
Now, it's not something I've listed to talk about. But I do get excited. I don't highly recommend it unless you are a die-hard Resident Evil fan. But the original actors, the original live-action actors of Resident Evil 1, the actor who played Chris, Barry,
They did a
Wesker,
short, didn't they?
they got Rebecca Chambers. They also got the actress that played Sheva from Resident Evil 5 and the actress that played Claire in Resident Evil 2, all in live-action form in this film. And they resurrect Wesker out of the volcano. I was like,
That's canon.
They did
That's
it!
canon.
They did it! It's a fan-made film. It is highly like rough around the edges, some ropey special effects and pacing and lighting and
Just like the
blocking
first
and
one.
all of that. But still, it's a hell of a lot better than the other Resident Evil crap that's out there because it's got those original faces. I mean, the guy who played Barry in that original game went on to become a head teacher and then retired. And now he's like, in my retirement, I found out that I was Barry Burton and I'm semi-famous.
Yeah.
And now I'm here working on a film playing this character I played 30 years ago. He's having the time of his life. So I was like, that's great. That's
Man,
awesome.
don't you think, I think 9 had my favorite. I think 9 might have my new favorite zombies in as well now.
Absolutely.
The zombies from start to finish.
It was the
base
fact
of it
that
was just so good.
there were so many unique individual zombies that all have
so good.
personality.
And they did manage to like keep that going in the later sections. It would be very easy to be just nothing
have-
but shamblers, but you did have a good enough. When they introduced the zombified BSAA agents, I was like, wow, the fucking game's just changed again.
Yeah.
Because like the fact that it moves from that great first person, real intense horror to like kind of like
Back
you can
to
play
Resident
mercenaries.
Evil.
You can play mercenaries.
Yeah.
You know, I love the comparisons where you have like, you know, Grace like obviously being absolutely petrified and doing everything, and then just everyone is just like superimposed John Wick over Leon. He just comes in, he's like, I'm just gonna kick the fuck out of this entire area.
The monsters are running away from Leon.
I did a playthrough where I kind of purposely I got Grace to just. I'm not killing a single zombie.
Yeah,
and
this is
then just get
awful,
Leon
yeah.
to get in there and be like, right,
It's time to clean up. More points for Leon.
I've got an infinite rocket launcher. What are you all doing today? Just fucking maiming it.
The same can they? Oh, actually, you do go back with Grace. Then you can go scoop up all the blood.
Yes, you can. Yeah. The singers, they were amazing.
Yeah.
The two singers. Oh,
The big chef
fucking
guy walking around. Yeah.
chef's kiss indeed. Yeah.
And I mean, I always say it, but if you're a helicopter in Resident Evil game,
You're gonna die.
about 5
So as soon as I
seconds.
threw it, I was like, this ain't gonna end well.
Yeah.
That section was a little bit. The woman turns up with an injured child, and
Yeah.
the dude's like, "Go get my keys."
Yeah.
And she's like, "All right, I'll leave the kid with you." I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You got no parental instinct."
The next thing I want to talk about is a film that quite potentially is going to be my film of the year. There's still some interesting films coming out, but currently Project Hail Mary was a film that I was looking forward
this
to
looks
because I'm familiar with Andy Weir's previous book, The Martian, and the film. But Project Hail Mary stars Ryan Gosling, and he is a science teacher who wakes up alone on a spaceship. And as his memory returns, he uncovers a mission that he's on to stop a mysterious substance from killing Earth's sun, and that an unexpected friendship may be the key to solving this mystery. It's over 2 hours long, so the two people I watched it with said that they felt that running time, and they could have shortened the pacing down. But if you're like me with The Martian, you're like, they cut out too much from the book. I want to see more scenes. I just feel like this was a feel-good, well-shot, well-acted film with puppets and real effects, as CGI, of course. But it's a really good story with a really good character, and Ryan Gosling holds your attention on screen the entire time. And that's because, well, he has an adorable friend with him. And that friendship, as it grows, as they try to science the shit out of saving the universe, you're there with them the whole time. And so when things fail, you feel it. But that was it. I wasn't expecting to feel too much watching this film, but it gave me that pure escapism. And for the whole 2 hour plus, I was in another world watching them try to save the world. It was great.
I've definitely come around now to being a fan of Rock.
I never
Yeah, me
watched.
too.
Fall Guy was one.
Yes,
Stupid.
I agree.
Really enjoyed that.
Really stupid.
What's the one that he did with Russell Crowe? Something else, guys. Good guys or something. Wasn't
yeah.
it?
Nice Guys.
Nice Guys. Thank you. Yeah, great in that. I was like, do you know what? Okay. Either I judged him too hard or I just didn't like his earlier performances. But now I'm like, yeah, I'll watch.
Well, I think it was
I'll
kind
watch
of.
Ryan Gosling.
I still haven't watched
where
Barbie,
it's
but
like,
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling just had that face where I was
He's
just
kind
like,
of funny in it though.
he needs to be a good actor. I need to see him in good roles to make me go, yes, I think he's a good actor. And for me, the turning point, even though he'd done a few before, was Blade Runner 2049. And I was just like, all right, this is going to be a real big test for you because, the first one's so good and it's left a lasting impression for 40 plus years.
It's a heavy movie to carry.
This movie, yeah, it's a heavy movie for Denis Villeneuve to fucking do himself, and then for Ryan Gosling to carry on his shoulders. I got all the way through Blade Runner 2049. I was like, my God, that was absolutely amazing. And it wasn't until my third watch of it that I realized that it was him carrying the entire movie and the plot and the narrative and the idea of the replicants and all that kind of stuff.
Jared Leto that got you?
No. It wasn't even
Dare
Harrison
you
Ford.
talk that like kind of shit about
The
a cult
Harrison-
leader?
The Harrison Ford stuff and the Jared Leto stuff kind of just felt like that was shoehorned in
Scott Knight,
to keep the attachment to Blade Runner 1, where Ryan Gosling kept this whole is he a replicant, is he human idea all the way through. That when there's that moment where he realizes that actually he's not the guy, and he quietly screams in that room because he fails his test. And I'm like, I remember sitting there going, oh my God, Ryan Gosling has got emotions. This is really good. So I went back and I watched.
That is nice when you go like an actor that you say don't
Have you
think
never-
anything of.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
for the longest
you
time.
have that moment that you're like, oh shit.
Have
he's
you
got
never seen
shots.
Drive?
Yeah. Yes.
No,
You've never
I've
seen
not.
Drive?
I know the movie.
Man.
I've seen clips and stuff, but I've never actually watched it.
Drive.
He barely says a word. I don't think does he say a single word.
He says some words, but what is interesting about Drive is that before John Wick, you had Ryan Gosling going around doing Drive.
Right.
And he was going around kicking people's asses. Beyond the Pines as well.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant.
I don't know about that one.
It was very much in the same kind of shadow as Drive.
Yeah.
But Ryan Gosling, once again. For me, La La Land was absolutely amazing. I only went and watched Barbie because obviously the rest of the family go and watch it. I was like, all right, if I'm going to judge this movie, if we're going to fucking rip this movie for the next 6 months, I need to be able to
I
understand
can't say
it.
you didn't commit to that
I
movie, dude.
fucking
Yeah,
love
he was-
Barbie
he was
because I'm
funny,
like,
dude.
he was funny all the way through it. So with Project
Do you
Hail
know what I said?
Mary,
Especially Jessica was watching it the other day because I bought it for Christmas on I bought it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
cake. She liked it, and it was one of those where she was watching it. I was like, I'm gonna go into another room and do anything but rewatch Barbie. But he does the solo I'm Just Ken song as I was walking in the front room. I was like,
I just get sit and watch it.
it's fucking funny. Like,
That's it. When I saw the trailer and the poster for Project Hail Mary, I'm like, all right, it's got Gosling in it. It's gonna be good. And then that's all I'm hearing from people is, oh yeah, I watched Project Hail Mary. The Rock. It's like, so what you're telling me is Ryan Gosling is such a good actor that he makes you believe he has grown attached and emotionally attached to an imaginary, not really there, puppet for this movie. That's how good Ryan Gosling is. He's going to make you care for that puppet.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to brush over the next two real quick because The Boy Season 5,
2 seconds. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah.
for spoiler reasons, the first 3 episodes are out now, and I heard a lot of people complaining about Season 4 being less than stellar and a big drop in quality compared to the first 3 seasons.
Right.
And it was only when I did a rewatch of all 4 seasons over the last 2 years that I also agreed on the second watch of Season 4. I felt its biggest weaknesses and that it was a struggle to get through because it felt like it was meandering. Season 5, they were like, bang, we know this is the final season. We've only got 8 episodes. There is no more room for filler. So, boom, boom, boom. The show is going in one direction, has been since Season 4, and then it will start to make swerves because characters start to become desperate or get reckless. And
That's
it's
the thing, isn't it? It's like learn from the mistakes of Stranger Things, where it's like don't leave
Yeah.
characters behind,
Yeah.
wrap stuff up.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have 8 episodes and you're gonna pull an arc out, then in between it, kill that thing.
Yeah.
And this thing, resolve that thing.
I will say Eric Kripke has sent some alarms out through 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 the internet by saying he hopes that they've stuck the landing, and it's the one thing he knows he'll be crucified for, because if the ending doesn't work, it tarnishes the entire 5 seasons that have come before it. So
I think that's just him being realistic about the fact he knows he's going to catch heat.
That's true. But
and I think they said early on that they weren't going to end it in the same way as comics.
They already
made
are.
that clear.
Yeah.
I mean, just from watching it, you know it. But I mean, just for
let's be honest. The audience is going to be your biggest judge. They're going to lambast you over the internet, regardless of what it is that you try to do, even in your own way, because they want certain things their own way.
Oh yeah, you're going to get some hate.
But as we saw with Game of Thrones, and once again, I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones fan. Game of Thrones, the last season was supposedly bad, but
you're undershooting.
Well, I didn't
one.
watch it. But at the same time, I'm trying to be nice because I know of fans like Gary and other people who are happy to watch all those 1 to season 7 before.
Yeah, 1 to 4. And then,
Well, no, I meant of Game of Thrones. So you can
you can watch 1 to 4 and then 5, 6, and 7. You're going off the cliff.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Well, then with the boys, even if they mess up the ending of the last 3 or 4 episodes of season 5, you still got seasons 1 to 4 that you'll really thoroughly enjoy and really like to relive.
Some shows' endings can tarnish the whole show so that you'll never want to even rewatch.
Some of them
because you know how it's
some of them
do.
ends. But at the same time, as a TV fan, I always will see people who go, "Oh yeah, I'll never go back and watch it," and they do. They always do, regardless of how bad that last episode was.
Time heals all wounds.
It does.
It does eventually.
It's crazy.
Alien 3.
Yeah. People will just go back. But the boys, I've not watched the boys either. But I am very impressed with that they've managed to get as far as they did with such a controversial comic book.
Yeah, well, they did Preacher before this.
With Preacher as well. With the fact that TV shows can live or die by the sword so easily. That they managed to get to this stage.
Well, Amazon also don't want the boys to end. It's Eric Kripke going, no, it's time to end it now.
Of course they're going to be doing a film.
No, they're doing spin-offs.
No TV.
Because you've got Gen Z, haven't you?
You've got Gen Z. They've also got one going on in Brazil.
That
was in one-off.
That was funny.
No,
I like that.
But I think there's a Soldier Boy and a Stormfront thing being developed.
No TV network wants to drop their great big TV
hitters.
show.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
But what the TV network doesn't realize is the audience will just get tired. They always do. Doesn't matter how many.
I don't know, man. Walking Dead's still going. Well, it is.
But barely. Season.
I don't know. You can say barely when it's got multiple.
It's got 2 shows running still.
Because Walking Dead almost didn't survive past season 2. Fear the Walking Dead almost didn't survive past season 2. Though it was touch and go when they were bringing out the Daryl Dixon and the fucking City of the Dead Negan TV show. Yeah. They are just getting it through because their hardcore fans are still sitting there going, "Hey, we're here for it all," and that's what keeps your TV show going. Is your hardcore fans.
I mean, if people aren't watching, it will
go away.
You won't see it. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck me. The way Netflix do stuff is sometimes. Like, even if people are watching it, but they're not watching it fast enough.
It goes away.
You know what I mean? It goes away. It's like, that's what happened with Sandman, wasn't it? They're like, if people didn't binge watch it, it's like, they're long. There's shit to do.
It wasn't a binge-worthy show. I'd like to take breaks between episodes of that one. So, Boys Season 5, so far 3 episodes in. I'm really, really enjoying it. Step up from Season 4. Invincible Season 4. There's been about 7 episodes so far. I'm about halfway through Season 4. And it's absolutely outstanding. It is really good. If no superhero fatigue here. They're doing interesting things with some great characters. Really enjoying the way that it's escalated and how some of the story arcs are coming together. Because it feels like the show is getting towards its grand finale now. Invincible, still really outstanding show. And the last thing I want to talk about, it's made the news because I have to talk about shitty shark movies. And as you can tell from the trashing and the finger giving, it was absolutely dreadful. Andy, I believe you also suffered Trash, which is about a Category 5 hurricane that decimates a coastal town. And after the storm surge breaks, the town is submerged underwater and they are being attacked by hungry sharks because a meat packing factory got flooded and the blood got in the water, and so the sharks came.
I saw that in the trailer. I was like,
I think
no.
I think I said this off the podcast, but that week
if I watch this on the Friday with Donna, I think during the week we were sat in bed, TV on in the bedroom. She was like, "Do you want to watch a movie?" I'm like, "Put whatever you want on." I have a rule where I'm like, if I say that, I don't want to be the asshole that when she says something, be like, "And I want to watch that." First thing she says, I'm like, "Yep, for better or worse." And she put fucking Meg 2 on, and I sat through Meg 2 for the first time, and I can't believe that was the best shark film I watched that week.
And Meg 2 is shit.
It is.
Meg 2 is
But it
like
is.
Jaws 4 shit.
Yeah.
But trash.
Dude, I will watch
It's like
Under
trash.
Paris before I watch Thrash again.
Under
That's how
Paris,
bad
Under
Thrash
Paris
is.
is pretty fucking good.
Compared to
Yes, Thrash
it's
was-
Jaws.
Yeah.
Abysmally bad.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Crawl from 2019. But
Didn't you
this
like
was
Crawl?
I liked Crawl. Yeah,
Right.
Crawl was great.
No, but do you know what?
Oh, the
It
trap
when I
town
when I
people.
watched the trailer, that's immediately what I thought of,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm down with this." And it could have been it could have been good.
It was on Netflix.
If they'd have just made it good, but they made it bad on purpose as a
I keep
joke.
telling you guys,
What the fuck?
whenever it says only on Netflix, it's not a reason to watch it. Under Paris was only on Netflix, and it's shit. So Thrash came out.
But it was entertaining. Thrash wasn't even that.
You know what Netflix are really good at? Their own trailers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
So I was
that's
like,
it.
"Oh, this is pretty good." Granted, obviously, I'm the kind of asshole. So it just got sharks in it and it's in color. Cool.
Right.
I fucking watch
We're
it.
talking the same
Ooh.
fucking streaming network that thought Fall was really, really good. And Fall
watched it.
was really, really shit.
Were there
Mate, you
sharks
wa-
in it?
No.
Could there be?
No.
Sharks in the Clouds?
I'm just pretending. I'm pretending to be a
Cloud
network
sharks.
executive for networks for the sequel. Like, are there sharks in it? No.
Yeah, I
Could we
haven't
do
seen
it?
it.
You know what
I
you
haven't
should-
seen Cloud Sharks yet. I've seen sharks in space, but not in
Do you know what you
clouds.
should do for the next podcast? This is what I want you to start doing for the next podcast. Is I want you to find like stuff like Thrash, or Fall, or something that you know that Donna will really just watch, and you'll fall asleep to, and give her a notepad and go, "Honey, watch this," and give me the notes. So when I go on the next podcast, I can go, "And this is what my wife thought of." Because you keep watching crap. Don't watch it.
Well, mate, you don't know until you watch it, do you? Do you know what I mean? This is the
Gotta give it a
problem.
go.
You
How
gotta
will
give
you
things
know?
a go.
Because
Have a
it's
go.
on
Netflix.
Because it's on Netflix.
Well, I mean, WrestleMania's on Netflix. I'm gonna watch it.
It's not. WrestleMania's on Netflix, and we know full well it is not going to be as good as WrestleMania 15.
No.
I mean, 2015 is kind of a one. Is that Michaels and
Oh, is that Michael's versus?
yeah, it's kind of a.
Which one was
no,
Austin?
15 was Austin Rock.
Yeah,
for the
Austin
first time,
Ross.
right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Give
thinking.
me another
yeah,
match
Austin
from that card.
Ross. Triple H.
There was I think there was a ladder match. Anyway, Thrash is shit.
Yeah. So, well, let's move on to some
Let's
news,
move on to
shall we?
something else, yeah.
Well, the Grim Reaper has been about, and most of these news stories are film sequel news.
This is still going to be more fun to talk about than Thrash.
Yeah.
Over it. Yes. I'm sorry to report, but Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86. The family described his death as sudden, and they asked to keep the circumstances private. In a statement made by the family, they said, "To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength."
Wasn't he also a massive racist?
Not
The
that I'm
world.
aware of.
Oh, wow. Heard some things, yeah.
Just because he was in Texas Ranger doesn't mean.
Yeah.
To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father, and a grandfather, and an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. He lived his life with faith, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to the people he loved. Through his work, discipline, and kindness, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives. Chuck had a breakout role in Bruce Lee's The Way of the Dragon back in 1972.
I love that fight scene. It's
Yes.
absolutely
It
massive
is great.
pieces.
Chest
Oh,
there and just
fucking-
rips it off.
Yeah.
And from there, he would go on to showcase his mastery of martial arts, a black belt in karate, taekwondo, tang sudo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and judo. In the 70s and 80s, Chuck chopped and kicked his way through many films, including Lone Wolf McQuade, Missing in Action, The Odegon, and The Delta Force, before becoming
Delta
Walker,
Force.
Texas Ranger for nearly
Love Missing in Action.
200
Both are
episodes.
Great.
Chuck was also one of the first and most lasting memes since the dawn of the internet. A meme before there was even a term for it. And since then, Chuck has appeared in cameos in films such as Dodgeball and The Expendables with Sylvester Stallone.
Thumb up.
Stallone paid tribute by saying, "I had a great time working with Chuck. He was all American in every way. Great man, and my condolences to his wonderful family." While Dolph Lundgren posted, "Chuck Norris is the champ." Ever since I was a young martial artist and later getting into movies, I always looked up to him as a role model, someone who had the respect, humility, and strength that it takes to be a man. We will miss you, my friend.
He's a man, such a man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger also wrote, I am grateful that I was able to work with him in multiple ways over the years, from promoting fitness to sharing the screen together. He was a badass in real life and in Hollywood. His legend will be with us forever. My thoughts are with his family.
I've legit got a fucking book at home of Chuck Norris.
Really?
Yeah, they're amazing. Like, Jesus can walk on water and Chuck Norris can swim through land. Oh my god, it was
great.
It's so, isn't in the chat was saying the absolute avalanche of Chuck Norris jokes that hit the internet. Like, were amazing.
Insane, yeah. I mean, Chuck Norris was aware he cracked his own Chuck Norris jokes.
100%. He did it in Expendables, man. He was such a pop culture icon when there
Yeah.
weren't that many. You got to understand. Like I said, I think that was the first time I ever saw him in anything. Was probably The Way of the Dragon, actually, because that fight scene between them is legendary. Completely holds up now. If you watch it, it's so fucking cool. And then then like seeing him in Delta Force, Missing Action 2 is one of my
Delta Force is very bad.
He's like the classic, just ass kicker, and he was legit.
Yeah.
He was legit. As a karate champion, obviously sparred with greats back in the day.
I saw a great interview with him where somebody was just like, when you think of other actors who do martial arts, what do you think of them? And he's like, oh yeah, I know.
Oh, and they asked him about Steven Seagal.
Yeah, and they asked him about Steven Seagal. He's like, yeah, no. Steven Seagal is not a fighter.
Just off topic slightly, but on that, did you guys ever watch? It came out last year. It's called Bad Thoughts, and it's a Netflix series, but it's the comedian Tom Segura,
Right.
and it's him doing these skits and stuff.
Right, okay.
It's
I think I watched
gross,
one episode.
But there's one where he pretends to be Steven Seagal making a movie. He's enormous. He's on
Sat
a rascal.
down all the time.
Sat down fighting all the time with sticks, and the guy's like 10 feet from him. It is incredibly funny.
I need to. I think I've seen those
they're
clips
talking,
though.
because he's like filming a film in like Chechnya or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they're talking to a co-host on the set, and you just see the craft service table down. So he runs up, bumps into it, and he's reaching.
Will anybody care when Steven Seagal
it's
goes?
time
When I think about Steven Seagal, that's all I can think of. Where he's like,
It makes me cringe because I used to enjoy watching his movies too.
you see the videos of like when people put up videos of him running,
Yeah.
and he's got this weird Phoebe Buffet run, and apparently some fucking guy come up to him and was like, "If you want a tip in the business, never be caught on camera running ever again."
I don't think Seagal's also taken that black trench coat off in nearly 30 years.
The thing
Oh
was,
my god, honestly.
a few weeks ago when I was
Sorry, I'm talking.
a few weeks ago when I went to see our friend Tom, and I was talking to him about what he'd been up to, and friend Tom had said, "Oh yeah, I've just been watching Steven Seagal movies," and I went, "Really?" And it turned out that he bought a box set, like 10 Steven Seagal
He had to
movies.
pay.
Yeah, they were in, and they were in one. They were like,
And,
"Get this
yeah,
fucking
and
shit
I
out
was
of
just
here."
like, "So what? You watched Under Siege?" He went, "Yeah."
Great.
And
That's-
Under Siege 2. And then he started listing them off. And I'm like,
Hard to kill.
and how were they?
Nico.
And how good were they? He was like, well, they're all brilliant. And the moment he went, they were all brilliant. I knew I just could not have a serious
You
conversation
just slapped him
for
like.
the rest of the night.
You know what's funny though is like you have got to see the
I have
the
100 more questions for this person.
the more recent
Probe
movies
that
that
mind.
he's made when you watch the trailers of them, where they are like, they're all made in Russia with like a
Yeah.
budget of fuck all, and they're mate, they're dreadful. Anyway, sorry to move away from Chuck, but you're right. He does a great takedown of him in that interview. And I love watching people shit talk Steven Seagal.
Steven
It's
Seagal,
like I get
yes.
how it is so
Chuck
fucking
Norris.
funny.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going to bring everyone back down again.
Yeah, down again.
Yeah.
Nicholas Brendan has passed away at the age of 54.
This is a fucking dick kick.
Yeah, Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander Harris on Buffy the Vampire Slayer across all 7 seasons in 144 episodes. We are heartbroken to share the passing of our brother and son, Nicholas Brendan. This is their family speaking. He passed in his sleep of natural causes. Most people know Nicky for his work as an actor and for the characters he brought to life over the years. In recent years, Nicky found his passion in painting and in art. Nicky loved to share his enthusiastic talent with his family, friends, and fans. He was passionate, sensitive, and endlessly driven to create. Those who truly knew him understood that his art was one of the purest reflections of who he was. While it's no secret that Nicholas had struggles in the past, he was on medications and treatment to manage his diagnosis, and he was optimistic about the future at the time of his passing. Our family asks for privacy during this time as we grieve this loss and celebrate the life of a man who lived with intensity, imagination, and heart. Thank you to everyone who has shown love and support. And of course, the cast of Buffy left emotional tributes for the actor, with Sarah Michelle Gellar saying, "I saw you, Nikki. I know you are at peace in that big rocking chair in the sky." With Alison Hannigan also saying, "My sweet Nikki, thank you for the years of laughter, love, and Dodgers. I will think of you every time I see a rocking chair. I love you. Rest in peace." Even David Boreanaz, who there was always rumors of Nicholas Brendan and David Boreanaz having a falling out during the first 2 seasons of Buffy. He said, David Boreanaz said, "Some people leave a mark without trying. Rest easy, brother." And of course, Emma Caulfield and the rest of the cast also had some very, very sweet words to share about Nicholas Brendan. It was only last year we were talking about Michelle Trachtenberg. I'm just like, it breaks my heart when you think of the scene with Xander and Dawn with the ice cream, and the flirting and just so sad. They were so young,
and he was like, he had a similar. This might be a bit parallel, but like a Matthew Perry thing where he had like the success, and obviously he did have some problems. I know he had problems with like alcohol and stuff, but I felt really bad for him because he had a real character assassination. Like he was on a couple of shows in the US where they kind of pulled him on to talk about it, and he was there to talk openly about it, and they kind of like, "Oh, we've got blood tests to show you were drinking last night and you're supposed to be sober," and he walked off the show, and obviously that doesn't help. So he was a guy that obviously had some shit.
He got violent, he got angry, he had a fall from grace. The character of Xander had been pulled apart by analysts and theorists and essayists explaining that Xander is one of the worst male characters ever put to television, and all of the reasons why, and the fact that he was also Joss Whedon's stand-in for himself, his surrogate in it. So it reflects also on Joss, which is why that all of those theorists.
But it's also really interesting. Like Andy said, like I thought about this when Matthew Perry passed away as well. That the two of these guys were like, they were the comedy element of their TV show, and they're surrounded by these other good-looking, kind of sexualized characters who are getting all these big breaks.
Yes, I mean, Alison Hannigan, Sarah Michelle Gellar, David Boreanaz were all doing film and TV roles.
And the same with Friends as well, with Courtney Cox and fucking, not Rachel Green, fucking
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, their characterizations as well. So you got these two male characters who aren't really sexualized like that.
On the surface, they're the comic relief, aren't they?
Yeah,
like,
they're the comic
it's very basic level,
and they can be changed at any point. And I also remember, I think it was like season 2 of Buffy, like, and I'm going back at time where it was questioning sometimes towards Nicholas Brendan as well, like if his character was gay, and if that reflected on him as well, because they were always trying to get, they were trying to get Xander into these relationships with Willow and with Cordelia, and then the fucking Inca mummy girl, and Anya, and then
almost sleeps with the is it the praying mantis?
The praying mantis lady, and secretly we knew from season 1 that he always pined after Buffy anyway, all the way up to season 7.
Just a horny male teenager,
and that was it. That's who we relate to, but. Nicholas Brendan is getting this completely thrust upon him. He's being forced out into the spotlight. Unfortunately, back then as well, late 90s, people did turn to drink and drugs to be able to help them sleep or overcome anxiety and things like that.
And then it becomes a dependency.
And then it becomes a dependency because they aren't being, moderated. Even their co-stars are like letting them just go off and, they go off and have
drink. It must be hard when you're that young, man, to get that kind of exposure as well. So, it's pretty crazy.
What I thought was quite interesting is that supposedly the night before he passed away, Nicholas Brendan had gone on to a video and he was bad-mouthing some of the cast. And then when he had passed away, they come back and they're like, no, we still care for you. And it's just like, yes, because there was a point in your life.
It's a warts and all thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. So, it's still gone too soon.
Sorry, just on a tangent, I actually watched the episode Bewitched, Bewildered and Bothered where he makes the love potion. All the women in Sunnydale chasing him around.
Funny, man.
I also watched the Zeppo episode where he's the one who saves the school from being blown up.
We're going to make a cake.
Yeah, while everybody else was just like, no, we don't need you tonight, Xander. We're just,
Yeah.
it was just really nice to see him just do his
To get
own
Xander-centric
thing.
episodes,
Yeah.
yeah. Alrighty, well, into some movie sequel news.
Movie sequels.
That's all we've ever got.
I've been pretty excited ever since they announced that this Mummy sequel was coming, and so any little tidbit of information coming on it, I've been catching up on.
Wait, is this the evil-looking one, or is this the Nicholas
Not
Brendan
the Lee
one?
Cronin one.
Yeah, the
Right,
Lee
right,
ones
okay. 'cause
just came out.
There's 2 Mummy ones coming out, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not bothered about
Yeah,
either.
This one's
that
still
one's out,
shooting.
isn't it?
Yeah, the new one's just
okay.
come out Friday. Yeah.
Right.
But the Mummy sequel is now confirmed that actor John Hannah will be returning alongside fellow cast members Brendan Fraser and Rachel
Nice.
Weisz for the 4th outing. No news on the plot yet, other than it is still a follow-up to The Mummy Returns, and that screenwriter David Cogshall, who did The Family Plan 1 and 2 in the Scream TV series, it's not exactly the credits you want to see necessarily, but apparently he has turned in a very beautiful and sweeping and scary, fun script. No word yet if Oded Fair's Ardif Bey is going to be returning, but they have set a release date for the 19th of May, 2028.
I would really love it if there's a joke where somebody turns to Rachel Weisz and says, hey, you look
Yeah, you
different.
look different. Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I just had my hair done. And that's it. That's it.
That's all you acknowledge.
Technically,
part
she was
three.
in the 3rd one, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so it's a little ways off. Like I said, they're not shooting yet. But what I did see was as a little bit of promotion, is that Brendan Fraser and some of the cast were at Universal Theme Park riding the Mummy ride.
Nice.
And Brendan Fraser looks freaking terrified. It's a great ride. But it's awesome that they're re-experiencing the Mummy.
Give Brendan Fraser all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, hell yeah.
I'm there for that day.
Brendan Fraser riding a mummy, though. That's something I never thought we could really say.
Riding a bus with mummies. Did that.
Well, he's back, and potentially back, and back again. Arnold Schwarzenegger has confirmed that he's got a lot of films, and he's spinning a lot of plates. He has confirmed that work is underway after years of development hell on King Conan, a sequel to 1982 sword and sorcery classic Conan the Barbarian and its 1984 sequel, Conan the Destroyer.
Conan the Destroyer is a great movie, and I'll die on that hill. Hey,
You die on it alone.
I'll be alone. I'll go.
Arnold said King Conan is a great story where Conan was 40 years as the king, and he gets complacent, and now he gets forced out of the kingdom. There's conflict, of course, and then somehow he comes back, and there's all kinds of madness and violence and magic and creatures.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he says, this is Arnie's words, now, of course, you have all the special effects, and the studio system has plenty of money to make these movies really big. So I'm looking forward to all of those projects.
In other words, they have a green screen and they parked a truck of money outside my house.
So I swung a sword around and
I
said
saw the news that Stallone is making Demolition Man 2, and I was like, hold my fucking protein shake.
Honestly, in the universe that we live in, there is a potential chance that this new movie could make Conan the Destroyer look good. I know, it's shocking, but I never thought they'd make a shit Ghostbusters movie, and they made 2. Amazing. You don't count the fucking...
That's been deleted from existence.
That doesn't exist.
Writer, producer, director Christopher McQuarrie will be helming the new Conan film, and McQuarrie is known for writing The Usual Suspects, Edge of Tomorrow, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, and for directing the last 4 Mission Impossible films.
Nice.
So this man's been making films for quite a while.
Yeah.
Excited to see a new Conan.
And he's worked so closely with Tom Cruise for the last 4 Impossible movies, which have actually been pretty good. Yeah. You know, they're not
from an action movie standpoint.
Yeah, from an action movie standpoint, they're really good. So, like, with
I just
that
hope
alone,
the Conan story works. That there is a good story.
Oh no,
to
the
root for.
Conan story is going to be absolute tripe, but it'll be nice watching old man Conan walk around with a sword.
Monsters and creatures.
Every now and again, he'll go to ring up his sword,
wenches into
and then
the
he'll
fire
drop
pit.
it, and they'll be like, "What's wrong?" And he'll be like, "I'm tired."
Man, I always think like Arnie would have been a great Truss the Axe legend.
They would, yeah.
Now he's the age to play the old one.
Red Sonja, I'd die on that hill as well. I'd take both those fucking hills on my own.
We fucking somehow ended up watching the remake.
Red Sonja!
It's one of those movies where after about 10 minutes, I was just like, I wonder what's on my phone.
Yeah.
I was gonna just tap the fuck out of that.
I saw
Yeah.
they remade that movie. I was like, nah, I'm good. The first one is. I'll watch the first one.
Arnold has also excitedly teased that he's been on the phone with some producers and the producers of Prey and Predator Badlands for a return to the Predator franchise as Major Alan Dutch Schaefer. And that yet another legacy sequel is in the works, bringing back Colonel John
my
Matrix
God.
for another Commando entry.
2.
This time, I guess, to find out if audiences will be back to see Arnie in all of these legacy sequels.
Arnie's like, it's okay, just put the ear thing on me like you did with Bruce.
What the fuck was that?
That's my Arnold.
He's like a
What
Russian
that was
Arnold.
Danhausen. What the fuck?
are you doing, Arnie one?
What? Better than fucking like Danhausen?
Yeah, good.
I'll be back. Like
Put that cookie down.
now. That's fucking closer. Jesus Christ.
Anything that doesn't require just a simple line,
Let off some steam, Bennett. That movie's the tits. I love Commando.
So silver drums at the beginning.
That's a good one. State of California.
It's not a tumor.
No, it's a tumor.
All right, you had Stephen Colbert on their bingo card for writing the next
Arnold
Lord of the
was
Rings
really-
movie.
Who's Stephen Colbert?
He is an American talk show presenter who just got the boot.
Oh, God, him!
Yeah, he's pretty fucking insufferable, to be fair, but
But isn't he also a massive Lord of the Rings fan?
huge.
That
Practically,
is at least a
massive-
silver
I
lining.
would say
He is a
I would
massive
give him
fan.
credit to being literally like historian
biggest.
level
Yeah,
of
like-
knowledge,
Like,
That's who you want.
Which
like,
means-
to
him
be
and
fair.
Henry
which
Cavill.
means
fucking...
he's got no fucking excuse
Unless...
to fuck this
Well,
up.
no, the only excuse he'll have is I didn't have the money because they didn't give me any money.
I don't think that's going to happen when it comes to a Lord of the Rings title.
Yeah.
Did you watch Rings of Power?
It's-
I-
that-
are you gonna tell me it didn't have
completely
money
different
behind it?
people, because that had
Do you
all
think-
the money.
Do you think the problem with Rings of Power was they didn't put enough money into it?
It's the most expensive TV show ever made.
Mate, with what, some of the special effects, yes, there was a battle sequence that I watched that looked like there were 14 orcs holding a line against an army of
Well,
horse
they
riding elves
still spent the money.
on 14 orcs. But yeah, Karen.
So basically, there's two Lord of the Rings movies in development. Of course, we've got the Andy Serkis one, The Hunt for Gollum.
Oh, yeah.
And now we have Shadow of the Past, which is a working title. And this film is actually, because Hunt for Gollum is set during
Generic as fucking
or
sorry.
before the other films, this new one is actually a sequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which is the first time we've stepped past.
Oh, I can feel
It's
it.
also set an equivalent amount of time that Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin can all reprise their roles, although Frodo has already 14 years sailed off,
I
never
was
to
going to say,
return.
Frodo's already
So,
gone at
but
this
they
point.
could bring back, Merry, Pippin, and Sam and catch up with the Shire, and
They suppose
because
they
it's
could.
also following now their daughter,
Oh.
who is
Oh,
also
God.
looks like it's going to be
Oh,
the
God.
main character,
Oh, God.
and she's going to be re-exploring the footsteps of
Oh, God.
her dad took to save Middle Earth with the War of the Ring, and then she's going to find something.
Oh,
She's going to uncover why the War of the Ring was very nearly lost before it even began.
oh,
This
man.
is the synopsis, and so yeah, a lot of people are just like, so you're going to have the legacy characters come in, and then it's going to be this little
Piss all
hobbit who's
over
going
the
to run off.
legacy.
I'm so just going
do
to
her
play.
own
I'm just
thing.
going to play Lord of the Rings Third Age again. I'm just not going to. I'm.
Aragorn has also been recast in The Hunt for Gollum, as Viggo Mortensen is just like, I think I'm too old to play this part now.
Yeah, they confirmed it was, didn't they? Did
They have
confirm it?
confirmed who it is now.
Well,
Yeah, I
no
can't
idea
remember his
why
name.
did it.
Why do
unfortunately.
I feel like they're not going to find Gollum in the Hunt for Gollum?
Well, they will, but they'll let him go. They'll be like, carry on.
That would be really,
Dude,
that would be really
like they
funny.
either find him before he's been captured by the
Yeah.
armies of Mordor, or they find him after.
What if it's comedy and it's like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner? Like they keep nearly catching, and then Gollum's like me, and just fucks.
Precious, me, precious. I mean, come on. On top of that, we're fucking ripping Lord of the Rings. They're making Scream 8.
Yeah. Scream 8, it's now official.
Of
Scream 7 scored the franchise best
course it
in
did.
highest gross
course
with
it
over
did.
200 million at the global
You
box
fucking
office,
saps for going
despite
and watching
being
this.
only as marginally as good as
Oh,
Scream
fuck.
3.
Oh my god, really?
Do you know what? They can thank Tony Todd for that.
I'm gonna have to do it now. I just
Everyone
want.
see it for
I
Tony Todd,
have to
right?
do it. I have to do it.
Tony Todd in
No.
Scream? Wasn't Tony Todd in Scream 8?
No.
No.
No,
Oh,
he
what
was
was the
in
last film we did?
Final
Final
Destination.
Destination.
Bloodlines.
Okay,
Yeah.
Final
Yeah.
Okay, so you got no excuse.
No.
Spoilers.
The one that went, hey, guess what? Stu Mercer, the guy
Yeah.
from the first Scream, he's back as
Oh, of
Ghostface.
course.
He's not.
So everyone went to see it.
He's not.
Spoilers, brother.
He's not. Spoilers. He's not. It's a fucking fake. A fake AI fucking thing. So the
I
whole
mean, everyone
build-up-
already went to see it. The money says
the
everyone
whole-
already saw it.
The whole build up and premise of that, you know, because it was like a fucking year or whatnot that we were talking like, well, maybe he didn't die. Maybe that giant TV didn't kill him. Wouldn't it be so good if he's the killer in the new one? And it turns out he's not.
Yeah, you underestimate how big fatback TVs were in the day.
My
He's dead.
God, like who's watched it? Have you
you could drop this TV on me now and be like, "This is fun."
Have you watched the new Scream movie?
No, I tapped out after 6. I think.
Have you
'cause
watched
that,
this
that
one?
really
Oh,
pissed
yeah, I've
me
seen
off.
old Scream.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you even care if you get it spoiled who the new killer is?
I don't give a fuck.
Right, it's our fucking neighbor. It's our
Sidney
fucking neighbor.
Prescott's next door neighbor.
Our next door neighbor goes, "Oh my God, my
Is this a
husband."
new neighbor or a neighbor that's been there?
I've
since
been
the
there a while,
beginning?
Yeah, been there a while. Her husband was beaten on her, so she murdered him, and she felt so good that she murdered him. She kind of felt like Sydney, because Sydney wasn't so happy about killing these men to stop them in her life. This new neighbor wants to kill Sydney and take Sydney's daughter as her own daughter and raise her as her own.
Yeah, I mean, I'd just move.
So
You know what
fucking
I mean?
bad.
I'd move.
It's so bad.
I just wouldn't live there.
And
I
they greenlit Screen 8
Still
off the back of
like
that.
tuning in for the Scream movies
Ugh.
because they are highly produced, well made in terms of the production quality is there, and they were fun whodunit movies.
The
But
first one was, yeah.
exactly, and they tried the second one again. Like I still enjoyed the
I
whodunit
love diminishing
formula.
returns. First
Yeah.
one's great.
Yeah.
Second one, I don't mind
It's
the second
okay,
one
yeah,
so
I don't mind
much.
the
I
second
watched
one.
one.
Timothy
Third
Olyphant.
one, I'm
3
like,
and
oh,
onwards,
no,
it's
3.
just it's all over
No.
the place. Like
Yeah.
it sometimes ascends above okay.
Man, I can't wait for Scary Movie 6.
Yeah,
I'll throw
new
that
scary
out there.
movie's gonna.
Yeah, at
fucking
this point, me
absolutely-
too, and
yeah.
I don't even like the scary movies.
like.
I was watching a thing today where they were sort of talking about how, like, you know, this current generation's so outraged already just by the trailer, which for Scary Movie 6, which one I was like, good. And they were like talking about they think that there's going to be protests in the screenings, and I was like, wait, you seriously telling me that the current generation of, like, you know, no offense to out there, but I'm just saying, like, the current generation of,
offense.
like, you know, what 18 to 25-year-olds are going to stand up in the middle of a screening while I'm watching Scary Movie 6 and try and disrupt it. You're going to get fucked up.
I just love that.
Because you're going to have Gen X and onwards sat there who don't take any shit, and you're going to interrupt them and expect non-violent returns.
Yeah, no, it's gonna.
It's not going to go down well. You will.
I fucking
but-
love that bit in the trailer. Was it where it's like, oh yeah, we're here for a little gay stuff, and he just comes out of nowhere and went,
And he-
about all the
I
gay
like the
stuff.
look where he goes and he's got the thing of that gay who's at the guy who's at the he's on the internet anywhere, he's at the,
Yeah.
the church where he's like, I'm not the gay no more, I like women, and that's how he's dressed. I was like, oh, this is gonna be
It's-
Easter egg deep cuts
Yeah.
whole movie. I can't fucking wait. Let's go.
I will die if there's like a fucking Harvey Weinstein mistake in the movie, because that
I think that'd be great.
he was one of the reasons why obviously they had to step away from the scary
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
franchise
absolutely,
themselves.
yeah.
So I would.
Well, he said, didn't he,
Miramax,
that he
yeah.
stole it from.
Yeah, I would
basically.
not be surprised if they absolutely trump him in the fucking movie. It'd be great.
Mate, I don't care. As in, like, this is the thing, is like, I don't care if it's people that I like. Tear them to pieces. Why do I give a like whatever?
give a shit.
Have a fucking sense of humor about yourself. Just make it funny.
Just make
like,
it
and
funny.
don't be scared to do stuff. And I don't think, you know, if you like don't be scared to do stuff, it's like, oh, we're the guys. You know, I think they're gonna do it great. So yeah, I'll leave to pieces.
Yeah. Well, the Scream 8 has now got a new directing and writing team. The team, the ones that made 5 and 6, jumped out of doing number 7 after cast were fired for saying inappropriate things and all that kind of stuff. And so Scream 7 was done by
So they're
Kevin
gonna be in
Williamson.
Scary Movie 6.
So
'Cause they can do that there.
He's done his one Scream movie, and so the reins are being handed over to a new creative team, and it's sisters Nora and Lila Zuckerman, and they are now free because the Buffy spin-off, or the new chapter of Buffy, New Sunnydale, has been cancelled, so they found themselves free now to go and do Scream instead of Buffy. So,
Yeah.
we'll see what they
Feels
can
sort
do.
of like, that's been cancelled. Just go to this other room. There'll be another
Yeah.
thing.
Take the
And
monkey
you're the
away.
director
Take
now.
the monkey off that typewriter and just take over from it. We'll put the monkey somewhere else.
There's a Weapons prequel in the works, as Gladys will be the next project for Zach Kreger and Zach Shields once they finished Resident Evil.
I'm down for that.
They said that the Gladys prequel is expected to explore how she came to be in Maybrook, and according to Gregor, there was a whole chapter dedicated to her in Weapons, but they had to cut it for pacing, and so that the whole film will actually explore that chapter in much greater detail and serve the character more justice that way.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. So,
I'll watch that first and then I'll watch Weapons.
fair enough, yeah. Yeah, it'll actually be worth watching the prequel in that sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. You might end up spoiling weapons for you.
Maybe,
Mate, I wikied it. I've already spoiled it for myself. I didn't even like Weapons.
I didn't even like it. The movie you haven't seen.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it. I'm not going to watch
How
it.
conscientious of you as a movie critic. Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Osgood Perkins and Nicolas Cage are working together again for a new Longlegs movie.
Haven't watched this either.
Not much is known about the project yet, other than THR sources stating
Boo,
that
Andy Tessberger, boo.
secretive new
Boo,
film
Longlegs,
will
boo.
instead be something else that's set in the Longlegs universe. So it's no surprise the film grossed 120 million on a 10 million budget.
Did it? That's
Yeah.
hey, listen,
It
I
was
didn't
word
like
of
it,
mouth.
but
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah, everybody
you know.
rushed off to see it. They were eating up horror movies like they
I
were
watched
nobody's
it when
business.
I watched it when Amazon were like, "Do you want to rent this for £3?" And I was like, "Yes,
Sure.
yes, I do."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You owe me £3 in 2 hours."
Yep.
Panos Cosmatos has finally got a new film in the works. It's a new vampire film over at A24 Productions. Panos' earlier work includes Beyond the Black Rainbow, an episode of Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet
the
of
Black
Curiosities,
Rainbow.
and of course, Mandy. The new vampire film, Flesh of the Gods, is set to be an 80s LA set vampire thriller with Wagner Moura and Kristen Stewart playing the
nice.
leads. The official synopsis of the movie reads: Flesh of the Gods follows Raoul and Alex, a married couple in glistering 80s Los Angeles, who descend each evening from their luxury skyscraper condo and head into an electric nighttime realm. When they cross paths with the mysterious and enigmatic Nameless and her hard-partying cabal, Raoul and Alex are seduced into a glamorous, surrealistic world of hedonism, thrills, and violence.
Do you know, that sounds like an updated Hunger.
Maybe, yeah.
Because Hunger was kind of the
I'm
same.
down for that.
Vampire, David.
It's also being
Bowie.
written
You know,
by
that
Kevin
is,
Andrew Walker, who wrote Seven.
It's
Nice,
got to be
yeah.
set in the 80s because I say this, I appreciate it as a white male sitting here, so say anything racial, but I'm pretty sure no one's been named Raoul since the 80s. I hadn't heard that fucking name.
No,
long
that's
time.
the same.
Yeah.
Susan sounds of Raoul, ladies and
Road.
gentlemen. Fucking right. No,
But hey,
I'm down for
Panos
that. That sounds
Cosmatos, visionary director,
Yeah.
great weird
100%.
stuff.
On the Black Rainbow is
Fuck.
fucking
And
amazing.
Mandy's just fucking.
It's
I
an
was talking
experience.
about that movie today.
Mandy.
The tattooist. Like, it is an experience.
Yeah. Alrighty, last news story for today. Metal Gear Solid movie is now in the works at Sony from the Final Destination Bloodlines duo.
Is this the one that was starring what's his face? Fucking
Pedro Pascal?
Probably.
no.
He's in everything.
The other one, fucking the dad from fucking Dune.
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar
Yeah, he
Isaac,
was
right.
supposed to be playing
That's who
Solid
I've heard
Snake.
was playing.
I
yeah.
don't know.
He was
I
supposed-
don't know if they've changed.
I don't know how
They
I
must
feel
have
about
because
that.
Yeah.
there was talks about the
'Cause that was
Metal Gear
like a
Solid
year
movie
ago,
like
right?
a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And Oscar Isaacs was signed onto it, and then nothing's come out of
Nothing.
it. And I
So-
was so glad that I hope that they just dropped it.
In what I
I,
found,
do, I like Oscar
his
Isaac,
name
but I
didn't
don't
pop up.
see him as Solid
Yeah.
Snake. I mean, I really like him in Ex Machina.
Yeah,
I really like him
he's a
in,
great actor, but yeah, I didn't see him as Solid Snake, and I don't think that they'll,
Yeah,
especially if it's a Sony fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, THR is reporting that Sony's Columbia Pictures are gearing up now to bring Hideo Kojima's stealth combat franchise Metal Gear Solid to the big screen, with Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein taking up writing and directing. And in a joint statement, Lipovsky and Stein said Metal Gear Solid was nothing short of a groundbreaking cinematic experience, a masterpiece that forever revolutionized video games, and that we're thrilled and honored to bring Hideo Kojima's iconic characters and unforgettable world to life.
They're gonna ruin it.
You reckon so?
Well, yeah, because they're focusing so much on Hideo Kojima,
Well,
right? But it's Konami.
No, it was Hideo Kojima.
No, Hideo Kojima.
Konami paid him.
Hideo Kojima came up with the idea of Metal Gear, right, and designed the game, and Konami took it over and have utilized all these great ideas to be able to market
Have they made
in.
the game without him?
Well, they finished 5.
They did Metal Gear.
Which is why the back end of
they
5
did
is
Snakes-
so fucking shit.
They did Snake's Revenge for the NES after Metal Gear wouldn't get a European and a North American release
And they
because
did
Konami
that
blocked
online
it.
shit as well,
And they
didn't
did the online shit. So if Konami
Made you pay for
if Konami are behind
spaces,
it, then
remember?
yeah, brilliant. Do whatever the hell you want. Ruin it any way you want. Resident Evil the shit out of it for all I care, because that's what you're doing. But instead they're going, oh, we're gonna utilize all the different ideas of Hideo Kojima and how great he was with Metal Gear. Andy has literally just told you he's been playing Hideo Kojima's most recent, or the last game he made in the last 5 years, and it's boring as fuck. So don't stay focused on Hideo Kojima's stuff, because only Hideo Kojima can make that work.
I mean, it's...
Do it your own way, but you're not going to do it your own way. You're going to ruin a perfectly good
no.
action
Actually,
dynamic
if you
movie.
base, for the most part, when people make video game movies, they tend to not do anything to do with the video
Yeah,
game,
that's
so
true.
you might be okay.
Yeah, you might.
I mean,
be.
it's gonna be. I think this year might actually finally be the breaking point, because we've got Resident Evil coming out, where they've been very sort of on Front Street, where they've never come out and sort of like, we're gonna follow the games, we're gonna make it like the games, we're gonna.
They've
with
described Welcome to Raccoon City. That's what they
lied.
said.
Yeah, they lied.
They lied.
But here's the thing: is that Craigers has said this is about one man's descent into hell.
Yeah, during the night of the zombie outbreak.
And so
in
straight
Raccoon
away,
City,
you're like,
yeah.
so in a way, it's got nothing to do with the games. It's just
No
set in that
Resident Evil
world.
characters.
Okay, so but then you've got Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter, which just
Nothing
absolutely
but characters.
do look
Yeah.
like they're following, the games. So I wonder if
By
we
killing
might
Cole
get
off.
a couple of different examples now of how, like, hey, if you're gonna fucking deviate, this is the way to do it, and if you're not gonna deviate, fucking do it this way. Like,
I mean, the best way to do that.
maybe we have a turning point in video game. And I mean, I don't know about Super Mario Galaxy, but that came out. The first one was fine.
The first one's
you know?
fine. The second
Yeah.
one, I think, is just as good with the nods to Mario. What I was saying to Gary, the most recent movie on Netflix with Alan Richardson, that fucking War
Machine.
War Machine. Oh, I didn't even want to talk about that.
That to
I
me
switched
was
it
a
off.
cheap. That was a cheap Metal Gear Solid movie, because you have
Yeah,
one
no, but
soldier
I did watch it all the
trying
way
to take
through.
on an unstoppable walking battle tank,
But I mean,
which is what Metal Gear is. It's
yeah,
a
but Metal
soldier
Gear is a self-espion
taking-
They at least tooled up solid
Political
Snake to do it.
thriller.
Right, but how can you make a 2-hour stealth political thriller? You can't. You're gonna have to.
like half the James
What are you
Bond
talking
films
about? I was gonna say-
with a mech at the end.
Fuck you. Most of Kojima's cutscenes are 2 hours long.
Right.
Like, dude, go and watch
I
the
did
end
just say to you.
cutscene of
I
Metal
did
Gear
just say
Solid
to
2.
you. They're gonna fuck this up.
And you're like,
so,
oh shit, this is the world we live
So
in.
I'm sticking to us. They still haven't announced the Rainbow movie, so I'm all good. I just need to keep working on mine.
Oh, we watched that War Machine. Do you know what? I didn't mind it as a kind of. I was like, oh, okay, we're really turning our brains off.
Yeah, he turned it off.
It was. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind. I didn't
the
mind
gore,
that
the
one.
gore and the effects were fine, and plus
They were
you
pretty
know,
good actually.
They
the
killed
machine
off
was pretty good.
awful actor.
Oh, Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, Captain Boomerang. The
You
the
fucking know.
shitty
Courtney.
Kyle Reese.
Thank you, Jake Courtney,
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
Yeah. No, but I always remember him from Spartacus.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always
Farrell was
rooting for
great.
him.
He was a great
I'm always
character.
rooting
Jai
for him.
Courtney, sorry.
Jai Courtney,
Yeah.
well done. It's yeah, I don't know. I just didn't mind that one actually. For a fucking straight to Netflix kind of movie, I was like, I don't know.
I actually found it
Do
worse
you know
than
what?
Trash.
No,
so-
but that's the funny thing is because in a way I kind of expect more from shark movies because they can be good because Jaws. But then when they're like, oh fucking, Reacher is,
It's
is
a
Alan
squad
Richardson is
of
basically just a
soldiers.
squad leader against an unstoppable
Against
killing
an
machine. You're
alien.
like, okay, I've seen this movie 1,000 times.
I know
what's going on here.
It's
so in
Predator,
a way,
but with a mech.
I've got zero expectations to be disappointed.
I was telling Gary, so I only caught
Again,
the,
I'm like,
I only caught the
explosions
clip,
and colour.
but did he stop it by dropping rocks and dust into its vent and overheating it?
Well, he basically blocks the vents and overheats it.
Yeah,
it's
overheats
set
it,
up
right,
from the
yeah.
first scene when he
So it's
cheats
basically
his
how you-
brother, why that happens to his
You know.
vehicle.
Yeah. It looked shit. It was on Netflix. It was shit. So
That seems to be the way of it.
Dennis
at the
Quaid's
moment.
in it.
Yeah, that was the other reason why I confirmed to watch it. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, Dennis Quaid's in it.
how long's Dennis Quaid in it?
10 minutes.
No, he's
5
got-
at the beginning.
Well, no, you didn't watch it. No, he is in it a fair bit actually.
Because he picks
Fair
up the phone and
bit.
goes, why aren't they here yet? Oh,
Dude, it's an Alan Richardson film. He's the fucking star. He's not in the field with him.
You're the one grasping. Dennis Quaid's in it. How long for? Oh, fair it. Right, 2-hour movie. You're looking at maybe 50 minutes.
I fucking care what you
Let me-
think
let me
about
get-
it, Joy, 'cause
yeah,
you're not
let
gonna
me
watch
guess as
it.
well.
I'm just saying,
Let
it's
me
a
guess.
turn your brain on a
Was
fucking
he-
movie. I'm not like, it should
Was
get
he
an
communicating?
Oscar.
Was he communicating them
Fucking
through
hell.
radio?
No, they got cut off.
Yeah, they do. I mean, he is initially correct, but
Yeah.
then
So he
they
doesn't
get
turn
cut
up
off.
at any point and give them.
So what you? So that's the complaint. He's like, he's not enough. He should be the one to turn up. Like the fucking general that's back at the thing during an exercise.
The thing I'm
Yeah,
finding
he should
now.
just turn up on a shirt.
The thing I'm finding now is when you get these movies with older, more
in
experienced
Walker.
actors in, they are literally
Come
just
flying in on his
on a
dragon.
screen somewhere with an earpiece
Okay,
in,
no, absolutely.
talking to the main character, and they actually have no massive impact.
No,
on
that's
it.
going to be the Metal Gear movie because he's Kodak.
Kodak,
He's going to be on that one.
Well, that's going to conclude this section of the podcast.
Yes.
We're going to take a small break. When we come back, we're going to be discussing the career of Bruce Willis. Don't go anywhere.
Bruno.
Who?
Bruce Willis's singing alter ego.
Oh, God, yeah. That's
Yeah, that was a thing that happened.
That was a thing that
that
happened.
exists.
Before Moonlight.
The
Yeah.
return of
He
Bruno.
released his own. Wow.
Do your fucking.
And welcome back to the second part of the podcast where we're going to be discussing the career of Bruce Willis. I'm going to throw this one over to you,
The
Ian.
man.
Yeah, well, this was really my idea. I'd been wanting to do this since last year,
since
maybe the
Pulp
year
Fiction.
before, because obviously from the news of hearing about Bruce Willis's kind of degenerative brain disease that he's got, where he has lost his memory and he's non-verbal and he doesn't know or who he is or where he is a lot of the time. It really hit me when I first heard about this. We've had some family members close to me as well who have obviously gone through a bit of dementia, and it is really harsh to speak to somebody that you know and you care about who not only is forgetting
Forgotten
things,
who you are.
they're forgetting things, but they're also trying
Forgetting who
desperately
they
to
are, I think it's
to
always, isn't it?
remember certain memories, but getting the memories all confused. So I started thinking about this when I heard about this with Bruce Willis, and then you saw like reports from his family, you know, his wife Demi Moore and their daughters putting out posts about how they're taking care of him, how they're doing their best, but they feel really sad that he generally just doesn't remember who he is. And I'm thinking, fuck me, this is John McClane. How could that fucking happen? You know, it's one thing to know that Chuck Norris has passed away. That's like a kick in the teeth. It's another thing to know that every year that you watch Die Hard from now on with John McClane, guy who's playing him is getting weaker and weaker and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it really came to me New Year's Eve 2025. Now I don't know what other people got done for their New Year's Eves. Sometimes they have parties, sometimes you just have family together. The wife and I decided this year we weren't doing anything. We had no family coming down to see us. We weren't going out anywhere. We weren't even going to throw a party.
Best Christmas ever.
Oh,
It's Christmas and New
Sounds
Year's Eve.
glorious.
It was amazing. And I woke up New Year's Eve and I was just like, man, I just really fancy putting something on in the background to watch just for a laugh. Something I haven't seen in a while. And so I put Last Boy Scout on
Nice.
with
Yes!
Damon
Damon
Wayans
Wayans.
and fucking Bruce Willis. And it's absolutely amazing movie. Bruce Willis plays a private investigator cop who's been hired by Halle Berry before she was Storm to protect her, but she's murdered, and he realizes that there's this whole corrupt kind of a conspiracy going on between the football players where they're betting on each other, and obviously there's a lot of behind the scenes gambling.
I think your mad gestures are throwing the camera out.
Right, yeah, probably, yeah. Anyway,
You went all Jamiroquai about it. And the
while
camera
I was
freaked out. Sorry.
while I was watching Last Boy Scout, they were driving in a car in a chase sequence, and there's a line that Damon Wayans says where he says, "You better slow down, or we'll go back in time." And I was like, "Whoa." He says that in this, where actually it's a line from Die Hard Trilogy for the PlayStation when you're doing the car driving section. You know, they didn't actually get Samuel L. Jackson in to help with those lines, but as you're bombing around and you're trying to dodge all the cars and you're turboing, the computer will go, "You better slow down or we'll go back in time." And
What if the person who made Trilogy was just real racist? Saw Last Boy Scout and saw a black guy and went,
Just
that must be
thought-
Samuel L.
Samuel
Jackson.
Jackson.
I'll just take his line.
Same
Yeah.
line.
Is that not Samuel L. Jackson?
But the thing
No,
was,
that's Lawrence
that-
Fishburne, sir.
That made me
Oh.
go, wow, I really want to watch Die Hard with a Vengeance now. But I'd seen Hudson Hawk was on Netflix, and I hadn't seen Hudson Hawk in like fucking 15 years. So I sat down right after Last Boy Scout, I watched Hudson Hawk. And it was the most craziest, stupid, badly edited, put together movie ever. But Bruce
Get that
Willis,
shit out of your mouth. It's
Bruce
a fucking
Willis was
glorious movie.
funny as fuck. And because of that, I then went straight into, and like I said, this is still New Year's Eve. I went straight from Hudson Hawk straight into Die Hard with a Vengeance because of the Die Hard trilogy connection I'd had about 2 hours before. And then from there, I said to the wife, look, we've only got 2 hours before New Year's. I don't want to watch anything other than either 12 Monkeys or Fifth Element. And she was like, oh, 12 Monkeys is a bit dark for New Year's Eve. Let's do Fifth Element.
Yeah.
So I put Fifth Element on, and I was sat there New Year's Eve, and I'm thinking, man, I really want to do a podcast on this guy, on this actor, because it's fucking great. I asked you two to watch a Bruce Willis movie.
Or specifically a Bruce Willis film that we'd not seen in a long time, or if we could, one that we'd never seen before.
Yeah, so before I jump into obviously the notes I have about Sir, the brilliant Bruce Willis, why don't you guys tell us about the films?
We're gonna knight him. We're gonna call him Sir Bruce Willis.
Sir
Fucking
Yeah.
shit. The people that get knighthoods in this country will fucking throw one over the ponds of Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I actually sat with you, Ian, and went through, like, we opened up web pages, we looked at
we
other
did.
people's top lists of films. I tried to find a complete list of all the films that he was in, and pulling random titles that I'd heard of but never seen. And all the way up until the podcast, I had one film in mind that I was going to do, but then switched it out at the last minute when I caught a glimpse of the trailer for the film that I'm about to discuss, which is Breakfast of Champions, which came out in 1999.
Yeah.
It has a 15 rating, and it's just shy of 2 hours long, and it was directed by Alan Rudolph. Bruce Willis is the star. He plays a character called Dwayne Hoover. It also stars Nick Nolte and Albert Finney and Barbara Hershey. It's even got cameo or small role appearances by Owen Wilson and Shawnee Smith.
That's gonna be one of his earliest roles.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah. They've only got
You've
one
got to be
scene.
a baby in it.
But yeah, there's a few faces that you're like, those would go on to have careers and so and so. But yeah, I caught a glimpse of the trailer and I was immediately taken by it because I'd never seen the film, and it was the fact that Bruce Willis plays a rich car dealer who's losing his mind. His son lives in a bomb shelter underground, and his suicidal wife is having an affair with his transvestite sales manager, who is Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Like, the film is a comedy, but when it opens, it is pretty bleak because it opens with an attempted suicide with Bruce Willis with the gun in his mouth, and that imagery pops up throughout the film as the characters are all feeling suicidal. Basically, you get a sense that the character that Bruce is playing, Dwayne, doesn't really know who he is anymore, and he's seeking answers to find out, and other people to tell him who he is, because he is a state-wide famous car salesman. He has, and this is what caught me and attracted me to the film, is that he looked like a prototype Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad.
Right, yeah.
The haircut, the mannerisms, the dodgy TV trailers.
Do you know what's funny? It's even at that, sorry to interrupt, even at that time,
Yeah.
when you put Bruce Willis in a wig,
Yeah.
it jumps out like a fucking sore thumb, doesn't it?
does,
It's
yeah.
like that.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're absolutely right. So that analysis of him looking like Saul Goodman is an absolute bang on.
Yeah. But I'm going to say that Albert Finney was actually the one who stole the whole show.
Always does.
He was incredible in this film. And Nick Nolte was literally off the charts crazy and over the top.
Yeah.
He just couldn't wait to rip off his suit and show his female undergarments
Or as Nick
to the
Nolte
world.
calls it, a Tuesday.
I wikied this film, and
Yeah.
the synopsis wasn't very long, but the plot, people had said, like, the writer and somebody else had said that the book, the original writer of the book said that the film detoured completely off of his plot.
Yes.
So I read the plot for the book,
Yeah.
and I'm reading the plot, and I'm like,
They did you a favor.
yeah, I'm like, there's no way you could convert this into to the film, because midway through the book, the writer Albert Finney's character Kilgore Trout meets up with Dwayne Hoover,
Yes.
and cross paths, and then during the latter end of the book, it turns out that Dwayne or Kilgore maybe actually realizes that actually he is just a character in a story, and that the book is being written as he's doing it, and so it's like this whole existential crisis idea.
Well, that's it.
If they are real characters,
Albert
or not.
Finney's character is been writing sci-fi stories for sleazy, like Playboy-esque magazines.
Yeah.
His stories don't contain the sleaze, but the sleazy magazines were the only things that will publish his sci-fi stories.
Yeah.
So he's not really achieved any kind of fame or stardom. He's kind of gone mad and a bit eccentric, and he talks to his pet budgie. But eventually he gets a letter, and he travels across America to basically get this honorary
award,
writing prize, like a jury prize or something special anyway, prestigious. And he can't believe it, and he ends up meeting a bunch of different people on his road trip, which of course is eventually where he's going to meet up and cross paths with Dwayne. And so the Albert Finney character at the end of the film, he ends up believing everything that he's been writing has come true, and he ends up literally stepping through the looking glass at the end.
So
it's because in his mind he has now become so much a part of the world that he was writing that's what he's seeing now.
Yeah, but so unfortunately, Albert Finney, the main character of this story, is getting kind of sidelined because they've got Bruce Willis' face slapped on the poster.
Yeah,
and actually
and
Bruce
it's really
Willis'
his
character.
story,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Dude, he was so big in the 90s as well, like fucking pure box office.
Yes,
you're talking like part owners in Planet Hollywood and absolutely like.
But yeah, Breakfast of Champions, it was a box office catastrophe. It got pulled from cinemas pretty quickly when no one was watching it. It was also pretty much lambasted and hated at film festivals. There was really no audience for it, and it was lost to obscurity. I also the film came out at a bad time for Bruce Willis because he was in action mode at this time. 2 years before this, he had done The Fifth Element. The year before this, he had done Armageddon. And then a year after, or the same year that he did Breakfast of Champions, he did The Sixth Sense, which, of course, was an explosively
was 99.
popular film.
But how was, for you, Bruce Willis in this Breakfast of Champions?
Now, I picked this one because I was like, I've seen Bruce Willis shoot everyone in Hollywood. I don't know anyone he hasn't shot and killed yet. So I was like, one of my favourite films was Death Becomes Her. I like Bruce Willis when he's in comedy mode. I think he didn't do enough comedies. So I was like, I'm going to take this one because A, it looks like Saul Goodman, and B, I want to see if Bruce Willis can make me laugh. And no, it's actually a comedy, but it's actually a very layered film about psychology and about finding about it's about people finding out who they are and being distracted and confused by there being so many people in the world that have all the answers for you. I know what's wrong with you. I'll diagnose you. I can tell you this is what you need to be happy in life. And they're all charlatans, basically. So he's basically trying to take in all these words of wisdom, but not getting any until he meets Albert Finney later on. His acting, though, Bruce Willis, I mean, there's moments where it's slapstick, where he walks out of his house and a bulldog comes up and starts biting at his coat, and so he's like wrestling with the dog, and before you know it, he's spinning and the dog is flying through the air, and it's a puppet fucking dog on the end of his coat, and you're just like, oh god.
He had so many moments.
So
he's funny.
He is funny. He is funny because Bruce Willis still plays it straight. But yeah, it's much more of a drama than it is a comedy, but it's dark comedy because of the Nick Nolte stuff and the over-the-top stuff, and it gets very, very absurd. It gets actually very Terry Gilliam-esque.
Yeah, I was going to say, the end of the book,
so, overall, I didn't find it funny. I also found some of it really annoying and plodding until I started to then gel with it, and then the film ended, and I was like, oh, balls. I feel the same way when this ended. It was the same feeling I had when I watched The Big Lebowski for the first time.
So you'd watched this again.
I was like, that was shit.
And learned to love it.
And then learned to love it. I feel like Breakfast of Champions, it's got a terrible rating on IMDb. Like I said, hated at the time. It's just got a 4K re-release. So there are some people out there that must really love it.
Albert Finney and Bruce Willis are pretty good to hold you interested.
Yeah. So lots of odd bod characters, lots of cameo actors of faces that you recognize. like the big, I forget his name, the big black guy from the Green Mile on Armageddon.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan's got a scene in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's yeah. So yeah, I
They worked
actually
together in a lot of movies.
They were in.
I really
Armageddon
enjoyed
together.
it, despite
Whole Nine Yards.
being
That's
irritated
right,
by
yeah.
it in places. So yeah. But yeah, Bruce Willis made it work, even though Albert Finney was, I hate to say it, the superior actor in this film.
Oh, so yeah, but it's Albert Finney. Albert Finney's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Like-
but that was it. It's rare though that I'm trying to think of other films with Bruce Willis in where he was out acted by somebody. And this was one of the first times where I was like, holy shit!
I'd
like,
almost say maybe Glass with Samuel Jackson. I always feel like Samuel Jackson is stealing that whole entire movie.
I don't know.
being
I
the
felt
villain.
like
I'll give you that in
pair-
Unbreakable.
I felt like they were on par. You felt like you've
Unbreakable.
I'll give you
for
that in Unbreakable, I think, because I think Unbreakable was the best one of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
What about yours, Andy?
Well, so first of all, when we said we were going to watch some Bruce Willis movies, the first thing I did is I watched National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, so I could watch his
amazing.
cameo in it.
It's over there,
Yeah.
down the beach.
No problem. No problem. And then I watched Pearl Harbor, so I could see his cameo in that. You know, see that running joke online? Pearl Harbor when they're on the ship.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
He's
TV
spliced.
on.
No,
No,
he's
we-
spliced into the background as John McClane. He walks past the camera in the background. It's fucking hilarious.
I did not know that.
It's just no rhyme or reason. It's just
just-
Bruckheimer or Michael Bay being a dick. Anyway,
Yeah.
we watched a couple because I said to you I'd end up just watching the whole 9 yards recently.
Yeah,
I
the whole
wanted
9
to
yards,
watch one
yeah.
with Jessica, and again, like she watches Die Hard every year at Christmas. Because, God damn, it's my house.
Yeah, it's a
and
Christmas
please,
movie.
You're gonna sit down and watch them both. But we watched. And I'd watched Hudson Hawk a couple of nights before. I was very much in Bruce Willis comedy mode. We watched Blind Date,
Oh, nice.
and I love Blind Date.
I've not seen it.
Oh, it's so fucking. It's so funny. Is it Kim Bassinger's in that?
Yes,
Yeah,
1987.
89, however you want to.
It was
drop
his first lead role, directed by Blake Edwards.
and it's absolutely just one of those great catastrophe movies, you know, where he's playing this straight cut guy who takes a girl out for a blind date. Obviously, they don't bury the lead. Turns out she's not great with the alcohol, has a little drink, and he's chased by like her psycho ex boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's I'd say slapstick. It's non-stop from the word go. It's absolutely one of my favorite 80s comedies. and
I'll
one
have
of
to
my
give this one a
favorite
go then.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
'Cause
it's
I
so
want,
much
I
fun.
want
I
some
don't
more
wanna
Bruce
spoil it.
Willis humor.
Yeah.
It's the moments where it's like he's cool Bruce for the most part of it, and just as he just continues to experience this terrible evening, he goes into like psycho Bruce mode. You know, it's like when he's getting her ex-boyfriend, he's like got the gun on him, and he's like dance, and he's like moonwalk. I hate that shit. And so shooting his feet. So just absolutely brilliant 80s classic, that one.
Yeah. So, obviously, I wrote up a load of notes for him. I perused the Wikipedia page, but I wanted to give a bit of a brief history on Bruce Willis, and then I picked out 10 roles that he's in for us to discuss. And obviously, you know, don't expect this to be like a 2-hour theme segment. Just more of a, like I said, a homage, an honorary kind of, hey Bruce, we've grown up with you, we've followed your roles. We won't forget you. This is how awesome of a guy you are. So he was born Walter Bruce Willis, born March 19th, 1955 in Ida Oberstein, West Germany, which really threw me because I was like, holy shit, like, did not even know.
I don't know he's born.
Like
He's
he
not
was
American.
His mother was German and his father was an American soldier who was serving over there at the time. And obviously they met and he was born. And then when his father was discharged from the military in 1957, they moved the whole family to Carneys Point in New Jersey. Now, Bruce Willis has a younger sister and 2 younger brothers. And obviously, while growing up there, he has said in the past, he's described his background as a long line of blue-collar workers. His mother worked in a bank, and his father was a welder slash a mechanic slash factory worker who's obviously just come out of the military and all that kind of stuff. And it made me think of just, wow, yeah, like when you think of actors like Brad Pitt, he's got the looks. Leonardo DiCaprio, he had the looks from being a kid and then grew the skill as he got older. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, they've got the muscles. What did Bruce Willis always have that always made me want to go, hey, I need to watch him in that film? And I realized that was it, the blue collar worker. He was just a normal guy going to work, you know?
It was the fact that he's effortless in just the way that he leans against the wall, the way that he smirks.
Yeah.
Like he can express exactly what he's thinking without saying a word.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could say, and just use an example from Last Boy Scout, he could say, touch me again, I'll fucking kill you, as kind of a light joke, as if he's only messing around, and then fucking kill you.
Yeah, he means it.
Because he fucking means it. He graduated from Pensgrove in 1973 and worked as a security guard at a nuclear power plant and as a private investigator in another job, which I was like, well, that kind of pays into all the times that we ever saw you as a cop or an investigator or just a guard, you know, stood there with the gun ready, just that smoldering look, like I said, he could kill you.
He was researching all of his future roles.
He enrolled in Montclair State University, but left in 1977 to move to New York City. And then while he was there, he was he did get some work working behind the scenes in Saturday Night Live, but he was also bartending as well. So I'm like, this guy was just working it. He was just grinding his class. He wanted to get on TV. He didn't know what he was going to do. And then at that stage, nobody was thinking, you know, action. They weren't looking at him going, oh, yeah, he's the next action star.
No, at that time, it was you got to have muscles, you know, the size of trees.
That's it. You got to be able to jump and fucking kick a fucking cat out of a tree without breaking a sweat. Why can't you be more like Chuck Norris, you know? But then from 1985 to 1989, Bruce Willis was co-starring next to Sybil Shepherd in the TV series Moonlighting, which ran for 5 seasons and won an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe. Now, I remember catching a couple of these episodes.
It's also sort of like, to be stated, like how much bigger TV was then as well. Like when you were a TV star,
4 channels.
You were fucking huge.
You were huge. As soon as your series got the next series and the next series.
You were fucking Dwayne Johnson.
That was it. And I remember,
right?
like, Channel 3 over here, ITV or whatever it was, West Country at the time, it was like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it was on late, wasn't it?
There was like a couple of episodes of Moonlighting. And I caught an episode maybe after I'd watched Die Hard.
Yeah.
And I was just thrown like...
Why is Bruce Willis in a series?
Yeah. Why is John McClane singing and dancing down a room?
There was a bigger disconnect as well there from series to film, I think. And when you saw, but you'd be like, you're never going to see Arnold Schwarzenegger in a TV series. Yeah. He does movies.
Yeah,
so,
he does movies. He's a movie star.
When you saw Bruce Willis in it, it was very jarring.
Yeah, because it was considered a downgrade, wasn't it?
It was.
From films to TV, yeah.
But it was the crazy thing.
Now you can make just as much money.
Either,
you know.
Like Andy said, like I didn't realize, you know, that his first lead role in 1987 was in Blake Edwards' Blind Date with Kim Basinger and John Larroquette. And I was just like, wow, you know, like we all talk about Die Hard being his breakout role. But actually...
Well, Moonlighting was the one that got him recognised. But Die Hard really still was because no one expected him to be an action star.
But I know as well that from like Moonlight, he ended up being like, he was doing a lot of like commercials as well.
He was doing commercials.
Like he did like wine cooler commercials and stuff like that. So he got, and again, that's when people used to watch adverts.
His singing talent as well. You know, I read something in the Wikipedia page that he was signed up to some kind of wine factory, wine company for a long time, and they were paying him millions to advertise this. But the moment he gave up alcohol, he dropped the contract. He was just like, I'm not attached to this anymore. In 1988, he was directed by Blake Edwards again in Sunset, where Bruce Willis plays Tommy. And then in 1988, he would then go on to do Die Hard, which was just absolutely breakout. From there, you know, like his name was attached to so many different films, so many different action roles, you know, comedy roles. Like the man just seemed to be able to do so much. And from the end of the 80s all the way up to the beginning of the 2000s, yeah, he had some hits and misses.
Yeah, but it's not exaggerating to say he was one of the top 10 stars on the planet, right?
Like there was a point where I actually thought
pure Hollywood.
I actually thought, you know, you're just watching Bruce Willis overtake Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and things like that because of taking more dramatic roles. you know, things like we said, like with The Sixth Sense, with Unbreakable. Sylvester Stallone had already proved that he could write dramatic roles and he could act dramatic roles. Schwarzenegger's just like, oh, I need to start being more dramatic.
I'm bigger than you.
You know? I did think what was really interesting is Die Hard 2 and Ghost both dropped at the same time.
Wow.
Right?
Die Hard 2 did... Well, it did even more than the first one in cinemas. I think it did double.
Ghost in the box office, Ghost had the #1 spot.
Yeah.
And Die Hard 2 had the #2 spot.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And that would never be done again with a married couple holding the
I was
two
just about to
spots
say, him
again.
and his wife, right?
It would never be done again until 2024.
With which film?
I didn't check to see which films, but I was just like, hey, you're second behind Demi Moore and Bruce Willis. It doesn't matter how good you are, but...
Okay. Oh, wait. Is it Holland and Zendaya?
Possibly.
Could be, yeah. Are they
possibly
married,
could be. No, they weren't married then in
I don't
2024
fucking
now.
care.
They're together.
Probably Blake Lively and fucking...
Chat.
What's his face?
Yeah, it could have been Blake Lively and Reynolds, actually. That might be a good shout.
But I wanted to go a little bit different with this podcast star spotlight thing in comparison to the Brad Pitt one that I've done, which I've picked 10 Bruce Willis roles and his films that I will throw out to you. I will throw the character, and then obviously if you guess it, the film and the year, and then we're just going to discuss that film's impact.
You're going to say movies I've not seen it.
The 10 roles are not necessarily in order, but the very last one is there specifically because we've always talked about it so much. But I will go through the first ones. But some of these roles, I was like, my God, the impacts these movies have had over the years. Is it reliant on his name, or did his name just support it, or was it just a shock? So the first one we're going to go with is Harry Stamper.
Armageddon.
There we go.
I absolutely love this
1998.
movie. Yeah. I know I talk a lot of shit about Michael Bay, but there are,
and we'll continue.
And I will continue to talk shit about Michael Bay. But there was a point in time where it was Bruckheimer, Bay and Bruckheimer together.
When you saw that, you were like,
that was
we
like
are a good 90
HBO,
minutes.
a fucking stamp of approval,
Yeah.
And so like The Rock and Armageddon. I was chomping at the bit to see that film in the cinema. I love me a good disaster movie. And growing up, we had the classics, The Towering Inferno, The Poseidon Adventure. And then we'd have Twister.
Came out at the same time.
Yeah, came out at the same
time.
Yeah.
So I'd already seen Deep Impact, I know I also saw Deep Impact in the cinema, but Armageddon looked like it was going to do what Deep Impact didn't, and that was have action and drama and suspense and explosions and the destruction of a city that I'd never seen the likes before in a film. On top of that, the cast as well, the music.
Ben Affleck, right?
Exactly.
Ben Affleck,
It was the first time I saw that guy,
William
Fichtner, playing Colonel Sharp. But the rest of the cast as well.
Michael Clark Duncan,
Steve Buscemi, Ben Affleck,
Liv
Tyler,
Owen Wilson again.
Yeah,
he
Owen
plays
Wilson.
the cowboy.
So and the other guy who was like the one who leaves like the shuttle in front of his like kid's house.
Oh yeah,
that actor who was also in Breakfast of Champions.
Oh wow!
So Bruce
was
Willis
in Yellowstone.
I love the cast of Armageddon. It is absolute schlock. It is absolutely stupid. Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton too.
In the best way possible.
Like even when Ben Affleck said to Michael Bay, like, shouldn't it be easier still to train astronauts to do drilling than it is drillers to do astronaut shit? It's like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not that type of film. And I love it for that.
I think it's just absolutely brilliant. Like I said, Harry Stamper, the Bruce Willis character, he holds you all the way through this movie.
He does.
There's a fucking asteroid come down to wipe out the Earth. Anybody could be the leader of this roughneck group. But for some reason, and tell me if I'm wrong, Bruce Willis is your blue-collar dad, boss kind of character. He's telling Ben Affleck, you're not dating my daughter. And then he's turning to his daughter and going, you're not dating this guy. And then they're going and doing it behind his back. And secretly he's like, well, I like him. He's like a son to me.
He's got to test him.
I think it's because it's like, obviously, he's character-wise, he's a multi-millionaire, obviously, in the thing. But he's still the guy on the rig, doing the job, looking after.
Yeah, and it's that...
And again, just so charismatic. That list that he reads off about, like, these are their demands. And so when the doctor's like, we found a horse tranquilizer, he's like, well, some of them are pretty big. It's so fucking...
They don't want to pay
so
taxes.
I love that bit.
But it's like that final moment when they're on the asteroid and somebody has to stay behind.
Yeah.
you know, and he is
That's my
sacrificing.
father up there.
He's sacrificing
Yeah.
himself up there, and I
Beautiful.
don't care how many times I hear that song by fucking Aerosmith.
no. It's
For
the
a
flashing lights
for
and
a
the
while,
young pictures.
I used to hate it. I've heard that song far too many times, but when I hear the song, I think of Bruce Willis. I think of that speech he does to
Yeah.
Liv Tyler. I think of how good Liv Tyler is to be able to emote back to him that
Yeah,
she
she's
makes
great.
me believe.
Yeah, she was great in it too.
that,
Yeah.
and that when he hits that button, I'm always like, man, he's taken on terrorists, he's fucking kicked ass, and now he's saved the fucking world.
Yeah. Legend.
Fucking Armageddon. Okay. James Cole.
Sixth Sense.
Nope.
No. Oh no, that's the kid called Cole. So I got confused.
Andy?
It's cold.
James Cole.
That last boy.
12 Monkeys, 1995. Man,
I haven't watched this movie. That's due a rewatch. I haven't watched
man,
that in a
this
long
movie
time.
is fucking amazing.
It's Terry Gilliam
I-
first, isn't it?
Yeah.
When I first watched it, it blew me away because I couldn't believe that John McClane could be such a good
Okay.
fucking actor. When I watched it again about 10, 15 years later, it blew me away of how it's in its time, you know, early 90s. So it's very old tech. But when they jump to the future, even though that's still old tech, it's so filmed so brilliantly. It's like it's in the future.
It's
Yeah.
It's not so much sort of like old tech, is it? It's kind of like salvage.
Yeah.
Scavenged tech.
Scavenged
It's
tech,
like,
yeah.
That's what's left of the world, and they got to fucking put shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
But-
like a Red Dwarf set.
But him walking around in that plastic suit, out in the city streets with the snow,
Yeah.
you know, it really sets up that you're in a post-apocalyptic future. And I'm like, how is this guy doing this? Then when you have those sequences where he's sat in the chair and that weird camera's thrust in his face, I'm like, wow, this guy was lucky enough to work with Terry Gilliam. There's not many actors who would be able to sit there and just go, oh yeah, I get your vision.
Yeah.
Let's go along
People
with this.
chomp at the bit to get to work with Terry Gilliam.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and Bruce Willis's comedy comes showing through as well because he's still in certain sequences he's still like a child in a man's body because he hasn't really grown up,
Yeah.
and so he's able to act like that in certain sequences. Putting him next to Brad Pitt,
That's a standout role for Brad Pitt as well at the time.
I was going to say that. Then now that you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I never felt like Brad Pitt outperformed Bruce, but because Brad Pitt was unhinged
Yeah, he
in
was.
that film, so he was, of course, took your attention. But
Yeah.
I think Bruce's stoicism or his, I don't know, I wouldn't say wooden, but his reserved response sells his craziness even more in
Yeah.
contrast.
yeah,
So yeah, they
because
worked well.
He's in a weird way. He's still playing this. He's in shock because he's in the past.
Yeah.
Because he about 5 minutes before
Laura
he went to the
Linney,
future.
right? Is the
No, it's
Madeline Stowe, is it?
Madeline Stowe.
Ah.
Madeline Stowe. Yeah.
I told you I haven't seen that one a lot.
Got to go back down the list, man.
Yeah.
Right, so Joe Hallenbach.
No.
That's
Was that
Last Boy Scout.
Like in my head, I was like, very cool,
1991.
Joe. Yeah.
He, Bruce Willis, plays a private detective who used to be a bodyguard for the president and then ended up getting fired because he punched the president in the face because the president was trying to rape some girl. So that whole security guard kind of experience that he's had of just standing there looking like a guard is absolutely badass. He then uncovers obviously this conspiracy where people were betting against their players and the players are getting into massive debt. And like I said, I watched this
What
on
a fucking opening scene as well.
Oh.
Where they're playing in the rain, and he's very like, you
Beautiful
have like
shot.
the running back takes the fucking football to the end zone, but he ends up to do it. He pulls a fucking pistol out and starts shooting defensive linemen. It's like, whoa, they are not fucking about from the
Do you
jump
know
on this movie.
do you know what surprised me is Danielle Harris is in it
Well,
from
yeah.
fucking
Halloween.
Halloween 4
yeah.
and the remakes and stuff. And so how
make him talk?
yeah, how good of an actress that she is as she comes up with this puppet when Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans are fucking captured, and she's like, "Oh, maybe you can get him to talk." And so Bruce Willis puts his hand up the puppet and gets this kind of glint in his eye because there's a gun in there, and he uses the gun to fucking kill like 4 guards to help them escape. And it's such a simple action movie because it's so closed in. You know, he
There's no huge set pieces in it aside from maybe some driving scenes.
Yeah.
Literally, like,
And there's no massive, huge, dragged out sequels or anything. It's not like they're trying to make a franchise out of this Joe Hallenbeck. He is basically John McClane if John McClane hadn't let his wife move away. Because his wife's cheating on him and he's fucking got a shitty job and his daughter hates him and his whole life's going down the shithole. But he's in this one movie, he's able to bring it all back by stopping these bad guys from fucking raping the football industry. And by the end of the movie, you sit there going, yeah, that was badass. And you didn't even have to watch a Die Hard
He's
for it.
just basically a pain in the ass in the entire movie, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
got no business being there and stuff. I love it when the guy's got him in the alley, he's about to blow his brains out, and he's like, ask me how fat your wife is. Like, shut the fuck up. How fat is she? And he starts telling jokes and he's like, knows
And
it
the
is.
guy's laughing and
Yeah,
he
he
fucking
just
punches
drops
him out.
him. Fucking class.
Okay, so this one's a really easy one. Mikey.
The Kid?
Nope, not
No,
the kid.
reason.
Pulp Fiction?
Nope.
No.
Nope,
What's it called
sorry.
in that?
From 1989, gentlemen, Look Who's Talking.
Oh,
Of
I know!
How did I forget
like, how
about
did
Look
people
that he was
forget?
in Look
Mate,
Who's Talking?
I
Yeah.
forgot this. I was going
That's
through
because
his
he's not
list.
in it, but
Because
Well,
he's not
yeah,
in
he's
it.
a voice.
But his voice carries that entire movie. I remember the
Wait,
first
who
time...
was it who played the girl in the second one?
Roseanne Barr.
There you go, yeah.
Roseanne
Yeah,
Barr.
yeah.
Kirstie Alley played the mum. John Travolta plays the kind of
Allen,
Surrogate,
surrogate dad.
It has
The
been,
Frozen Pop.
it's probably been 30 years since I've seen those films now.
Man,
Danny DeVito's in the second one as the dog.
No,
I can't
Danny
remember.
DeVito's in the
Was
third
that third
one.
one? There are
There's
three.
third-
You're
there's a
right.
third
I was just
movie
thinking, like, wait, there's
where
three
the
of them,
dogs
isn't there?
talk. But it's primarily the first one, Look Who's Talking, which I think is just it's a product of its time and could possibly be remade, but you'd have to be really careful. And
What an
cautious.
opening sequence.
Oh yeah, fucking, mate, and the fact that it's Bruce Willis swimming with them,
Yes,
singing
yeah.
these songs like, "Come on, guys!" And then he gets in there. You follow Bruce Willis, who's voicing Mikey, who is the baby that Kirstie Alley is having with a guy who's secretly sleeping with her behind his wife's back. And the premise of the movie is that you can hear what the baby is saying, how he interacts with his mum and John Travolta, the stepdad, and how the situations develop. I have always loved this movie. I must have watched it when I was like 12, because
Same.
obviously I was
Too young
big
to-
into movies and things like that. And I saw the name Bruce Willis and was like, hey, I'll watch Die Hard. Let's put it on there. I didn't understand many of the jokes when I was a kid. I understand them a lot more now. The film gets funnier.
Yeah.
100%.
You know,
That's probably why I need to rewatch it now, because I haven't seen it since I was early teen.
somehow the editing between the children's reactions, because obviously they use twins, so that they could obviously have
Use
the
the
same,
child actor
same
more
child.
than... Yeah.
And then his wording on top of it while he's talking, and then he's acting like a child. And like I said, it just feeds back to, I think, Bruce Willis's just comedy, his timing. He's not on the levels of, say, like Robin Williams of
No.
just constant, or Jim Carrey of just
Well,
constant.
it's different.
funny.
It's not madcap, is it?
That was more deadpan.
He's just kind of
delivery
cool.
of it.
Again, he's
Yeah.
just kind of
just
cool, isn't he? Yeah.
He's just cool
Yeah.
with it. Like, and the way when he delivers like a cool Mikey line, and you realize that John Travolta and Kirstie Alley haven't heard it because they can't hear him, but you, the audience member, you heard it, and it was funny as fuck. So we just wish the baby could say more.
Yeah.
It flows into the second one a little, but as Mikey's getting older, they're using Bruce less because they're wanting to use the kid himself.
Yeah, I mean, they don't
Yeah.
even use the kids' voices in the third one, do they?
No,
It's just the dog.
It's just the actual actor
Yeah.
children in the third one can actually talk, and the dogs have voices. But man, look
Still
who's
kind of
talking. Like I said, between that and Death Becomes Her, I think you can't go wrong with a Saturday night with
Oh,
Bruce
100%.
Willis comedy.
That's a Sunday afternoon.
So
Yeah.
next one, Butch.
That's
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Yeah, we're sucking at these.
Yeah, I
Doing
got
great,
one
aren't we?
at
Like,
least.
yeah.
1994. This was kind of like the revitalization of Bruce Willis.
aside,
Well,
You know?
it was a reinvention,
A
not only for
reinvention?
him, but also
Travolta.
for John Travolta. He
And
was
Samuel Jackson.
no.
I think this was,
it was
other,
because
other than Trading Places, where I didn't know that was Samuel L. Jackson, this might be the first time I kind of watched and recognized Samuel L. Jackson.
because I'd only
Because-
seen Samuel Jackson for this in, was it not? Is it Menace Society or
Yeah,
Menace Society.
Society.
Yeah.
Boy in the Hood is Lawrence Fishburne.
that's it? Yes.
Yeah.
That happens apparently a lot. So
What I think is
It's been a
brilliant.
long time since I've seen those films.
What I think is brilliant about this is I always put Die Hard with Vengeance and Pulp Fiction kind of just together in the same universe, because there's the line where he says in Die Hard with Vengeance, I was sitting at home working on a hangover, smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. And in Pulp Fiction, he drives along and he's singing that. And the fact that like him and Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson don't share any screen time in Pulp Fiction.
No.
But I just wish they had kind of, because then it makes their whole Die Hard with Vengeance moment great. But Butch,
they do share one when they walk in
Oh,
the terrible clothes to Marcel.
yeah.
Yes.
He's in there, but they
Yeah.
don't interact.
they don't
Yeah,
interact.
but he interacts with Travolta.
He does.
You heard me just fine.
Like,
yeah.
man, it was just so good because it's not even like his character is like
A pivotal
a
moment.
pivotal moment of the story.
For me, his character was defined by Christopher Walken giving the clock, the watch speech to young Butch.
The watch speech.
I always loved the scene that he has with the taxi driver when he's explaining like how do you feel about killing the
Villa
guy in the
Lobos.
ring and he didn't even know. Yeah, but I really liked that as a kind of that was his kind of his character reveal of, sort of like I didn't know he was dead. You know, and they're like, "Well, how'd you feel?" He's like, "I don't feel anything."
But
like,
once again, like you said, that's just an amazing highlight to how good of an actor Bruce Willis is that he's able to sit in this shot with this unknown actress driving. Well, not driving. Obviously, the background is moving, but they're just sat there, and they have this whole massive discussion about what he's just done with this boxer, which sets you up for the next bit where he meets up with his girlfriend, that he's on the run, that he's stolen this money.
Marcellus Wallace is after him.
And he's just sold that to you. And it always made me feel like Bruce Willis could have been, if he'd been alive around that time, in those detective noir black and white movies.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the 50s.
Yeah.
oh, dude, you totally hear him talking his own
Yeah,
thing over.
narration.
So she walked into my office and she was like,
Yeah.
100%.
Like,
yeah,
does he have narration in Sin City? Or is
Yes.
yes,
good shout.
exactly.
And he does narration in Last Man Standing, which I watched before for the
God, I haven't
review.
watched that for a while.
It's slow, but it's still really good, especially when he starts shooting people. Great. But like I said, that moment where he's in the basement with Marcellus Wallace, the samurai sword.
It's
hell.
a
You know.
I
great
watched that
sequence where he
way
goes
too
through
young.
all of the weapons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chainsaw.
Especially because you can hear in the background and you're like, urgency.
Take your time, you know?
Yeah.
And then he has that final confrontation with Marcellus Wallace. And, like, I'll do it if you guys can't remember, but what is the iconic line that finishes the sequence?
Step aside, Butch.
No.
Zed's dead.
Dead, dead, baby.
sorry. I thought you meant
Zed's
the
dead.
conversation
Zed's
between
dead.
the-
And he
yeah.
gets on
Drives
the
off
bike
on the bike
and
with his
rides
girlfriend, yeah.
off. And you're like, oh my God, that was just... I mean, it's the fact that he blows away John Travolta in his sequence.
Is it the Pop-Tart thing?
The Pop-Tarts pop up and he blasts him with
Leaves
the
his
submachine
fucking
gun.
Uzi on the side.
Yeah.
I told her to pick up the fucking watch. It was on the fucking side.
That I love that because like I'm not like every guy's done that. Every guy's had the rant in the
one
car.
thing I told you
when
not
you're
to
like,
forget.
Fucking and like maybe it's your significant other, maybe
Yeah.
it's a co-worker, maybe it's somewhere, but you're like I gave a simple instruction and you didn't do it. But and it's like I'm doing this now, so I don't do this at you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this quote actually because this always makes me laugh. Is when he gets back with his girlfriend and she's like, "Will you give me oral pleasure?" And he's like, "Will you kiss it?" And then it cuts and he's in the shower and he goes, "Oh, I think I bust a rib. You want
Yeah,
giving me oral pleasure?" And he's like, "No, you mongoloid! Don't call me a mongoloid." Okay, next one, Hardigan.
That's Sin City.
That's Sin City, yeah.
Sin
yeah.
City 2005.
Well,
My
did he
God.
appear in the second one?
Briefly, yes, because
Okay.
his character's died, and
Yeah.
he briefly comes to Nancy as like a flashback or like a dream because she still wants to get revenge for him
Yeah.
after he got
Yeah.
killed in the first one. I remember when Sin City dropped, and it was like 30 Days of Night, Sin City, Watchmen were all kind of being developed and being sent out, and I was like, man, this is really risky because these are some really,
Super
really,
stylized,
really good
visuals.
comics, super stylized visuals, and I always felt like they
Is
nailed
this
it.
one that Frank Miller signed off on, or is this one he distanced himself from? I can
think
never remember.
The first one
Or
he
I
signed
think,
with.
isn't this the one that he was like, I want to direct a movie, and they were like, give us this, and we'll let you do the spirit.
Oh, God,
the spirit.
But you know what I mean? Because he directed that one.
Yeah.
But I think they were like, no, give us this, and then you can.
Go do Spirit.
Because Alan Moore did Watchmen. Had kind of like he'd gone, if you want to make it, but don't put my name on it.
Don't put my name on it just in case you fuck it up.
It was one of the, because I remember I went to see Sin City in the cinema the same day I went to see Batman Begins. I watched them in a double bill.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
that was a good fucking day.
For me, Sin City was just visually awesome to look at.
It was one hell of a cast. Elijah Wood, Jessica Alba, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer. And fucking...
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody who could have played Hartigan. The look, the way the lighting rests on his eyes, the way he stands there. Like, I bought the comic book and I've read the comic book over and over, and just the bits at the start when he's going to get her as the little girl and he collapses on the floor and he's telling himself, not now, Hart, you're not doing this. I feel the gun in my hand that makes me get up. You look at the comic book and that's it word for word, and yet I hear Bruce Willis's voice because it gives it the gravitas.
Character off the page with his voice. Yeah.
Do you remember when the Xbox 360 came out and we all got the Red Ring of Death and stuff?
Yeah, right.
So I remember I
went through 8 Xbox 360s and not one Ring of Death.
Okay, well here's so mine did, and when I got it back, and you could detach the hard drive, you put other hard drives on it. I renamed my hard drive Hartigan. And my mate was like, why do you do that? I was like, because it's impossible to kill the bastard. So if I name it Hartigan, it won't die.
For me, it was all the disc drives.
Yeah.
I mean, Sin City itself is absolutely brilliant. Like I said, I don't think anybody else could have portrayed the role of this burnt out cop.
It was great casting throughout, wasn't it?
You know,
well, that's it. It's hard to stand out in a movie that just worked on every story. You know, an anthology, whatever you want to call it, multiple stories that interlink. Yeah. And he absolutely stands out in it.
Well, I feel it's also maybe his experience, or like even just having him there from his time on Pulp Fiction. You know, you're going into
same kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the story is going to jump all over. You're going to be introduced to different characters. But when you come back to Hartigan at the end and you go through the second part of that yellow bastard and you get to that end bit where he goes like, I take away his weapons. Both of them. And then I just pound his face in the ground, and before I know it, I'm just smashing my knuckles into the ground. You're like I always
I love the fake out where he's hanging and he's like, this is the end, and it cuts to black for longer than it needs to. I swear in the cinema a couple of people went, oh
that's it.
And then it cuts back and he's struggling. I was like, oh, you motherfucker, you got me.
It just ends it so well. I think Sin City is just an amazing performance.
That's one of the reasons why I've not watched part 2, because I didn't want to stain what I thought was an excellent.
Do you know what? I watched part 2 back in the days when Netflix used to send you DVDs.
Oh wow! Right.
And I got it as a kind of. I know you didn't ask for it, but you can't have the thing you asked for.
Everyone else has got what you want.
This fucking sequel. I was like, awesome. Yeah,
I would say watch Sin City 2 if you're going to watch 300 too.
I was just thinking on par with Rising Empire. Because Josh Hartnett is in the first one, and doesn't it focus around him in the second one?
He's a hitman, and then he comes back.
Because it starts in Sin City starts with Josh Hartnett's character, and he kills that. Yeah.
At least 300 sequels got some Eva Green.
Yeah, goodness. I mean, 302 and Sin City 2 are better than The Spirit.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Both better than Thrash.
I've never watched this.
No, neither have I. I just can't get myself into it. Right, the next one, Ernest Menville.
Oh, Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her, 1992. Fucking comedy. Off the wall craziness.
He's not the center.
It's a miracle!
Yeah, I know that bit. I love that bit. It's a miracle.
It's the push.
Yeah.
Ernest! Ping. That is perfect Sunday afternoon family viewing.
Yeah.
For like, that's a movie that I used when Jessica was very young to start dipping her toe into horror.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because it's not horror.
It's not really horror,
but it's got dark tones to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, let's start you think. It's almost like I'm going to make you think you're watching a grown-up movie.
Yeah.
Brilliant movie from bell to bell. Absolutely phenomenal.
The special effects are one thing, but the characters are amazing. Exactly. Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn. They are the centerpiece, the highlight of the film. But it's Bruce Willis, is being the normal, everyday man. You know, the guy who is completely out of his element with these two women. And the way he
pours whiskey like a champ.
Right? But it's his
yes,
reactions
boy.
to the insanity of these two women that really sells it as well.
Yeah, I absolutely loved. I remember watching it late one night, BBC One, and once again, you know,
Same. I did a like, what is this click?
yeah, like how is Bruce Willis in this movie? He's John McClane. He doesn't do anything other than action movies, and yet obviously this is pre.
Sorry, I just wonder if there's something. Do you know why I watched it though when I came across it? It's
Why?
because Death Becomes Her was a movie that I'd not watched, but I'd always seen the poster in the video shop.
video store
The
with
hand
the
with
head.
the-
Meryl Streep's head is backwards,
Yeah.
and he's holding a candle
Go through her
Goldie
midsection.
Hawn.
Yeah.
And like Bruce Willis, and I was like,
What is
the
that?
fuck is even happening? But I couldn't rent it.
Yeah.
So when it came up, it was one. I mean, back in the day, we didn't have shit on demand.
No.
I don't know you're born, you kids.
This-
but
yeah, this is it.
I had to just stumble across it. And be
What
like, I'm
surprised
staying
me?
up.
I remember watching.
Recorded off TV, this one, yeah.
I was watching Death Becomes Her late one night and watched all the way through and was like, that was absolutely brilliant. And then I went to watch it again and it was on during the day and they cut so much out. That I
Yeah,
was like,
they do.
No, you
There
can't.
is- There's a lot, actually. Yeah, there's a cut version that kicks the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, but it also, like you said, it makes it family friendly
Yeah,
to
it's
enough.
good
that
for
if
the
you
afternoon
hadn't
viewing,
seen the
yeah.
adult version with the actual
Yeah,
extra
don't show your
sexual
kids
stuff
that one.
in.
Show them the fucking
But
real one.
Bruce,
It's fine.
Bruce Willis again, like the glasses, the mustache, you know, the way he's.
It's one of the first movies, actually, sorry, that I saw him in where he wasn't trying to be cool, where he was being unattractive
Yeah,
to a
yeah,
point
yeah.
as well. Like he lets himself be balding and everything.
Yeah,
you know,
and he's
it's-
being
yeah.
pushed around by these ladies, and they're controlling his life, and he wants to break out, but he's so pushed down. He's so under the thumb, and
Yeah.
for me, once again, it was Bruce Willis. Wow, I didn't realize he had this many layers as an actor because being a dramatic actor is one thing, being an action star is another, being a comedy actor is another, and yet this guy's able to do all three.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a dislocated neck. It's possible. It's possible. So fucking good.
Now,
Top tier.
the next one, once again, was revitalizing his character, and I chose one over the other, even though the other I put there as well. David Dunn,
Oh, that's Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. From
no,
it's
Sixth
Unbreakable from 2000. Now I could have gone with Sixth Sense because Sixth Sense was a big, massive spotlight on Bruce Willis and a big hello to M. Night Shyamalan when that movie dropped.
Big time.
But Unbreakable, I actually feel is the better movie.
Oh my god! By like a huge margin.
I agree.
And I
do
also
agree, yeah.
and I also say that this is also showcased with the years that have come from them because we got two more movies as sequels to go along with Unbreakable
Splitting
with
glass, yeah.
without really spoiling Unbreakable.
Yeah.
You've got three movies there that Bruce Willis, he's not so much in the second one, but it sets up for the third one that this character, they exist in this universe. And he's not an action hero, but he is a superhero. And it's weird for him to understand this because he doesn't understand how he's got these powers. And particularly in that first one, Unbreakable, with him and Samuel Jackson going toe to toe
I
again.
mean, it
after
is
Dial
a
of Vengeance.
superhero / supervillain origin story.
Yeah,
See,
but-
the funny thing, the best compliment I can give Unbreakable is I'm not a big Shyamalan fan. Quite overrated. I think his movies are quite overrated, to be honest. However, I think Unbreakable is a 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
Just mostly for.
Yeah.
I didn't like the class. I thought, oh, we've gone so far off the fucking
Compared to
conspiracy
Split,
theory of like
Yeah.
this organization, and it's like, oh, it was a good job there was a water tower out there, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm not here to shit on anything. I'm just saying, I think that's one of the best compliments I can give it is when I was watching Unbreakable going, I'm not a big fan of this director, and that was a fucking great movie.
outstanding, yeah.
Incredible. One of the best comparisons to give it. Like, watch Unbreakable, and you're like, that's the same two guys in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
Working off of each other.
yeah.
And it's like night and day.
And that's how
It's like-
completely
it's
different characters,
completely
yeah.
But on top
different,
of that, I'd
you know?
say that's how good Die Hard with a Vengeance is.
I
Because those two
I know.
are able to
Yeah.
bounce off of each other. They're such great actors. Going with the last two, here we're on the last two roles.
British out Die Hard.
Corbin Dallas.
Multi-pass.
Man, I fell in
I
love
am
with this
Corbin
movie. I watched
I've got
this
three of
movie when I was on holiday with my family. It had come out. I didn't
What, you
know
were going
about
to say
it.
like mushrooms or something?
Yeah, I fucking wish
It was a
so.
mistake.
We were at this holiday park and they had a little mini cinema there, and for a week they were showing Fifth Element. So for a week, I did nothing but go and watch Fifth Element over and over again. Because the first time I watched it, I thought it was amazing. The second time I went and watched it, because I thought it was amazing. The third time, fourth time, and fifth time I went and watch it, just because I could. It was that fucking good. It's Bruce fucking Willis again. Like I said, I have been ultimately shocked over the years of watching this guy that this guy can flim-flam from comedy to action to dramatic. And in Fifth Element, he's able to incorporate
It's all in there.
all of it together. You know,
I think I first heard the buzz about Fifth Element because of the costume design by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Jean-Paul Gaultier,
and that
yeah.
was like that. I just saw that was in like mainstream news like really heavily before I'd even sort of like heard about the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because like they had taken such a wide, crazy stance with this future look. You know, not like we said, not with Fifth Element where 12 Monkeys, which is salvaged and scavenged kind of tech thrown together. It was all
Tinfoil
brand
walls.
new. So, you know, we've got Gary
You guys are a
Oldman.
tinfoil wall.
We've got Gary Oldman talking about this machine gun that fires one bullet and then you fire the rest of the bullets and they will all go
Possibly
flying
the
back.
best gun in a movie ever.
You know, but
It's up there with the one from Beverly Hills Cop 3 at least.
I always love that
The
bit
annihilator.
where fucking Corbin Dallas goes to open his door to his flat. And you get the
Fucking
shot in front of you.
genius. Oh,
and then all
my
of a sudden,
God.
the guy just lifts his head and he's wearing a hat.
Give me the cash.
And yeah, give me the cash, man. Give me. You got to press the little yellow button there. It's fucking. He's fucking. Just love all the sequences with him and Ruby Rod.
Oh my God, Chris Tucker. What about that thing that comes out of Gary Oldman's desk? What the
Actually,
fuck
I'm
was
looking
that?
at Gary. I think Gary's hating on Fifth
Oh, I
Element.
can't fucking stand
You know
Fifth
that-
Element.
Yeah, but wait. No, but the thing is, though, listen, I love it for everything that you've just said about. Well,
Yeah.
I totally get how it can be off-putting because
Yeah,
it's a
'cause
jarring fucking movie.
it's jarring.
It is an ugly film to look at. I hate the costumes. They're just wild,
It's okay for him
wacky
to be wrong.
No,
LSD
no, I get it,
60s
I get it,
costumes. The tech looked stupid. Gary Oldman so over the top. I'm just like
help me out. What's the name of the director? I've just literally lost
Luc
it. French.
Besson.
Thank you very
and I
much. yes.
also hate 95% of Luc Besson's films. There is only one,
Leon.
and it's an
He hates Leon
absolute
as well.
masterpiece. It is
Oh,
the golden, goose surrounded in shit. Like Leon is amazing. Leon the Professional is so good.
Didn't
good.
Luc Besson just do he did a new Dracula, didn't he, as well? He's just done a new Dracula.
I think so.
I
think
just-
he did.
I
But
think
literally last year,
But I think
but
he's
anyway.
also getting a
I
lot
just
of
don't watch
negative
his films
press
anymore.
As well.
From Gary.
But you have to
Just
understand,
trolling
like,
him
I'm
online.
a massive sci-fi fan. So
Yeah,
when
me
a good,
too.
Well, I mean, when a good sci-fi movie comes along, you've got to see that it's unique to every other sci-fi movie out there. Like if a sci-fi movie comes out and it's just taking ideas, this is why for me
Paradise
personally, when you
How can you not know that
have
shit?
when you have 12 Monkeys and Fifth Element, and the common denominator there is Bruce Willis, but the two movies are absolutely miles apart from each other, and yet he is an outstanding character in both those movies, to the point, like I said, with Fifth Element, to the point where he's able to emote at the end that he's fallen for this girl, fucking Alice from fucking Resident Evil. She's playing the Fifth Element, the perfect human.
Miller.
And he's fallen for her. But he also doesn't want to fall for her because he doesn't think he's good enough for her because she's this perfect being sent here to save the universe. Who's he? Just a normal guy. But he spends 90% of the movie actually saving her. So that by the end, when they're kissing, you're like, nah, he's the fucking hero.
I tell you, there's one scene in Fifth Element that I do like.
Where she's
It's,
naked.
it's the blue lady singing.
The blue
Because
lady
that was
singing.
just like, what the hell is this?
Man, that sequence
But
is...
it's intercut with the action as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Yeah.
It was spliced
cool.
really, really well.
And
So, yeah.
what's interesting is I read recently that they were going to, computer generate her whole singing voice.
Okay.
They actually realized that she could hit actual certain marks.
Hit those notes like
so
that.
so
yeah.
they let her do that,
She was
and then
incredible.
they
Oh,
just
it's
turned it on.
otherworldly, though. It's
Yeah.
And
amazing. Yeah.
it's just, I love that sequence after as well, where she's like, the stones are in me, and he's like, what do you mean? And then he comes on like, oh, in you. And he has to put his hands in. Come on, my man. Come on, my man. What are you doing, my man?
Hot on fire.
And the fire. Fucking love it. And the last one.
Remember when we first met John McClane?
John
Our dog picked him up from the plane.
Fucking McLean. 1989's Die Hard. Like we said, he was in films before this, you know, and he was in TV shows before
Not like this.
but not like this. This film set him up. It gave him a franchise. It gave him, like we said about
This is his Terminator, his Rocky.
yeah, we said about Chuck Norris being fucking the king of memes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, long before there were memes, there were people running around shouting yippee-ki-yay at fucking everything.
On Christmas Day.
You know, this had video games come out, you know? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester
Back when it
Stallone.
was a trilogy.
They were really striving to be recognized in the mainstream of, you know, their movies and their video games and all of their accomplishments. Bruce Willis comes along and plays one cop, and all of a sudden, for the next 20 years, it's just fucking movie after movie. And like you said, National Lampoon's is pulling them back and making them react to science.
Put the best on, Bruce.
You know,
Put it on.
whenever we see him with a gun in his hand, be it a futuristic pistol or a fucking
Literally
flintlock.
saw a late night chat show with Bruce after either Die Hard 1 or 2. And, you know, like they usually introduce the guests, they walk out, crowds applauding.
Yeah.
Bruce steps out, there's gunfire, and then he steps out from behind the curtain, shooting everywhere, and there's mannequins falling from the rafters.
Yeah.
And he runs, he sits down in the sofa, and he's like, hold on! Another mannequin falls. And he sat there in his vest, and he's like, right, interview questions. And it's just like, I've never seen a chat show, night show like that, where someone's come out in character and playing up to it. I was like, yeah, he loved the Bruce McLean.
Bruce McLean. Bruce McLean!
He loved playing John
brother.
McClane. It was, yeah.
But it's such an iconic role because, said for him to balance off of Alan
I mean,
Rickman.
it's set up like there's thousands of films now of geezer movies in
Die
the
Hard
white beater
on
vests.
A.
Yeah.
Die Hard in A. Die Hard
Yeah.
at the
I mean, David Harbour did the fucking Deadly
Violent
Night
Night.
one.
Yeah,
Violent
Violent
Night.
Night.
But it's if
Santa does Die Hard.
Like-
Fucking awesome. It's a great premise.
I knew,
Introduced Alan Rickman as well. That was his first major starring
Yeah.
role.
I knew that they would make a sequel because most of the action movies had a sequel. And I didn't think Die Hard 2 was as good as the first one, but I still like it. When Die Hard with a Vengeance came out, I was like, oh, this one's going to suck because rule of trilogies. The third one sucks.
Well,
it's my favourite.
It's actually the one that actually deviates as well,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like
yeah.
Die Hard 2 is just like the
Not
same,
Christmas.
the same shit happens to the
It's
same guy
not
twice.
nighttime.
And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck, Die Hard with a Vengeance is like such a well-made movie. On
Yeah,
And because
every
it pulled
point.
back
And
the
it feels
brother
like
of
it's,
Yeah.
the thing. So
it's his brother. Go back to it, man. I fucking
Visually,
love
the
it.
whole city is absolutely brilliant. And you are
I can just watch those three as one fucking movie.
Yeah.
I can just put all three of those on. Like me and a mate, we recently watched all Lethal Weapons.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like, you know what? These
they
are just,
flow so well.
yeah,
don't
they flow
Yeah.
beautifully into each other.
Because the
you
first
know.
3 are Christmas films, right?
No,
Lethal
Lethal
Weapons.
Weapons. Just the
Was
first
it
one.
only the first
Just
one?
the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one. And then the second one and the third one are just, you know, generic
generic.
action
Yeah.
police
Fourth
stories
one's
going
Chinese
on.
New Year, right?
Chinese
I was going to
New
say,
Year.
it was
I'm
a
kidding, I'm
Thanksgiving
kidding, I'm
dinner
kidding.
or something.
But-
I can't remember.
It's also the fact that, like, you follow McClane's relationship with Holly through those 3 movies. They try and bring it back in 4 and 5, but you're like, we don't really care because you got him with his
the
wife
fact
in the
that
second
in the third one, it's like, is she even in it? Is there like one scene where she answers the phone?
She
or
answers
something
the
like
phone
that?
and then he has
But
to
it's the
leave
fact
the
that
phone
he
because
still
he has
has
to
a
rush off.
relationship with her,
Yeah.
and she's really not in it.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but she's still a plot point. Yeah, it
he's-
beautifully picks up
he's
their
still there.
story.
But yeah, those were my 10 movies of Bruce Willis's roles. I mean, you just heard how fucking awesome it was to talk through just those 10 roles.
Yeah.
You know, before you even start to get into some of his other.
There are so many others to pick and choose
movies.
from as well.
2
But-
other movies.
Royalty, man.
I
Hollywood
just,
royalty.
2 other movies I need to honorably mention because I think they're fucking brilliant and they're even better because Bruce Willis is in them.
Over the Hedge.
Yeah, mate.
What?
New
Oh, I was kidding.
No, New Year's Day. New Year's Day, I woke up after my New Year's Eve of Bruce Willis movies. New Year's Day, I woke up and I was like, I really want to watch Over the Hedge now. And Over the Hedge, Bruce Willis voices
Nick Nolte.
with Nick Nolte again. Bruce Willis voices a raccoon who is sent by Nick Nolte, who plays this bear, to retrieve all this food from some humans' houses. And so he comes across Steve Carell and these other animals that are wild animals and whose habitat have been destroyed by this neighborhood. And so they all have to work together. But Bruce Willis is secretly wanting to get it for the bear. But he's just so funny, and like I said, it's the voiceover work. Like I said, coming off the back of Lucas talking, is that he makes his character. I think it's is it Max, the raccoon, but he just makes he makes the character kind of emote really nicely with the other animals, and then when he betrays them, you're like, no, and then he comes back and he rescues them, and it's just some big mass. It's a brilliant early morning cartoon. Like, the first time I watched it, there's a sequence where Hammy the squirrel, who's this hyperactive squirrel, is always speeding around.
Oh, there's one in it, yeah, sugar loaded.
And he's sugar loaded, and they don't want to give him any more sugar. But right at the end of the movie, they need him to do this funny thing. So they get him to drink an energy drink, and everything slows down. Like, he's moving at flash speed while everybody else is so slow. And he's just walking around like...
Does the fry from the Futurama when he gets the coffee.
He goes and gets a cookie, and he just fucking eats a cookie. The other movie I wanted to shout out to as well is the Wes Anderson fucking brilliant movie.
Moonrise Kingdom, that's it, yeah.
Where we follow the story of a young boy and a young girl who fall in love, and they've decided that they're going to run away together while living on this island. And Bruce Willis plays the cop who runs the local police force, who's been hired by Bill Murray and somebody else to find the kids. And it's typical Wes Anderson, crazy, over the top, weird kind of aquatic life of Steve Zissou, kind of strange shots and characterizations, but
classic Wes Anderson stuff. Yeah.
Once again, Bruce Willis he's so dry in the movie that he's fucking absurdly funny when he's delivering his lines. And he's supposedly he's cheating with Frances McDormand's in it, and she's cheating behind her husband Bill Murray's back with Bruce Willis. So when you see the two of them together trying to be all kind of lovey-dovey in secret, it's just so awkwardly weird. Love it. Just absolutely love it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all my Bruce Willis for you. I'm kind of spent Bruce Willis at the moment. Bruce Willis.
Good section, mate. Well,
no,
thanks, mate. Bruce Willis.
Yeah. It is obviously we haven't touched on the latter end of his career, unfortunately, where we don't really know whether he had been exploited by the Hollywood system for like the 25 films he made over a couple of years.
Crazy, man.
We were told that it's, that the family and him had family's blessings to abuse this actor for as many films to get as much money as possible, so that he could provide for his family.
It was almost a famous deal, wasn't it? It was like, literally, it was like $3 million for 10 days work, or something akin to that, wasn't it? It was like just
that's
like a standard. Because I think that it sort of came about when that's why he was out of like Kendall's 3
or 4, yeah.
So whatever it was, he was like, he's asking too much money for what we wanted to do, and they replaced him with Harrison Ford and took a jab at him in the movie as well. But it was weird. I think we were talking off camera. We were that'd be a couple of years there might be the same kind of Stan Lee documentary come out where it turns out he was being like abused.
Yeah. But it's nice knowing
can't blame a man for wanting to work to make money for his family.
Exactly. I mean, that's all it is. He is now surrounded by family which absolutely love and adore him, and even though we hear that he doesn't recognize them as such, but when they hug him, the love is there, and he's responding kindly and warmly to that. So
huge huge fucking lesson to be learned as well, actually, from the relationship between him.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple that were a massive, huge power couple in the 80s. Literally probably the biggest couple in the world at one point.
Yeah.
Separated, divorced, stayed in each other's lives. When she was with when she was with Ashton Kutcher, they were like together, and everyone was cool, and just sort of like, I got my life, you got yours. It's kind of a good lesson to learn. Like, if you have kids with someone and you split, you're always going to be in each other's lives. So why don't you just? I appreciate maybe there's something that's happened that you can't forgive and forget in some cases, but the fact that in that two huge egos probably, you got to assume, right? We're able to go. This is a different thing. This is a separate thing that we do.
We grew up while watching their marriage kind of do its thing, and I just remember like she'd already been in films before, and then she did Indecent Proposal, and that was a big thing. That was a big hitter for her. The idea of her sleeping with the old man, the idea and all that kind of stuff. And then it was just after that you started to hear like there were some cracks in marriage, and they'd separated. But I always just felt like while watching certain films where he would talk to female, like the way he would talk to Holly in Die Hard, the way he talks to his wife in Last Boy Scout, the arguments him and Demi Moore had must have been so fucking vicious, because like we said, he could be so cool and if he's standing there calling you a bitch, he's cool doing it. But you're Demi Moore, and you
I'm gonna
take
count to
no.
5. I'm gonna put a bullet in that door.
You take no shit from nobody.
Yeah. Well, thank you for leading us through that, the career of Bruce Willis.
That's
again.
all right,
Very
man.
well
Sir
done.
Bruce Willis.
Sir, brilliant Bruce Willis.
We're going to take a small break, but when we come back, we're going to be answering your questions.
Yes.
And welcome back to the third part of the podcast where we're going to be answering your questions.
Yes.
First up, we have the questions from Facebook.
Facebook.
First question is from George Smith.
What up, George?
Shout out for Facebook there.
Yeah. Trying to get that fucking
Trying to get that Zuckerberg money.
Some of my favourite memories as a kid were staying up late on a Saturday night watching Hammer Horror Double
Nice.
Bill on a Saturday night on BBC Two. During July and August, my family had a caravan and we watched the films on a black and white portable TV
wow.
with a coat hanger for an aerial running off a car
Some
battery.
fucking old
That's-
school stuff.
Yeah.
So, what was your favourite childhood memory of horror? And what's your favourite Hammer Horror film? And do you think for a future October Halloween review marathon you could do Hammer Horror? Keep up the good work. Fist bumps all round.
Nice.
Thanks for the questions, George. I can list my favourite Hammers straight off the bat. The Devil Rides Out,
Yeah.
1968, Christopher Lee, Charles Gray, director, Terence Fisher. You might hear that name pop up a little bit.
Yeah.
Dracula, 1958, with Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, and directed by Terence Fisher. The Curse of the Werewolf from 1961, with Clifford Evans and Oliver Reed, and you might have guessed it, directed by Terence Fisher.
Nice.
So yeah, I've got my Dracula and my werewolf in there. The transformation of the werewolf, as simplistic as it was amazing for its time. It was introduction to the werewolf, and my then love for the werewolf, universal creature.
Yeah.
I think that, do you know what? I'm going to say Curse of the Werewolf because that, with Oliver Reed, because I think that was one of the first, like, horror movies I watched. Certainly one of the first Hammer horror ones. And that was I just get to stay up late for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I don't know about you. Like, I was the kid that was, my mum and dad would let me stay home alone. I was
Yeah.
probably a little too young.
Yeah. Babysit
You
by the
know.
TV.
Yeah,
Yep,
and like
yep.
so that's when you get to watch a few movies that you probably shouldn't and stuff, or stay up late because they're at the local pub or something. And I remember catching that one because I can remember I just watched a movie with Oliver Reed and been introduced to him, like a heist movie with God.
I'm sure it was Oliver Twist was the first one I saw him in.
But it was it was a heist movie. These two brothers, and I'm trying to remember the name of the other guy. Who's a very famous English actor, and I've just lost it. But, so I saw him and was like, "Oh, sweet, it's him," And it was in like it was, for me, it was kind of like watching old movies as well. So yeah, that was absolutely my favorite one.
Yeah. For years, I've wanted us to do a Hammer Horror series for Halloween.
So it's definitely a potential to do. We have mentioned it to each other.
Yeah, we've mentioned
couple
it
of
loads
times.
of times.
Yeah.
It's just we've always kind of partially agreed that it's a very niche kind of set. Like our audience, when it comes to YouTube, when the film reviews, they do want to be entertained by actual good films or entertained by us while we rip apart these movies. Hammer horror movies are very old school. I remember watching them.
Michael Crawford, Richie, well done, thank you. Sorry,
I remember watching them on BBC One late nights, and like what always got me was the sets and their clothes and how they would set themselves up in like the 14th, 15th, 16th
It's the
century.
lighting, even though it's
The
black and white.
lighting.
The atmospheric mood lighting is so gothic.
But it's also
Some of the best practical
it's
effects as well.
almost so very carry-on-ish with how the actors aren't. They're not amazing actors. Like we said, the best names that we can probably think of are Christopher Lee,
Peter Cushing,
Peter Cushing,
Dude,
Oliver
you
Reed.
can watch Carry On Screaming, and if you're not familiar with it,
I know.
no, but I mean, if you don't know it's Carry On Screaming, you'd be like,
This
well,
is a Hammer
this
film.
might be a Hammer movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. There's Sid James.
I like the Hammer horror,
Yeah.
but I'm a big fan of the old school kind of 1970s horror anthologies that they used to do, like the old school Tales from the Crypt.
Creep Show.
Yeah.
And Creep Show, where these people would walk into like a train and they sit down and Peter Cushing starts talking to them about something that will happen in their lives. And then it turns out they're all actually dead. and they're actually all on a train to hell. And you're
Or
like,
there's
"Oh, something, you know. So yeah, I would absolutely love to do a Hammer horror series one year.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a potential. Yeah, I just don't know. We never know when.
Yeah, it's on the list.
I'm gonna throw out to you first question about just like favorite childhood memory of horror. I've kind of always already mentioned it. Is just being in the local video store and casually sneaking into the horror section and starting to check it. No one does movie covers like posters or videos better than horror.
Yeah.
There's no one. They're always the most intriguing, and I just sort of like, you know, getting to see movies that just like I'd not seen. I couldn't rent them. Like Class of Nukem High. The cover of Class of Nukem High is so fucked up that I was like, what even is this? Maniac Cop was always one of my favorites. Just a silhouette, looking over the city. That was absolutely
the Evil
my
Dead front cover.
do you know the first one that I actually saw was the Army of Darkness, and that was the one because I remember I saw the cover for Army of Darkness.
It's like He-Man on the front.
No, but I watched Evil Dead, and my mate was like, "Oh, have you seen Army of Darkness? Oh, this is the first one. All right, well, what's this?" And I was like, "That dude's not ripped. What the fuck? Are you kidding me?"
Where did you get 6 packs?
And of course, his copy of Evil Dead was taped off the TV, so it's not like I even saw the
the artwork.
even two's got him or he's like all strapped up. But yeah, man.
My favorite, well, I can't think of the favorite, but our favorite horror memory, being babysat by my gran, me and my brother at Gran's, but Dad has been, Dodgy Dave comes around in his van. He's got a list. He's like, right, what tapes do you want? Here we go.
That was a thing that we all know.
And so what we had multiple VHSs. So we'd be like, thank you for the rental. Copy the tape. There's your tape back. We've got it now. Thank you very much. So Dad left that tape at my nan's, and he sent a message saying, Gary, watch this film. It's unlike any other film you've seen before. And that was Hellraiser 2. It's like I was not prepared for the sights that those Cenobites had to show me. After not even seeing the first one, I'd never seen anything quite grotesque or sexually charged. Or it was one hell of a trip. The sequence underneath the asylum, like, what am I watching? It was something else entirely. So yeah, like that film was a gateway.
I was very lucky, or say unlucky, I suppose. My mum was working nights as a nurse, and so I was left to watch TV late nights, anything. Channel 1, BBC 2, Channel 3, Channel 4. If I could catch it, if there was a film, I would try and watch it. One of the best times though was when she came home one morning and she said, I recorded you a film last night while I was at work. And I was like, oh, what is it? And it was Romero's Dawn of the Dead. And it was the first time I ever watched Dawn of the Dead, and zombies just blew me away from then. I was like, this is absolutely amazing. The fact that she'd recorded it for me, she didn't even watch it. She was just like, oh,
she's got Dead in the title.
Yeah,
Ian
will watch this. He loves TV, and yeah, it just absolutely blew me away to the point that like I did divulge way too much into horror, but I'm glad that I was able to pull myself back out of it because I realized that actually there's more to film than just horror. Because I'd seen the best, and then I was starting to get through the dregs. So then to go back and watch better action movies or sci-fi movies or even movies like I started to watch films that actually just had more talking in. You know, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, but it's getting you. It's like music. It's like we were having a conversation about like me and like Tattoo were both obviously like big metalheads, but we were saying about how it's like I think if you're into like that different type of music, that it just makes your overall taste a bit more eclectic. And it's the same thing with horror, where you're willing to just go against the grain of what you're told is the watch. And we were saying like of metalheads, but we're like, well, I don't get the country there. Why do you think guys don't like country? I like some country stuff, and I went through the Britpop era, so I like Oasis and stuff like that. They're all counterintuitive, but it's the same thing with horror. I think is when someone's sort of like do you want to sit through this movie? It's a period. Like, bitch, I watch. On the fuck down. Manchurian Candy.
Thanks for the question, George. Next question is from Simon Linsell.
What up, Simon?
How many times have you watched Dog Soldiers.
We saw it in the cinema.
No, we didn't. We downloaded. That
I was
bitch
saying
at
we
the
had a
house.
pirated copy of
We
the
watched it
internet.
together, but it was.
It
not.
was a cam copy.
I have a cinema stub at home that says I went and watched Dog Soldiers at View.
Really?
I watched a cam.
I'm not saying that we didn't watch. I'm fairly certain we watched the cam version, but I'm fairly certain as well that we went because I've got, like I said, I've got ticket stuff.
Not to say that we didn't go afterwards. Maybe
It came out before we all moved in together, or before I moved in with you guys. It came out before then, and I must have watched it 12 times possibly now.
And it's,
or maybe I didn't watch it with you guys. I watched it with somebody else. But
I think so.
It's up
Yeah,
there is absolutely one of my favorite Brititic horror movies.
absolutely.
It's like that and The Descent.
I'm in the Carsey.
Fucking brilliant.
I hope I give you the shit.
There is no spoon.
I always remember that sequence where he stabbed the werewolf with the sword, and the werewolf gets up close and forces the blade into his teeth.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, they fucking dropped it without. They should have made a fucking sequel, and they didn't.
It was set up.
It's that you fucking wimp
it
part.
was set up and then absolutely destroyed in their finish. Because obviously, when she cuts herself and she lingers on it, that's the sign for the sequel. Like, oh, there's blood. We're gonna find this later.
Yeah.
But then they blow the fucking house up. You're like, you ain't finding that blood. What are you talking about? You're fucking out of your mind. Minor point. Fucking genius movie.
Love
me.
Still probably my favorite depiction
Werewolf?
of a modern werewolf.
Yeah.
This is why
Yeah,
that
they
fucking
look
Frank
great.
Grillo one hurt so
I
hard.
know,
Is because they
right?
looked like the Dog Soldiers things, but just did this. Like, did nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie. Thank you for the
Great movie.
question,
Oh, absolutely,
Simon.
You can't. Yeah. That's a layup, dude. Fucking great movie.
Next question is from Josh Del Monte.
What up, Josh?
This will help me ask question. Best or favorite action film? Worst action film or one that you hate? I think best, it all depends. I'd pick maybe The Matrix.
Nice.
Worst one for me, Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
The thing is, there are a few action films that I find good and bad, but if I had to choose, those would be them. So first ones that came to my mind when I was thinking of your question, Leon, the first one that came out, followed by The Rock, Terminator 2, Starship Troopers, Mad Max Fury Road, Aliens, and then I was just like, favorite action sci-fi, favorite action war film. I was like, I needed bracketing, so I was just going on and on and on.
Yeah.
Worst action film, the first one that came to my mind was Max Payne.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah.
Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, which Ian and
Are these
I
action
reviewed.
movies really? Are they?
Absolutely
Actually, The Legend
so
of Chun-Li
bad.
is a bad movie.
I'm not disputing that. But
All the Transformer films, and then the last one that really
all the Transformer
was
movies.
awful was The Expendables 4. Was so offensively awful.
The problem is I think The Expendables, the first one, is a great action movie. It's a great throwback.
It's a bit of
because
fun, yeah.
As your question, I'm going to always go back to like sort of 80s and 90s. Like, Commando is up there for me.
Yeah,
Lethal Weapon.
Point Break.
Action Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a fucking great one. You know, we talked about Missing in Action. Those are great as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily would count sort of like older sort of like say kung fu movies as well. It's not necessarily action, but
Yeah.
you know, there's plenty of
Last Boy Scouts, a
fun
great
to be had
action
there. It's a
movie.
great action.
Great
movie,
action
but-
movie. Bad Boys is a great action movie.
But that first Expendables movie is fucking
fine.
great.
Yeah.
I really like that movie, and yet we recently watched all four of them a little while ago. I think just because they dropped on streaming. Again, you watch the first one, you're like, this is really good, and you're like, yeah, you're about to have a shit time with the next three movies.
Yeah.
But and I don't actually mind too much the second one and the third one because I'm like, oh, well, you know, like Mel Gibson plays a good character, Jean-Claude Van Damme's kind of funny in the.
Yeah.
This is the goat. That fucking makes me laugh every time. But that fourth one is just the most
it was the worst.
soulless green screen shot piece of shit.
I hated it so much, and the fact
Sorry,
that
Eddie
like,
Hall. I love Eddie Hall and all that. But yeah.
I didn't bring myself to watch the fourth one. You know, I'm gonna go with the worst action movie that I've seen probably in the last 5 years. Has to be John Wick 4. Now I like John Wick, but
The action
I
scenes are still
I
good.
really like The Equalizer more than I like John Wick because John Wick 1's great. When you get these revenge movies or these action movies like
Taken 4.
Taken 1 and 2.
When are these bitches gonna stop being taken?
Yeah, Taken
Right?
1 and 2. But the first ones are so good. John Wick's great, Taken's great, Equalizer 1's great. When you get to John Wick 4, and you're just completely just leaving your brain at the door when it comes to the world that he's living in, because he's just able to get to everywhere, wherever he needs to go with whatever he needs to
Secret
get
world
there,
of assassins.
you know, without any money, but everybody's able to get him there. And then you have that fucking the roundabout sequence at the end in France.
I hated that.
I think it's still going on.
Effect. Yeah, they're still going round.
They're still going round, and then he's running up the stairs.
That was generic as fuck.
And the stair sequence is nicely filmed. I'm not going to take that away.
He's still falling down the stairs.
He's still falling down the stairs. He's still being hit by those cars. He's still getting back
still
up.
falling off buildings.
He's still walking to the guy. He's still facing the guy at the end. And it just, I felt like John Wick 4 ruined the legacy that the first 3 movies had tried to set up. And that the 4th one, they're like, oh yeah, we finished it. We killed him. But guess what? He comes back in Ballerina. I'm like, I don't care.
No, that's a prequel.
I'm like, I just don't. I don't, honestly, I don't.
Do you know what's
care.
funny is the one Donna will not acknowledge John Wick 2. She hates John Wick 2.
I hate John Wick 2.
I
hated it.
Yeah, but I just don't see why it's that egregious in comparison for her to be that bad.
Because the first one is so
Can
good.
I say
The
actually,
second
the
one.
worst movies I see. Would we count the remake of Roadhouse as an action movie?
Oh God,
I've not watched it.
Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie hard.
Yeah, but going on that though, I was watching. I remember you watched Roadhouse, and then you were telling me how funny it was, and you couldn't believe
No, I wasn't.
that the movie was that funny.
That didn't happen.
And now I had
did
to
not
watch
use
it.
the word funny.
I
guarantee you that.
still cannot bring myself to watch.
You're talking about the remake, right?
Yeah, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. I still can't bring myself to watch Matrix 4. I won't.
Yeah, it'll.
It's dreadful.
I honestly
it's
won't,
dreadful.
because there's nothing in Matrix 4 that makes me want to go, I have to watch this movie to finish it off.
No, it's not finishing anything.
Exactly.
Off. It's taking.
It's trying
everything.
to light a spark that isn't there anymore.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and so
big time.
maybe
Bad.
that's it. Matrix 4 and John Wick 4.
Only ever watch Matrix 4 if you want to watch a failed attempt at doing something, like the creatively trying to do something different with what existed before.
Oh, so like what they did
And
with Prometheus
screwing
and
it all
Alien
up.
Covenant,
Yeah,
and
so-
Romulus.
yeah, exactly.
Right, okay, so no, watch it then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not watching. You could try to watch it for entertainment, but you would be more watching it as a case study of
God, I
how
wish Matrix
they
4 was
really
as good as
screwed this up.
Prometheus.
Yeah, no.
Thank you for the questions, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Next question is from Paul Atherton.
What up, Paul?
Paul.
Hey guys, hope you all had a good and fabulous Easter bank holiday break. My only topic.
Oh, he's broke it. Something about
fuck your
WrestleMania.
question
It was something about WrestleMania 42.
This weekend.
Oh yeah,
is-
that's why he did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking wrestling talk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wrestling
Have you
talk.
heard? I don't fucking watch it anymore. Again. It is well.
Are you
so
not
many.
going to watch WrestleMania?
No, he's
I
not.
am
Triple
only.
H is, isn't it?
No, Triple H. Isn't it?
He might be.
Well, he actually might if he's wrestling. I watched him in an interview with Cody Rhodes the other day. Though that was great.
Yeah. I want to watch the Cody
Triple H.
Rhodes interview with Dan Dashmalin, where they're in the coffins. Seen that thing on YouTube?
No.
So Dan Dashmalin, I think his name is, the actor, Polka Dot Man. from
David
Suicide Squad.
Dismortion.
Yeah.
M. Bison.
Yeah. Yeah, he's playing M. Bison. He's basically started up a YouTube channel where he gets a special guest in, and the two of them climb into a coffin, separate coffins, and he will ask them questions while
Otherwise, it'd be weird.
they're sat in the coffins. And he's had some really great actors.
And so he decided to get a restaurant, and he didn't pick the Undertaker.
No, they got Cody Rhodes in. I think Seth Rollins is supposed to be in.
So yeah, I want to watch Gunther versus
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Yeah,
Seth Rollins,
that'd be
yeah.
the match I would tune in for, or I will
Sorry,
skip. Into
I interrupted you, and you were reading Paul's question. That's my bad. Sorry.
All good.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. So the question is about WrestleMania 42. Paul is gutted too because he's working both nights.
Oh, savage!
But what are your predictions and outcomes on all matches? Seeing as it's a Bruce Willis topic, what are your top 5 Bruce Willis movies? Mine are Die Hard, Sixth Sense, Pulp Fiction, 12 Monkeys, and Looper.
Yeah, Looper's
Some
a good
nice
one.
ones on that list. My question is, what upcoming movies are you looking forward to seeing? I'm going to be seeing The Mummy on Monday. Heard good reviews about it. Other movies are Mortal Kombat 2, Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and Evil Dead Burn, plus others I'll mention in other podcasts. I'll catch you guys on when the podcast comes on YouTube. Keep up the good work and hard graft. Take care, lads. Cheers, Paul.
I'm
A
just
lot of
gonna-
questions there.
Yeah, I'm just going to sneak in there with Mortal Kombat 2. I'm going to be really impressed if Mortal Kombat 2 even makes any of its money back. I know they've slapped Carl Urban on the front of all of the posters, trying to bring his character in, and they're also trying to make us forget that Cole even exists.
Do you know what? That
from
is
the first one.
that is
Who's
100%
that?
accurate, but I'm also glad that they're doing so.
Yeah, but the thing that makes me
That's
laugh
the worst part of the
is
movie.
like Mortal Kombat 1 came out and everyone's, this movie's great. And I'm like, who the fuck's Cole? And it's like, oh yeah. And they had a chance to put Cole in the video game because they released a video game and they never did.
Not even a DLC.
They're not even a DLC character. So it's like they even won't acknowledge him in their own game series.
Yeah,
and,
but his power is he gets armor.
and the funny thing is,
Hooray!
they've not shown it in the trailer, but I'm fairly certain at the beginning of this new Mortal Kombat 2,
Shao Kahn's
Kahn
gonna
gonna
kill
kill
his
him.
ass.
He's just going to kill him off, and they'll go, "Oh, we need somebody new," and that's where they'll end up getting Johnny Cage in.
But
the-
that actor's
and
got to
the-
be
yeah,
so good.
And the theater will fucking roar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee it. It's gonna be great.
Supposedly, there's theories that they're going to turn Cole into Noob Saibot.
No, that's Sub-Zero.
Yeah, in the game it is.
No, in the trailer he says it.
Right,
I've not watched the trailer, so.
right, yeah. But
Spoilers.
it's also
Well, it's not a spoiler. It's in the fucking game,
it's-
isn't it? Like,
it's-
you know,
Exactly,
like-
yeah.
It's also the acknowledging that trailers can be wrong sometimes just to throw you off. And two, the fact that Scorpion is supposed
well,
to be his dad.
No, wait, 1 second. So
Cole's
there
dad.
is obviously legislation now as well because they're not allowed to bait and switch you. But I am sorry, I am going to spoil
This
a
is
bit.
true.
Yeah.
So there is that. If they change, if in the trailer they have Sub-Zero go, "I'm not Sub-Zero now, I'm Noob Saibot." That's a quote, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a fucking car. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think they can. You know, that would be quite a bait and switch if they did.
Let's wait and see. Because if it comes in,
Is that the
I'll be-
prediction? Is
I'll
it? Is
get-
that
I'll get
it's
the wi-
actually Cole?
I'll get the
Yeah.
wiki up and be like, so
Sure.
my car that I'm
By the
after.
way, you know, the morning that movie comes out, I'm going to change Wiki to be like that, just so you think that's happened.
Man, you can. You can use a keyboard, same as he can use a keyboard.
Oh,
You
I'm
don't
great on a
type,
keyboard.
you dictate. So, predictions.
What do you think
are
I'm going to do on Wiki? What, for Mania? Predictions? Or match it? You're going to make us do a 4-hour podcast here with that.
Well, no, because this will fill in the other question that we got on the potty. Predictions are: I'm thinking Rhea's losing to Jade because Bianca's going to return. Liv is going to lose to Stephanie Vakir because she's got that head injury at the moment, so Stephanie's taking it. Penta's winning the ladder match. Dom, I think, is going to steal it from Balor, and JD McDonough's going to get involved, and it's going to be the absolute end of the Judgment Day. I think the entire Judgment Day is going to disband. Andy and I, well, it's more Andy's prediction, but we're hoping that it happens, is that Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu fight throughout the entirety of the first night of WrestleMania because they've got the
Goldust and Roddy Piper Backlot Brawl style.
and that will lead to them getting involved in the final fight of night one, which
That's
is
your.
Cody,
That's not my prediction.
which is Cody versus Randy. McIntyre is going to nail Cody with the kick, trying to get Fatu, which is then going to end up with Randy taking the title and making him the 15th time. 15th
his
time
50, yeah,
world
it'll be his
champion
15.
because they've got to build up on that now. Now that they've got rid of Cena, they've got to build up for Orton. I'm reckoning Punk is taking Reigns' I'm reckoning Reigns is taking Punk's title.
I will agree with you on that. I believe that.
I think that's it. I think that's about it. Is there anything else maybe that we're missing?
I mean, well, you've got the opening 6-man tag match. I think that the faces will win that just
Yeah.
to get the crowd
Well,
happy.
LA Knight has to get a win underneath his belt.
Fuck me, he's got to do something. I think
That
that.
poor
I
guy. I watched
think-
him lose every match I ever saw him in. It's like, why is he not over?
I know.
Yeah.
I think Obafemi is gonna beat Brock.
I
But
think
I don't.
so.
I don't. Everyone keeps having that he has to beat Brock, otherwise it'll be a waste. It's like, no, it's Brock Lesnar. If he has a massively strong showing against him and loses to Brock Lesnar, there's absolutely no sort
Yeah.
of shame in that. I know we're talking about fake wrestling, but I'm just saying.
I'm waiting for Brock Lesnar's shock face. He's going to nail
do-
2 F5s. And
Yeah,
he'll
I
kick
think
out.
yeah,
He'll-
Oba's going to kick out of
Yeah.
everything, and,
But he'll
yeah.
nail him with 2 more, and he'll go down.
And I think that Randy beats Cody. I don't see any interference from Drew or Jacob because the main event is Jelly Roll versus fucking Pat McAfee anyway. So that's what they seem to care about more. I could give a fuck now. This is one thing I say. The build has been one of the worst ever going into it. Fucking Cody and Randy have got 15 years of history. You needed nothing to add to that. It wrote itself. This is one thing I will say as well. I don't see what they were trying to do with CM Punk either. With I'm like, what are you trying to make him out to be exactly? Because Roman's talking about how he's like a hypocrite because, yeah, he talked about all the shit about Saudi Arabia and then he went to Saudi Arabia. Then you had Punk calling like Pat McAfee, which I'm like, listen, I'm inundated with a 24-hour news cycle. I don't need politics in my fucking wrestling. And also, the pop of like, hi, he called him Pat McAfee. It's like, bitch, he works for the most pro-Republican company in the world. Do a bit of research. It wasn't the fucking winner that you thought it was.
That's it.
And again, I don't care. I could give a fuck.
Punk's dropping pipe bombs. I'm like, yeah, but they're okay.
Yeah, they're
pipe
fucking
bombs.
own goals is what they were, to be honest. So yeah, I really don't. The build's been terrible. So, but I do think that Punk's gonna lose it. I think that Jacob's gonna beat Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre is off to film Highlander. I think that I guess that you've got Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams.
Trick Williams taking that.
I think they're going to try some kind. I say double turn. It's pretty much already happened. I don't know. Apparently, the guy who's been with Trick Williams is what's his name? Tiny Boat or something. Oh fuck no. Some rapper I don't know.
Dude, Jay Uso got into a fight with some other guy on from some podcast as well a couple of days.
This is the thing is like you got to remember is like it's TKO Mania. They're trying to bring the casual fans in.
Yeah,
I think you're going to see this more and more where they just change the fucking booking to fit. I mean, you have Pat McAfee on SmackDown talking about ticket sales. Why are the ticket sales down? I don't know, because you're charging $30,000 for people to sit ringside at men, you fucking idiots. So, yeah, it's been a really dreadful build, but it's like the quality of the matches can still be good. One thing that's interesting I've noticed as well, it's like both those main events, no one's under 40.
No.
It's not very, like, you've got some great young talent that's recently come out, like Trick Williams, like Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes isn't even on there, which is crazy, All right, Braun Breaker, he's injured, fine. But this is like, it doesn't seem to be Obafemi, young talent, I guess, but you've got to pull Brock Lesnar in for that, and he's potentially looks like his, what's it called? Like, his retirement year. So it's weird. This is, it's a bit of a weird build for Mania, and it's only going to get weirder in the next year because the next year is the Saudis.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just going to throw it now. Like Sami Zayn's going to win the run. Go to WrestleMania.
You said that. You said that this year.
I said that 2 years ago, mate. As soon as it happens, that's what it's going to do. So we'll see. But I think the quality of the matches is going to be good because of who they've got in there. Experience. So
yeah,
and it's Mania. So who knows?
Anything
Steve Austin's been reported to be back.
Is he going to drunkenly drive?
Mate, I would love it if he slammed into the barrier against.
Interestingly enough, MJF, who was the recent All Elite Wrestling World Champion, just come off the back of two massive, huge mega matches. And lose to
Darby Allin really fast.
And then they lose. And then he loses.
It's almost like they wanted to grab a headline in WrestleMania week.
Yeah,
doesn't
I get
it?
that. But at the same time, Fuck
my booking plans.
if MJF turned up in the middle of WrestleMania night. My God,
big pop.
You're gonna,
but isn't he contracted to AEW?
You'd think so, but so was fucking
Peyton
Royce.
I don't think that's
so
why he
was
would have.
fucking.
I think
Powerhouse Hobbs.
I think that would be really well known if he was not.
Mate, you don't watch the match. The match was 5 minutes long.
Oh no, yeah,
it was a squash match.
It was done.
Like,
it was done.
Why
to grab
would you do this to your guy?
To grab a headline.
This is like a finger poke. This is a finger poke of doom all over again. Maybe it's big for the AEW fans because they're like, hey, Darby's our new champion. But I'm like, but who's Darby going to go up against? MJF's just come off the back of fighting Kenny Omega. Fucking, to some people, he's the greatest wrestler of all time. I feel, for me, All Elite Wrestling is trying to hold on desperately because they're afraid that WWE's just going to go, we'll snap him up. But WWE's always been tactical about it, and they'll go, no, you keep that big name. We'll go for this guy over here who's asking for half as much money, Danhausen, and we'll put him on every
best thing in the last 6 months
of our fucking show for the last fucking 6 months.
Danhausen's the best thing that's happened in the last 6 months. He's been fucking great.
Very, very evil, very, very nice.
So funny. But hey, if you think that's crazy, I only realised today, Stone Cold Stunner is 3 words and 16 letters.
Wow,
316.
That is a.
Do you now believe in Jesus and his amazing sense of humour?
Crazy. That's fucked up, man.
Next question. No, we still haven't finished answering, Paul.
Okay,
He did ask 10 questions. So I'll very quickly respond with top 5 Bruce Willis films in no particular order: Armageddon, Die Hard, Unbreakable, 12 Monkeys, Death Becomes Her.
Nice.
Looking forward to Evil Dead Burn, which is out in July. Lee Cronin's The Mummy, just come out. Disclosure Day, which is out June 10th. New Steven Spielberg Alien movie. Ready or Not 2 has also come out, just not seen it yet. Dune Part 3 is out in December.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat Part 2, which is out in May. Those are the first ones I thought of.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to Evil Dead, obviously. They keep threatening to drop a trailer.
I
Yeah.
heard the trailer has appeared here and there. People are
I saw
responding to it.
there was a picture, and apparently it's in one of the houses from season
Ruby's,
3.
Ruby's house from season 3 of Evil Dead.
So there you go.
I can't wait.
I'm like, yeah, I'll get
Did
it,
you see
but-
the trailer where
I
it was
have
sort of
not.
like it said it's like Evil Dead, but it's like, what was it? Where it says like, you know, ashes all burned, but they make ash in white, and so it pulls out something like that.
Nice. Cool. Next question is from Stephen Wolf.
What
What
up,
up,
Stephen?
Stephen?
Hi guys, hope you're all well. I'm sure I'm in the minority here, but I'd like to talk about Osgood Perkins.
Okay.
I don't like long legs.
You
I
me too, brother.
actually walked out of the cinema halfway through, and I've tried to give it another go when it came to streaming, but again, I couldn't finish it.
No.
I watched The Monkey the other day, and again, halfway through, I turned it off.
Okay.
He's a competent director and his films look good, but I just felt The Monkey was ridiculous and Longlegs got silly near the end.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Perkins? Has he made any other films that you would recommend? I hear he's making another Longlegs film, which I will now probably avoid.
Nice.
I've only ever seen Longlegs and The Monkey.
I've not even seen the monkey.
The Monkey was absolutely insanity. I enjoyed it because some of the gore effects were neat, and it
Yeah.
kind of had some, I wouldn't say Final Destination-esque moments, but, you know, the monkey claps its syllable, fucking the cymbals, and someone's going to die horribly. But that's it. And rinse, repeat. It was fine. It was a fine evening film at the cinema. I wouldn't ever recommend it or watch it again. It could have been made by anyone. It didn't feel like it was made by the same guy that made Longlegs. I enjoyed Longlegs a hell of a lot more because it was so creepy and it was so slow the way that it unfolded. I just really enjoyed the very long, slow pans in. So yeah, I don't want to say it was groundbreaking or anything, but considering what they did on such a small budget and Nicolas Cage being a absolute freaking weirdo.
Narrows it down.
Shame he wasn't really in it.
Yeah, he's barely in it as well, yeah. But he also made a film 3 years ago called Gretel and Hansel. Not Hansel and Gretel, not to be confused with that schlock.
So edgy.
But Gretel and Hansel, which has mediocre reviews as well.
Mediocre.
So I'm not sure if it's worth seeing. So yeah, Stephen Wolf, I would say probably just stay away from him, from his films.
Yeah, I was excited about The Monkey, but at the same time I was like, I'm not going to the cinema to watch this movie. I'd rather wait to see it because it does just look like a Final Destination knockoff. Even though it's a Stephen King kind of story, isn't it? So it's an adaptation of
It's like a short story or
one of
something,
his
isn't it?
short
Yeah,
stories,
yeah,
which I'm like, okay, that'll be really cool, but I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking from it. Longlegs, there was a lot of build up and hype, which put me off from it. I'm like, you're trying to sell this movie to me, but you won't tell me why I should have to go and watch it.
Really egregious thing to me was the fact that they were like, "This is like the new Silence of the Lambs."
That
And I
was
like, motherfucker.
that
we're gonna
was,
fight.
That was
We're
what
gonna
turned,
fight.
That was what turned me immediately off. Was when that came out and people were like, "Oh yeah, this is like the new Silence of the Lambs." I'm like, "You have never watched Silence of the Lambs, then, so I'm not watching this because you're basically you're trying to tell me that this female FBI agent is like Clarice Starling."
Couldn't
and
be any further from fucking
I'm not
comparison.
I'm not getting that. Why? And then I wikied.
I got that.
She's a girl.
And then I
Yeah.
wikied it, and then I was just like, "Oh no, this is nothing like Silence of the Lambs. You're trying to grasp at straws to get people to go and watch this film
Work,
because
It did.
unfortunately, you've got 3 or 4 other horror movies coming out that you're afraid are going to overshadow Longlegs, and that's what exactly happened. They got overshadowed.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the same thing happen to 28 years later as well. Everyone was like, "Oh, these movies are going to be great. I can't wait to see them come out." As soon as they come out, I got overshadowed by the very next horror movie that came out.
I wonder if the telling will be in that long leg sequel, as in like if it dies on its ass because, like you said, only went to see the first one because of the comparisons and the marketing train, it'll be like, well, I'm not going to go and see I didn't like it, so I'm not going to go.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea on the reviews whether it did. I know it did well financially because of everything you said, but I don't know about like
critical reviews. I don't know
I'm
either.
sure
Really,
in 10 years' time, when I actually do decide to sit down and watch it, I'll be like, oh wow, this was really great. I'm glad I gave it 10 years.
At least give it a go.
Yeah, give it 10 years to
make
cook.
your own mind up.
But it was the fact that when these films come out, and it's not just Long Legs, it was The Monkey, and it was Weapons, and it was 28 Years Later, and it was Terrifier, and it was all these horror movies that every single one was coming out going, the greatest horror movie of this year.
That's every horror
the greatest
movie.
horror movie of this year. The greatest horror movie of this year.
Scariest
I'm
horror
like,
movie of this year.
yeah, we're only in February.
you're the
You've
last
given me
one.
4 movies.
It's like the best Texas barbecue in Texas.
I'm like, no. And then by the end of the year,
every horror movie is the scariest movie.
by the end of the year, that great horror movie that everyone was supposed to be talking about, nobody's talking about it.
I don't know who that works on and who that's for either, because who fucking comes up to you and goes, "Do you want to go see this horror movie?" Like, I don't know what's about. Well, I don't know, but it's the scariest movie of the year.
It's the scariest movie of the year.
Who told you that? The director on his poster.
Dude, this movie.
The
The movie comes out the night before New Year's Eve. They say this movie is the greatest.
Domino, motherfucker.
Alrighty, next question is from Rio Quinn.
What up, Rio Quinn?
Lots of great TV this year with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Industry, Shrinking, Euphoria. With a successful return of Scrubs and Malcolm in the Middle, is there any comedy series or TV series in general you'd like to see return? Red Dwarf. They just got cancelled again.
I thought about this when we were thinking about questions for tonight, because like I said, I watched Malcolm in the Middle and I was a little bit like, and I think actually legacy TV series do not work.
Cobra Kai?
No, Cobra Kai is different. Cobra Kai was a film turned into a TV series.
So it's a legacy series.
It's a
legacy sequel.
No, it's a legacy film turned into a TV series.
No, it's a...
He's saying, is there any comedy series or TV series in general you'd like to see return? And the thing is, with things like Scrubs and Malcolm in the Middle, a lot of these TV series
animated, all the voice cast back.
Worked at their time because of the time they came out. When they tried to reboot them with nowadays present day kind of terminology and ideology that we've got out there, it's like they're trying to shoehorn themselves into something that they don't exist in anymore. What I think actually works now is actually TV shows nowadays doing nowadays kind of stuff. That's what's really funny. Like you said, with Red Dwarf, they bring back Red Dwarf. The moment they start making a woke joke, people are going to slate them. But they could write the best woke joke and make the funniest woke comedy. But we'll get it because we're Red Dwarf fans and that's what they're aiming for. But new audience members will go, I don't understand it. This is old humor. And that's that bridge where you're trying to bring back an old TV show for a new audience. But new audience people are not watching the Scrubs reboot.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
If they were,
I don't know anyone that watched.
Exactly.
I don't know who the fuck wants to watch.
If they were, we'd know about it because at least Gary would be like, "Man, I was looking on TV, and do you know the Scrubs reboot is fucking getting such a good fucking, people are loving it. All these, nobody has."
Yeah.
The problem that I've got with it a lot of the time is like, if it's a good series and we're gonna do this and set it up now, I'm like, oh, why? So you can fucking kill off a character that I love that had a great ending or something.
Exactly.
I'll answer your question and I'll be like, I'll have another series of Hannibal. I'll take that shit all day.
Yeah.
Yum 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 yum.
Yeah, I mean, I was hopeful for the Buffy revival continuation. I heard that James Masters was getting back into shape to play Spike again, only then to be told, sorry, cancelled. No, no cameo.
Yeah.
No return for
Oh
you.
my god! At the age he's at,
I know he's 60.
Can you get in
He's his
Spike
60s,
shape,
yeah.
motherfucker?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that must be horrible.
Yeah.
It's
But
really
yeah, it's comedy
difficult.
series. I was like, I mean, I'd love to I know I was always imagine like we had the young ones, and I'd love for them to come back to do the old ones. But obviously, without Rick Mail, you just haven't got a fucking chance.
They tried to reboot a couple of years ago. They tried to reboot Open for All Hours. Right, and Open
they
for
did it
All
with
Hours
David Jason was now the shopkeeper.
Yeah, it's an old TV
yeah.
show. Where is it? Ronnie Barker.
Ronnie Barker.
Ronnie Barker played this oldie shopkeeper who had David Jason, this young guy, working for him,
Danville.
right? And there was
Classic.
lots of sexual innuendos. There was lots of kind of racism jokes. There was all these types of things.
It was
But
Carry On, wasn't
but
it?
it was Carry On,
so,
but it was the comedy humor at the time, and especially how he delivered it, Ronnie Barker, of how he was able to deliver that. When they brought the reboot back in, you had Granville, David Jason, taking over the store, and he had a young nephew working for him, and they tried to update it. But David Jason is still trying to do the jokes as if he's Ronnie Barker. And I'm like, no, because the point of your original character was that you bounced off of him because you were this different generation. You're now telling me that you've literally just grown up to become him now.
Yeah.
And that's not how I see your character becoming. You should be this newer guy whose nephew is telling you about these new things as you were telling your story to Ronnie Barker. It's difficult to try and come back and do it all over.
Yeah.
One that worked, actually, it's not a series, it's the same as guys when they did that Full Monty series. Took that based on that one film. And obviously but again, they were like, it doesn't rely on anything whatsoever of the movie. It's like, we've got a couple of interesting stories to play out with these characters, and we're going to tell that over 6 to 8 episodes. And again, like the whole stripping thing is mentioned briefly, like once. It might not even mention at all, because that's the point. It's like, it's just something that happened. We're done with that.
Yeah.
These are the same characters, and again, they tread very carefully. They don't ruin anything. There's a death, but it's like it's a natural like progression of stuff. So that worked, but I can't. Problem is if like I wouldn't, if you said to me like, oh, what's one that you'd like to see turn through, I wouldn't say like, oh, Full Monty.
Yeah.
Who fuck knows? It's just sometimes it works,
Yeah.
and normally it's the ones that you're not expecting. I would
Yeah.
have thought, especially with like Cobra Kai and Full Monty.
Yeah.
There, so
Yeah.
I gotta admit, there's nothing that when they say, oh, we're bringing this back, even if it, like the Buffy thing, we're bringing Buffy back. I'm like, okay, I hope it's good.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah,
That's the best
because
you're gonna get out of me. I won't be like, oh,
immediately
fucking sweet, like,
skeptical, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they bring in Star Trek back.
Well, they did one season of Picard.
One season of Picard. It just happened to be the third one.
That was it.
Right. First two were a fever dream.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Real Quinn, and I do agree. There has been some solid TV last couple of years. Alrighty, next question is from Lil Tempo.
What up, little Timbo?
What are your memories of seeing Pulp Fiction for the first time? Speaking, of course, of Bruce Willis.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery. Any of you fucking pigs move and I'll
Execute every last motherfucking one of you.
That,
Every last motherfucker.
Or every
That
one of you motherfuckers. If
opening.
it
I
changes.
will strike down upon thee with furious
Oh,
vengeance
man.
and great anger. I can tell you, I sat with my dad, videotape Dodgy Dave round the corner from the back of the van. In it goes, Bruce Willis, John Travolta, Samuel Jackson. Like, Dad was listing the credits. We were like, let's do this. Dad was like, oh, new director. We've not seen this Quentin Tarantino before. Let's see what this is. The Dodgy Dave said it was outstanding. We got 25 minutes into it, and my dad stopped the film. He was like, this is awful. And I was just like, I didn't get it either. We were just dumbfounded at how many F-bombs had dropped in such a short space of time.
Shotguns.
Yeah, and we were just like, what's the story? What's going on? Like, it was one of the first films I've got a memory of it just being so disjointed, and there's a bit of story here and a bit of story over there, and nothing's really connected. Like, this is not how you tell a story in a film. We ejected the tape, and my dad never went back to it. Of course, ended up looking into film. Tarantino kept releasing more films. So yeah, that was my very first reaction to that film, though. So I don't think we barely even got to the Bruce Willis scenes before first time experiencing that film. It was switched off.
I can remember I watched it for the time when they showed it on Channel 4, and it was a Tarantino season, because I watched that and Dogs for the first time in sort of sessions. But it was built up of this night where, as an event where before the movie there was like an hour or so long documentary about the movie and about Tarantino, and that was when I first started seeing all the kind of like how he was this director that was getting all this back for like the way he portrayed violence in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what put him on my when you're like, oh, he sounds fun. Ooh. Like, you start getting into watching it, it becomes part of pop culture.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, but I do remember watching the documentary, videotaping it off of TV, watching it, not understanding it because like that's the storytelling element, kind of like it being a movie that I watched in parts over the course of the next year, where I kind of finally figured out like, oh, this is
Cool.
boss. This is
Yeah.
fucking boss.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I'd then end up going on to watch. I think I watched Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah,
Me too, yeah,
me too.
yeah.
Pretty sure.
'Cause-
So
'cause
I got used to just his cadence.
Reservoir Dogs
storytelling.
had kind of been banned. Not banned, like we'd seen a lot
It
of.
was-
You couldn't get it.
But you
Considered
couldn't get
taboo.
it
It wasn't
because the
broadcast,
ear
yeah.
cutting scene was supposed to be too graphic. There
Yeah.
was too much blood. There was too much violence. Pulp Fiction comes along, and then it's all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's okay to watch Quentin Tarantino stuff. And for me as well, Pulp Fiction, like I've always loved film, and music was something that difficult for me to really get into because I like certain music. Other people don't like it. I can't talk to them about music.
Yeah.
But I've got to sit and listen to their shit, but I can't listen to their shit. All of a sudden, Pulp Fiction and Quentin Tarantino comes along, and I'm hearing music I'd never heard of
It's
before.
Tarantino's own selected playlist.
It's his own playlist.
Oh, yeah.
He writes scenes when he hears songs.
And I started
Yeah.
to get into music then, and I'm like, yeah, music and film go hand in hand together. You know,
Yeah.
you really, if your music doesn't fit a certain scene, the whole scene's fucked.
Oh, it's like he got the 5, 6, 7, 8s that are in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
He was just in Japan and heard that song playing in a shop, and just was like he was like trying to buy. He was like, "Can I buy your CD, please?" Which in Japan they were kind of like, "How dare you?"
Yeah.
Like, all right, fuck. Here's some money.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, Il Tempo.
Great fucking movie.
Next question is from Richie Cornbread.
What up,
what up,
Cornbread?
Richie?
As always, guys, awesome podcast and great way to spend my Saturday night. I had a different question for this podcast, but I'll save it for next time.
Oh, okay.
Cryptic.
Do you remember the Apocalypse game on the PlayStation 1 with Bruce
Yeah.
Willis as the protagonist? Trey Kincaid. Definitely showing my age as it came out in
Command and Conquer style.
1998.
No, it was a shooter.
It was a
side-scrolling.
top-down-
It was a side-scrolling shooter which
Yeah.
changed directions, but it was massively advertised because they had computer generated
Bruce Willis's face.
Bruce Willis' face onto the main character.
It's
fuck
like almost like Max Payne,
Yeah.
like Max Payne 1, the kind of look.
His
but with
character
Bruce
is in the
Willis's
future, and he's
face.
supposed to bring out
Scrunched
that
up.
evil
Yeah,
corporation. It's really generic.
We
and really
almost
quite
did a
boring,
game on
but-
Friday on it, but my emulator wouldn't
Yeah.
fucking run it properly. So we're like, another
And
time.
the funny thing is, it comes out at a time that Die Hard trilogy has just come out for PlayStation and is doing really well. Yeah. He's come out in Pulp Fiction and he's doing really well. So Bruce Willis is really well known and is doing and getting some great parts. So they were like, well, let's put him in a video game.
It's not Die Hard.
And that's not Die Hard. And it's not a great video game.
It's not, no, but yeah, I still
But he's in
remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, Richie.
That is his face. I'm looking at it online
That
now.
is his face,
Check it
yeah.
out. That is
It's
his
his
face.
face.
Oh, that's really
Digitally pressed to go onto
cool.
it.
Now I have a sort of recollection of game art, but not the actual game.
Alrighty, well, we have a change in question, and
Yes.
the last question of the podcast.
Yeah, I saw Code
Is
Dude
from-
changed it.
Code Dude.
What up, Code Dude?
Changing my question to give Gary something to chew on.
Nice.
Alien versus the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Who dies first? Michael Cole. Who dies best?
I think Brock Lesnar will give him a go.
I was going to say Brock Lesnar, yeah. It's the current wrestler,
See him
yeah.
F5ing and Xenomorph.
And who dies last?
Oh, Undertaker, he doesn't die.
I was just thinking, right, if I'm like replacing
Dan
the whole
hasn't.
Alien cast with WWE wrestlers,
Yeah.
then the one survivor for me is going to be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, come on, the name
We
is
have
so
to
right.
repopulate. Oh no.
So who dies last? I mean,
Triple H, obviously. Probably
yeah.
Sledgehammer the fucker.
No. Triple H dies midpoint, like where Dallas would die.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that'd be
yeah.
his role, because you're like,
Yeah.
Gary's not going to kill Triple H off,
He
is he?
sacrifices himself so Stephanie can escape.
No, I just think that Triple H will book himself to win. Like,
Ooh. All these years later, and it still hurts.
just goes out with a sledgehammer, man.
So yeah, Michael Cole's having the chest burster. He dies first.
Why have I got an image now? I've now mixed Vince McMahon taking a shit on somebody's chest with that shot of the Alien Queen when she detaches herself off of the egg sac, and to see Vince McMahon like,
God.
He's got that walk.
yeah, he's got that walk.
He's strutting. The Xenomorph strut.
Like, that would be a hell of a WrestleMania match, actually. Tonight we have the Alien Queen facing off against Rhea Ripley.
So
in
you
a
had the
power
you
loader
want
suit.
to? No, I thought you were gonna say you were gonna have like the Alien versus
Vince might like
McMahon,
that,
and then
though,
you could,
Richie.
No, because then you could call it Alien versus Predator.
That is true. Alien vs Predator, yeah.
Oh man, thank you.
Who puts which WWE superstar out of any of the generations puts their face to the face hugger? Who's stupid enough to do it?
I just feel like Danhausen is the answer to everything.
I feel it's either Junkyard Dog or maybe Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh!
Just cutting a promo at the egg. Let's go, tough guy.
Yeah.
Whomp. Swinging a 2x4.
A macho man style Xenomorph would be fucking cool. A Xenomorph like, oh yeah.
Oh God! Now somebody animate that,
His
please.
little mouth pops up. Yeah, like,
Like, little mouth pops out and goes, I'm the cream of the crop. Oh yeah, kill Logan Paul off. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, well, actually, let's just not have him in it because I don't ever want to
The
see.
Xenomorph won't be able to see John Cena. That's
mate,
right.
it is painful how good a wrestler Logan Paul
I
is.
know.
It's so
I will
fucking-
admit it,
it's
and
so
that's why
annoying.
it's even more annoying.
I'm actually
You
really-
watch him just like, fuck it.
He's good. He's
bitch.
athletic.
And then he just does something where you're like,
I kind of feel bad.
Now
for
I hate you more.
I feel bad for Austin Theory because Austin Theory tried his hardest to work, and now he's basically Logan Paul's lapdog tag partner. You know, Logan Paul hasn't even
do
had
you know
to
what's
try.
ironic though? Is like, in a way, is like Austin Theory is actually quite in a good place now because Braun Breaker and
That's
Bronson
it.
Reed got
Yeah.
injured. He got
That's it. He
pushed.
got pushed.
He kind
out.
of got a bump. He was like, I mean, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but this is kind of okay.
It's a good follow-up question, Disco Dolly. If the Xenomorph was to appear in a WWE ring, which wrestler's entrance music would best fit the Xenomorph?
I feel
for the ring?
Mankind's, you know,
the car crash sound
No,
thing?
the sad one that you used
Oh,
to
okay.
have.
Sad
Oh,
music.
that's sad.
Sad Mankind music.
Sad Mankind music.
I was thinking Vince's music. No chance.
No.
No.
Right, no. The Brood.
Ah,
With
yeah. Yeah.
At the beginning, but it's the alien hissing.
Yeah.
And then he
Oh,
walks down, down.
Oh, what you meant? He comes up in the fire.
Yeah, he comes up with
Spits
fire,
acid out.
Yeah, spits acid out, yeah.
Great.
I mean, it's
Oh
not,
yeah. So what about if he just did Triple H's entrance and he comes out, spits acid, just
Yeah.
kills everyone instantly? Like, just-
yeah, I am the Xenomorph. Oh, man.
Well, thank you for an awesome final question,
What a
Code Dude.
stupid fucking question.
Exactly. That's why it's great to be the last one.
Great up the last one.
But thank you, everyone, for all your questions. Thank you, everyone, for making it to the end of this podcast. Ah, an absolute pleasure to have you here. Of course, Iain and Andy.
Yeah, man, good time.
Thank you, everyone in our live audience, for being here. Absolute pleasure to have you here. We'll be back some point in the future
Yes.
for podcast 80.
Yeah, wow.
We'll be really old then.
Yeah.
And of course, you can find our new film reviews every Thursday on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, on X, and on Discord. Come over on the Discord. Keep that conversation going. Let us know what you're watching. Give us some of your recommendations. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, everyone.
Take it.
Love your faces.
Noise. Well, go on in, Craig's house. Sorry, you have to go now, though. We're leaving.
Yeah,
We're leaving.
we're leaving. Get home. Oh, it should be starting now, shouldn't it? I might be able to.
Is it pre-show or does it actually
Well,
start
I'm just
now?
by the
Pre-show's fucking.
I'm
boring.
saving, Code Dude. Thank you.
Pre-show's fucking
That's it.
sucks.
What I'll probably do is I'll leave that
The hard drive, yeah.
hard drive with you, and then I'll just pick it up.
Sure.
I'll get Linda to pick it up. Watch live. Oh, it's just an opening.
Oh, it's the guy that wrote Hamilton for some reason.
Oh.
Again with the celebrities. It
It
is kind of funny though. It's sort of like careful. You got a TV license because that's live. You just fucking incriminated him.
And now you've just told everyone.
Yeah. I don't have one.
I don't have one.
I got a TV license.
Do you have a portable one? You've
Not
got
in
a
this.
portable
Not in this
television.
house.
Yeah, because
But can you watch that outside, please?
because I pay. No, I can pay for this. I pay for the subscription, so this is through my own personal.
Doesn't matter
device.
now. All the
Yeah, it
fucking
does.
BBC going, give me fucking money for so we can make more shite.
Wait, how are the BBC going to complain on me for Netflix?
Oh,
Because
if
it's
you
live
watch
broadcast.
anything live,
Live broadcast.
you have to have a TV license.
BBC are also coming after YouTube for the same reason.
Oh, really?
You might need a TV license in the UK to watch
you know what?
YouTube.
Once they fucking sort out their shit and not protecting pedophiles, then they can come and complain at me when
I
I'm
said
doing
the same
something
thing.
bad.
Yeah.
I've got a letter at home when I cancelled my TV license. I literally said these words to them. Yeah, you can take this one with you, kids, and do this if you want. I literally said to them, like, they did the whole thing. The woman was very nice on the phone. I'm always nice to people on the phone because I've done that job. And I was like, I said, okay, cool. I just need you to put just something in writing for me. I said, I'm removing your implied right of ingress to my property. And she's like, what does that mean? I said, that means you can't walk onto my property and knock on the door and tell me I need a TV license. She went, well, we can due to the public order of like being at public access. I went, yeah, I've just taken that back from you.
Mm-hmm.
Go and talk to your manager. 2 minutes. Okay, we'll note that. I've got a letter. I've got it in writing.
Can I get one of them?
Yeah, you can do it. You can put it in writing.
The funny thing is,
Basically, your front
yeah.
step is like they have like an implied. It's called an implied right of ingress, where they can walk onto your property and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're supposed to have this." But if you take that, if you say, "I'm taking it away because it's my property," they can't. They can't.
And there you go.
They can't even walk up my garden path.
More people need to
And
know
it's,
this.
it's the same rights, for example, that a postman has
Yeah.
to enter
To-
your property in the
Right,
in
for
the way of
delivering.
because he's
Yeah.
delivering.
But the thing
Yeah.
that makes
You
me
can
laugh
take
is
that away as well.
like-
Good luck getting any of your fucking Amazon stuff, but still. Like,
We've heard this for years. You know, when I was a kid, it was, they drive around their vans with their little sensors to be able to catch you from TV.
It's
Or
even
they'll
funnier
knock
to
on your
hear it
door.
now. It's funnier to hear
Yeah.
it now when they say we're sending TV detector vans out. I'm like, bitch, you ain't got the budget.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
gonna
you just
love it.
lost like $8 billion this year, you
Like-
dummies.
Like, where I grew up as a kid, I can tell you I knew at least 8 different households that were watching TV illegal and never once got in trouble for it.
Dude, you're on the internet. They're gonna fucking find you.
Fucking fuck them!
They're gonna make you testify. They're gonna be
make me
like,
testify.
who are these people that are probably dead now?
I have no money. I am a nobody. They'll go, hey, that guy hasn't got a license.
And
And
they'll
shouldn't be
take it
watching
from
our
you.
TV. Well, let's leave him to watch our TV because at the moment nobody
No one else is
watching
watching it.
I honestly, do you know, if for whatever reason I had to get a panel van for like a work thing or anything like that, I would just with spray paint spray TV license detector van on it and drive it around for a laugh, just to watch people freak out.
They are just salesmen, Evo. They really are. Yeah. Horrible.
Oh
Horrible.
mate, you know, like I said, I'm very much on the thing of like, people have got a job to do, and you should be polite as possible when it's something. Even you like, if you got a phone
like,
and company,
unless
make
you're
a
a
complaint.
ticket.
However, those fuckers are exempt.
Yeah,
It's
and
like, yeah, you know
Them
what you're doing.
and SS officers, you know?
Yeah, if
Special
you meet an
place in
SS
hell.
officer, you should probably.
That's
well,
it.
I'd say, I think they'd be quite old now.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd
Not
be
young ones. Young SS officers won't be.
I guess.
Jesus.
When you meet these time travelers, feel free to fucking deck them. But yeah, no, TV license officers, you can throw hands on them for sure.
had a huge bust in my area. There was a lady who had a huge bust in my area.
Where is this?
Read the bottom one.
It's time to go, folks.
Time to go.
Ian's gonna break out on a song if
That's
we don't.
it. I need a beer. I've been fucking sober for the last 5-6 hours. It's letting my head in, listening to these fucking.
Ain't no why we drink.
Ah,
That's why we drink.
thank you, everyone, for tuning in for the live broadcast of Podcast 79. Absolute pleasure to have you guys in the chat. The live stream just doesn't feel the same without you being here. Thank you for the bits that have been cheered. Thank you for the gift subs that came in earlier. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for chatting and lurking. All that good stuff. We're going off the air now, but I will be back live on Monday for some more Resident Evil 9 Insanity. We're at the halfway mark. We can do it. We've just got to get past Mr. X and Punk and Plant. Well, we're going to do it, okay?
I can't wait for DLC for this. I
Yes,
can't fucking
yeah.
wait. The fact that they mentioned
I'm
they
thinking,
already do stuff.
Chris, Remnants of the Mansion. Like, if they're doing nostalgia.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and we're coming to the end now, guys. Let's get to the next podcast.
We'll talk about this on the next one, folks. We'll see you next time.